DuckT, out comes the shallow grave.
It shouldn't go in yet. That's a good ult.
Let's start this off. I wonder who's going to be drafting for Goon Pipe or Pipe Goon. I don't know what the full name is.
Type of goons. Basically, Pog. Like the Team Pog.
Team Pog is what it is. Oh, Pipe of Goonsight. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with Pog. We'll call him Pog.
I mean, I'd assume it's a mixture of DuckT and Vinicus. They can be quite like outspoken and have some Dota knowledge. I'm not going to say if it's good or bad, but they have some.
It's DuckT drafting, and I didn't even need to look over at where that little crown was because the first ban has gone straight out onto Spirit Breaker.
Wow.
DuckT hates Spirit Breaker with a passion. Absolutely can't stand him.
Play Willow, lol.
10 seconds to go.
Not difficult.
He
Anyway, we
hates
see
it.
the insta-target ban from Team Sitout, banning Slark.
It's going to be an interesting one
Radiant's
because
ban.
Seething especially, and sometimes to say it, and a couple of the other guys, played a lot with sort of myself, DuckT, Time Twisters in there quite a bit,
10
Said Hep all the
seconds to
time,
go.
Crumb recently as well. So I think there's going to be a lot of knowledge from both
5
sides about what they
seconds.
like playing.
Yeah, they definitely know the heroes. So we'll see. I mean, right now they're targeting DuckT, right? We assuming it's going one. We'll see what happens with the positions, but
Yeah, I'm
right now
pretty
they're banning out a
confident.
lot of ones.
I'd be pretty confident Sitout will stay in their like standard positions with Seething mid, Nasir on the carry, Liability +3, and then Lulu and Verzag supports. Whereas Piper Goonsight, absolutely no idea where any of them go, as this is a cobbled together mishmash of guys. So
10 seconds to go.
I'm definitely
who's this
thinking
mysterious character?
probably.
5
Probably
Oh,
DuckT.
You think DuckT on the carry?
One, yeah, and then Vinicus probably mid.
I know Said Hep will be playing support.
Yeah,
So the other
Time is
support.
probably I don't know what I've never played with Marsop and Crumb.
I think Crumb quite likes a 3, so I could see Crumb on the 3 and Time either on the 4 or the mid.
Yeah, that's a Vidi hero right there. But could also be a set help hero.
No, that's not a Said Hep hero. I'll take your insight on that being a video hero.
Okay. I mean, I've recently had a major shock,
10
and I was
seconds
like,
to go.
damn, because I had an immortal draft game and a ranked
5
game,
seconds.
and
Uh-huh.
I got the captain, so I could choose, and one of the guys was just called Air Nazir. I was like, no way, he's immortal now.
You
No
know he
way,
just
he's
made
just
it up
caught up
there.
in like a week. And I did draft him, and we did win the game. But I'm assuming that was not the same.
So more bans coming out. Lena ban and the Lich
Yeah.
ban. Both, I think, just good heroes at the moment. I'm not sure if they're targeted bans. And on the other
Yeah,
side,
they're just OP heroes.
Alk ban, I'm not sure who that's specifically aimed at. Or the Bounty. The
5
Bloodseeker could be another DuckT ban. He's a big fan of the Magic Bloodseeker build at the moment. And then that pickup on the Hoodwink is, I guarantee you, I believe that's a Lulu hero.
I haven't played enough with most of these, but
It's
yeah, could be.
definitely a sit-out support hero. I know they've enjoyed
Yeah.
this a few times.
I
so.
mean, no one plays Hoodwink mid anymore except for Natman like me.
I wouldn't have believed in a Hoodwink mid. Will you say any more as if it used to be good? I've never believed in that.
I mean, when Gleipnir was broken, any hero that could buy Gleipnir and just be good with it.
I mean, any hero can. Well, you added the caveat of be good with it. I was gonna say any hero can buy Gleipnir.
Yeah, and yeah, you could play Hoodwink mid at some point, but then they nerfed the Acorn shot and they nerfed Gleipnir now.
Yeah, I do find
He's
there's
no
an,
longer that good.
there's an interesting dynamic of heroes that you don't often put a mid, but there's a lot of sort of
10 seconds to
typical
go.
support heroes that can rock a mid lane fairly easily for a good player, just because their abilities tend to be very good early game.
Yep. So late game scaling, that's a problem. Kunkaban from Pipe of Goonsight. Not a good hero right now. I'm guessing they know that Ian Azir likes to play it, or Seething is 3.
No, so what Seething's mid Kunka is the
Okay.
big one. I don't know if liability would play at 3, and then the Quap as well. I mean, I wouldn't be trying to ban for Seething here personally. Just having drafted for Seething when he was standing in on Halo 3, and having played against Seething, I know his hero pool is incredibly wide. So there's maybe a couple of heroes, but you kind of want to be trying to push him into a direction and then draft against it rather than ban him out, I think. Because he does love the Conquer, but he's quite good, as in well behaved, in that he only plays it if it's actually good. He will be the first person to veto it if he doesn't think it's the play.
I see. I mean, I do know he plays Quaps as well. He asked for tips on that for once.
Yeah,
the Spectre ban,
he's a pretty good
right now
Quap.
they're just banning out annoying heroes, right? They're banning out the Lich, they're banning the Lina, they're banning out the Spectre, so no instant blow-ups for the supports. I feel like there's a bit of a support mindset behind that drafting, being like, I don't want to get blown up instantly, and I still want to play a squishy support, because the trick against Lina and Lich and stuff, and Spectre is just pick Clockwork, or pick a tiny support, and they can't do shit against you. But they want to pick the squishy supports, which we see here.
Yeah, that's going to be a Wurzag Disruptor, I'm pretty sure, and that's a Said Hep Witch Doctor right there. I'm calling that one.
That is very likely.
10
So,
seconds to go.
So
I would agree with you that if that Tiny's a Vidi hero, that probably means Vidicus mid on the Tiny. Do you reckon?
He does love playing 4, but I don't know who they would send mid.
I don't know, maybe Time. Although that's definitely the 3.
Yeah.
So before this, Marzipan was just in a stack, and he did play a Tide Hunter. So I'm gonna say that's a Marzipan Crumb 3 Tide, which could push a Vidi on the Tiny 4.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing that would then be a Time Twister mid and a DuckT carry, but
Be interesting to see Time Twister mid. I've not seen.
I could be getting mixed up here, and maybe he doesn't like mid, but I swear I've seen him mid.
I mean, maybe therefore also is kind of fine with playing. Like if it's Time Twister 4, maybe he's fine with playing Tiny.
5 seconds.
Perhaps indeed.
But so far, draft-wise, I'd say the die has the advantage. I don't like the Hoodwink Disruptor combo. It just dies so quickly. So they picked this, especially after first pick Tiny, they still picked 2 supports that die in a millisecond to a Tiny. So it's
and a Necro.
Again, Necro, I also don't see it. It struggles against Witch Doctor a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I see it in terms of you're looking, because this is the basic way I look at Necro, and I'm not going to be a huge fountain of knowledge here, but Necro good against strength heroes because because his damage is percentage based. It doesn't matter how much health you've got, but like yes, you're going into the Tide and the Tiny, but again with the Witch Doctor, even with the Tiny, like you're not getting out of that with Ghost Shroud, are you?
You absolutely can't Tide Hunter's Necro, but the Tiny Witch Doctor combo can kill you at any point in the game because. Like
but I also just think the Ghost Shroud's
Maledict...
not a get out of jail free card against this team by any stretch.
Yeah, but it could work. But the problem here is where I don't like the pick is because they still have 2 heroes to pick here, and you can counter Necro pretty damn easily. Like if they pick,
that's true. And they know that Necro's mid now. I mean, they're holding out on their carry pick, which is fair enough. But so far I could see this sort of early game going the way of Pog.
Yeah, for sure. Like these 2 supports are way more active. Like the Disruptor could clown a lot and do some really good plays. But I just don't see it from when I see Disruptor and Hoodwink, I want an extremely aggressive right click, like someone who's always clicking in lane, who's so annoying with his positioning and his right clicking in lane.
Oh, it's DuckT mid. It's gotta be right. Although
that could be a DuckT mid.
I've pulled this out. Oh no, you can play it carry as well actually, so it could still be DuckT carry get Dazzle. But I've drafted this myself for DuckT with DuckT on my team and given it to a support to play Dazzle. Like we did that multiple times. You whip out the Dazzle, they go, oh, that's DuckT Dazzle because he loves to play it, and then you just give it to a support, and everyone's confused.
10 seconds to go.
I mean,
they've done a great job of the draft here because the Dazzle and the Tiny could both go either way.
Yeah, they could go either way, but right now they're running out of damage. Like Dazzle is decent damage if he's core, but if they pick a relatively tanky one on Sitout, or someone who can kill a Tiny or Dazzle quickly, they need some serious damage on their own. They can't pick a tanky guy themselves. But this could be I'm liking a draw here for Pipe. I don't know.
Right, before the draft
We'll
ends,
see.
I'm going to open the polls. You've got 2 minutes, so you can hold out for the last pick. Oh, actually, I'll give it a bit more, because holding out for that last pick might lay a bit longer, but who will win? How are you feeling so far? Because my head, I'm going the way of Pog here.
I mean, I feel like generally DuckT and Vidicus are very good players. Just from the players based, I would say Pipe has a bit of an advantage. Time Twister and Massive and Crump, I have no idea about Massive and Crump, but I know Time Twister from a few games we've played. Not the best performance. not the greatest of players I've ever seen. But,
I think Time is a decent player. I think Sed can sometimes really pull it out the bag. I would actually argue that DuckT is a bit of a toyngoss at times. No offense to him. Great guy to play with, but there are times where he just does not pull it out the bag.
yeah, he sometimes just trolls, and then he commits to whatever he wants to do, and then like he's not an adapting carry. If something goes wrong, if he's not able to deal with something, that's just gonna stay that way for the rest of the game. He's not gonna like buy an item that doesn't fit into his build to counter a certain situation.
I still don't know where any of these guys are playing.
I mean, it's Monkey King Wong, it's Tide Hunter 3, we know that. We know it's Witch Doctor probably position 5.
In which case,
I'd still say
that's not Duck Carry then. If that's Monkey King 1, that's Dazzle mid, and then that's a Tiny 4.
10 seconds to go.
Yep, might be.
Yeah.
Or
So, I
very,
mean,
very
Sitout
likely.
probably correctly predicted for banning carries there with the Troll and the Medusa, and then on the other side, again, banning carries, but I think you're much more confident if you're banning carries on Pipe, because Sitout definitely needs a carry here.
It's weird. I said earlier that I don't like the Necro, but now after those two picks, after Daz and Monkey King, I really like the Necro. It's really good against both of them.
I don't know.
Like they did not counter him at all and play into him.
Does his ult go through Shallow Grave?
No, it doesn't. It's not. It needs to kill. So yeah, you can save people. But if it's a core Dazzle, he's gonna have Shallow Grave level 13. Or max.
This is true.
Level 1
Yeah,
Shallow
this is
Grave.
true.
Like,
He could pick
he's
it
not
up
gonna
though.
max Shallow.
Yeah, but he could pick it up just to annoy the Necro, even to
Take your pick.
cast on himself if he thinks he's going to get ulted. It would give him a bit of time.
There's a good damage dealer. Could struggle in lane a bit against the Witch Doctor, but in general, yeah, it is a time twister Tiny on the
Yeah.
4.
Well, here it is then. 4 teams sit out. We've got Verzag playing the 5 Disruptor. Are we saying Wurzag or Verzag? I feel like it's Verzag, but I also sound like an idiot saying that, so...
Wurzag.
I'll go with Wurzag. We got Wurzag on the Pos 5 Disruptor. Lulu, what I believe will be a Pos 4 Hoodwink.
Yep.
Liability being a liability here and waiting till the last second apparently to pick up that Centaur Warrunner for his Pos 3. Seething going mid on the Necro and EA Nasir with a carry Morphling. Then coming up for Piper Goonsight, we've got Pos 5 Sedhep Witch Doctor, a Pos 4 Time Twister Tiny, coming in Pos 3 Marzipan Crumb, the unknown, the unseen. Well, by most people anyway, on the Tide Hunter, although he has played a lot of Dota with people recently. So, DuckT going mid on that Dazzle, I'm confident to say, and Vidi on the Monkey King. Although, what would you say for swapping the Monkey King and the Dazzle around? Do you think they could do a mid Monkey King? 'Cause that's
You do not
supposed to
want
be
to
good, isn't
play.
it?
You do not want to play a Monkey King into a Necro. That is an absolutely abhorrent lane.
Okay,
that
fair
you
enough.
Just lose way too much.
Downhill with the matchup then.
Yeah.
What
You
happened to
need to
Monkey
play
King
this one.
support? That was a thing for a while, wasn't it?
They nerfed it. They nerfed the W range a lot, and you could basically they had that facet where you could just jump around as much as you want on the W, and then you could basically just play a Spirit Break and Monkey King where you're just everywhere on the map destroying couriers. Like it was a mixture of Spirit Break and Bounty Hunter where he's just annoying killing your couriers, and also everywhere on the map to help with the team fight. But they nerfed that a bit by, I think, reducing the range on Tree Dance, so you're not as quick.
And here is the real hell of this evening. We checked the chat. Crumb's favorite ever voice line, which honestly tilts me every time I hear it, whether I'm on his team, against him, or apparently casting. It is just the most infuriating voice line in Dota, I think.
It is very annoying.
But in the main exciting news, if we check out the top right, we've got a logo.
We do.
Yeah, I worked moderately hard on it, or somewhat hard. Okay, I didn't work hard. I worked. I was confused that Vidicus had brought his courier up, but he hasn't. It is just him as a courier.
Yeah.
So what do we got? Nasir going down. Oh, sorry, that's my start menu. May run into Crumb.
Lots of sticks that I see. I kind of like it, but there's not that many spells being cast. Yeah, the start on the Morphling with a magic wand, like it against a Tide. He's just going to press E whenever he wants to kill a creep, so...
Or he should. Whether he will or not remains to be seen. I think there's maybe a decent amount of spell spam out. You know, if you're playing into a Dazzle mid, you might get it. If you're... as you say, that Tide, maybe the Witch Doctor. Are we going to see some combat early on? Going in for this first rune.
If he goes for a glimpse here, level 1. Okay, Rosek could have skilled the glimpse there, but he didn't.
Yeah, everyone's just going to waddle away. Nobody wants to fight quite yet.
We have a 3-1 rune set up for the dice, so they won that one out. Throwing that to Tiny walking around and getting another rune.
Deary me. Deary me.
So, the interesting...
It's DuckT carry.
They did send the Monkey King mid.
Interesting.
So, I mean, Vidi is a decent player, so he might know what to do here, but... And seeing as Seething is now getting the full stack, Seething F definitely doesn't know what to do against a Monkey King.
So what's the bad thing about this Monkey King mid into the Necro? Is it just that Ghost
Shroud? As soon as Necro hits level 3, he just can't lane. You can't trade with him because he heals more than you do. He does a shit ton of damage to Q because you'd have no strength. So his Q at level 3 does 160 damage, you have 600 HP. He presses that spell 5 times, you're dead.
Okay.
And you only heal by getting those stacks, which he can counter with Ghost Shroud. So
all in all, bad news.
Yeah, it's just a melee hero that doesn't have any kind of sustain into a Necro is always bad.
There's a lot of damage coming back and forth in the bot lane. I was going to say the Morphling's looking low, but then he's...
it is a Morphling.
He's very much into edgy, isn't he? So
yeah, I think the bottom lane will be very uninteresting. Maybe we get some kills from a good glimpse from Berzak, but we see the typical Disruptor problem here, where he just... spends all his mana on level 1 Q, which does a whopping 100 damage for 125 mana, which is absolute garbage.
Quite a tanky pair for them to be up against, and then going the other way, they're just going to struggle to catch the Morphling.
Yeah, the interesting lane will be the top lane, because that's where we're going to see some Maledict plays, some Poison Touch plays.
I definitely think we see some kills up here. Poison Touch is horrendous these days, I mean...
Oh, we got to get Glimpse. Time Twister dive the tower and it's getting...
There he goes.
Back into it.
First blood going the way of Wurzag and Nasir. I think he died to the tower there, didn't he?
Yeah, he basically he tossed the Morphling out, tried to toss the Morphling onto Tiny, which he managed, but Morphling was on the tower, and just healed up with a wand, and then he just tried to walk away, got glimpsed, and was back on the tower and died.
Fair play.
Just don't try to kill Morphling unless you're absolutely sure he's already full strength.
Oh, Morphling's always a nightmare to kill. Can't stand the guy.
Yeah, he's very annoying.
I mean, last hit-wise, Necro doing pretty well mid. The Monkey King starting to struggle a little bit. And on the back of that, DuckT doing well up top. Only 6 last hits on Centaur. I think that could be due to some sort of just maybe personal issues last hitting more than... I think somewhat there's a good amount of pressure here. I think Lulu's been taking a brunt of that on the Hoodwink as he tries to harass back, but...
Yeah, theoretically, if you look mid, Seething can just dive here if he wants to. He's got a bottle on Necro. I don't like that. But theoretically, he could just walk up and kill Vidicus here. Yeah, unless one of the support rotates.
He's definitely going to have rune control here, looking at how much the Monkey King's struggling.
Yeah.
I will say, I think they wanted this. I would think they wanted this Dazzle pickup. Definitely with the ban that they went with first on the Spirit Breaker. I maybe should have seen it coming.
Yeah, probably.
Nasir really struggling for last hitting though. I know you're saying about there's no point trying to kill him, but they're managing to keep him at bay quite well. Meanwhile, 15-9 on the Tidehunter. And the Glimpse. I mean, decent damage, but it's a Tidehunter. Oh, and he's in! And one more right click, and Tidehunter's going to fall. Up in the top lane, maybe just a little bit too much far push up for the Radiant side there.
Interesting to see that the bot
Maledict,
lane is it's the exciting lane instead of the top lane.
I mean, interesting, or you're just full of shit, Sylar. Maybe you just don't know
True.
your stuff.
True. I think this has twice just been an overcommitment onto a Morphling that... Oh, no, he got glimpsed back to base on Marsum Crumb.
I was going to say earlier, how many times do you think we're going to see that happen?
I would have said, like, one... It always happens once.
Yeah.
You always forget once. And then...
Decent.
Yeah, we see
coming under Lulu there.
the mid matchup coming down. He has to walk back to base by a raindrop.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
But he's last hitting well. Like, Seething is not playing this correctly. He could be playing way more aggressively. And he's giving Vinicus the stacks at unopportune times.
Yeah, I mean,
So he shouldn't give him the stacks, but he's probably going to give it to him again.
Because he's coming for the hit. There it is.
Yep. Like, if you don't give him the stacks there, you can kill him in the next creep wave.
Yeah, I think also
if
he's not actually going to kill him, then maybe needs to be putting some pressure on him under the tower. Otherwise, he's just going to last it under the tower every time, isn't he? I mean, so far, though, not a lot going on in the other lanes. Obviously, a couple of kills down bot, but...
I mean, it's very, very passive heroes in lane were picked. I think the only hero that's really aggressive is the Dazzle and the Witch Doctor.
Oh,
which
no,
is why
Time Twister starting to take a lot of damage here. Glimpse back,
Lordy.
and I think that's going to be securing the kill. Securing the kill for Wurzag. Kill steal,
Let's
kill
go.
secure. You pick the lingo, but
he
all saw
doesn't
what
die
happened.
without him, so it's not a steal. Like if he's not there, it's not a steal. He doesn't die, so it's not a steal.
Well, there we go. The authority has spoken. Or at least someone who's more of an authority than myself at this in Dota.
Oh, we see Set Help coming in to steal the rune.
Oh, he
Seething's
does
not gonna
steal.
be-
I thought he was about to leave it. He is just going to back away,
Yeah.
though. He doesn't want to go one-on-one with Seething.
I would have expected Seething to just go full Madman there and just run after him and kill him. Which you could have definitely done. Like, if you steal a mid rune and you're in vision, normally they just run you down.
Yeah, he's not
But-
super fast yet. And he doesn't have Ghost Shroud for any extra speed, so he might have struggled to catch him.
Sure.
And also maybe just playing it safe. He knows his lane's going fairly okay. Although, actually, maybe it's not. More last hits on
we
Monkey King
we see
coming.
a Wisdom Rune play from Set Help. I like it. He's been spotted by the creeps. He went a bit too early.
They
And
are busy, though.
because
just
he's been
playing-
spotted by the creeps, he's just walking away. He thinks, oh no, I can't get this Wisdom Rune anymore. And
He's come
walks
back
away.
instead. I mean,
Even
a
though
bit of
he
a
could have
shame. But
definitely secured that.
commendable attempt, let's say.
No. If he went for it and died, that would have been commendable. But he pussied out. He just left.
Terrible, terrible.
That's like, he's just wasted time and got.
Meanwhile,
took
on the
some
other
unnecessary
side, nobody's even going for the Wisdom Rune.
Oh, we have a Poison Touch Maledict here. Oh yeah, that's a dead Centaur.
He's
Or
gotta be
maybe
dead.
with the TP away.
Nah, he's dead.
No, barely not. Barely not.
I'm surprised. Is that what level's that Maledict? It can't be high.
It's only level. It's
level
only
2. Okay, I
think.
thought maybe level 1. Yeah, I really thought they had him. I mean, I really think they need to, if they want to get kills, they need to be putting more pressure on Lulu rather than the Centaur. The Centaur's always going to be difficult to kill.
Tiny dying bot again.
Time possibly
He's
in trouble again.
Way
Does
too
toss
far up all
up.
the time.
Nasir very much in the agi though, so he's got strength to spare if he wants it.
Oh no, they're gonna
Wurzag
get
coming
baited in here. They're gonna get
Glimpse
baited in.
cooldown in
Oh no.
2. Out comes the stun. We've lost Nasir.
Yeah,
Wurzag
he's
now
just
just
died.
trying to get a kill to get some value. Nope, he's decided he's going to run. Is he going to make it? He will have
Oh,
the
tiny, if the tiny goes
Thunderstrike
in
for
and
the slow.
tosses the tide on the disruptor, that'd be huge.
Nope. Tosses the disruptor up in the air instead. There's the slow coming out. It is going to keep hitting both of them because time's not going to back off. Where's that going to make it under his tower?
He lived.
I mean, terrible that they lost Nasir though still. So, you know.
Yeah, he
This is
full agi
unfortunate.
morphed and just got gushed to
Yeah.
death.
DD
classic.
mid on the Monkey King is just going to see the Necro out of lane. I mean, this matchup has gone a lot better for Vinicus than we originally thought.
The Seething has not played this correctly. He's also not got a single stack on his ult yet, even though he's had it for a while.
I mean, just looking at the last hits, I mean, Duck doing excellently. Arguably, you know, almost not a free lane, but they've definitely not been feeling the pressure, let's say that. Item-wise, what's he got? He's got some mana boots straight for the Ags. This is the standard Dazzle carry build, if you can say it's standard and Dazzle carry in the same sentence.
I mean, it's a Dazzle build that just dies if you go on him and kills you if you don't.
I mean,
we'll see if they are able to do that.
The center ult could be really useful for that, just so that they can get on top of him and try and close him down, because he wants to sit at the back of the fights, and he wants to lay down his damage by just healing his teammates.
comes into trouble here. He could be getting glimpsed back under tower and then taking a lot of damage.
He is coming back under tower, but they don't have any follow-up.
is not interested. He's just.
I think Nazir's died once. He's not having a good lane. He's very low on last hits. You know, he just wants to be left alone. He doesn't want these kills unless it's an absolute guarantee.
Oh, Necro coming in. He wants to kill.
Yeah. In comes Seething. Mother Pancram a little too far away, so I don't think he's going to... Is he going to go for the ult? Out comes the ult. And it's enough to fall. Monkey King coming in the background, though, as a tree. Time Twister's going to TP out. Nope, stun comes out. That's cancelled. Just taking damage. Does he swipe up that Lotus at the last second?
Yeah.
He is going to fall, though. There's way too much damage there, and he's too
slow. It was
slow.
really good that he channeled it. He shouldn't have eaten it because he's always dead there.
He's already dead, yeah. Monkey King just waddling his way back to mid. Not a kill for him.
And as Thompson has correctly spotted, the Centaur has a Radiance queued up. I don't believe he should buy one, but he's got the items going towards the Vanguard. But
he also really shouldn't buy one yet, because his mid should buy one.
Yeah.
Not just because it's a questionable item on the Centaur himself. I mean, especially this game, I feel. I don't really know what work that's doing.
I mean, it's really good against Monkey King and Dazzle, but it's not an item you want on Centaur because it doesn't give you any strength and it doesn't give you any max HP and it doesn't give you any regen.
Yeah.
Which are all the things that Centaur wants.
Well, he just wants strength, really. That gives him everything else, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Going in on Wurzag here. Stun is just going to reach. Glimpse comes out. Toss goes up, though, and that's going to finish him off, even if Crumb isn't going to be there to get it. What's he gone? He has gone Kraken Shell, and he has not got any Kraken Shell as of yet.
Oh, dive in here. He wants to ravage him.
He's really in, but I don't think they get this. Not only he needed to ravage a lot earlier if they were going to get this kill, I think.
I mean, the Monkey is coming in. If he ravages here,
there goes the ravage for the Monkey King. Still a lot of strength. He is going to fall, though, and that is going to see our first point of Kraken Shell go in the way of Crumb. Ping comes out. I think Vidi wants to push this tower down. Ping comes out again, saying, "You fuckers, you get back here right now. Don't be such a coward, and you take this tower down." It's gonna be the first tower to fall then there.
Oh, never mind. They could have killed the Dazzle there.
TP goes back mid so that Vidi can defend his tower. Out comes the Ghost Shroud. I mean, Vidica's very ballsy here. Oh, he's got the stacks now. Out comes the stun. I mean, that lifesteal really is a nuisance.
Yeah. So the raindrops are doing a lot of work. But I feel all of this comes down to the bottle buy.
Oh, pressure coming in onto the Dazzle. Lulu gets the stun out, but Vidica's coming in behind. Lulu now in trouble. Lulu going to try and escape. Center ult comes out. That could see them away. Vidica's really chasing, though. The mobility, the Monkey King really being shown off. Out comes the stun. Couple more hits. And Lulu falls despite his attempt to run into the trees. Although Time Twister's in on the... Said Hep's gonna fall as Liability runs back in. We're seeing to back him up. Wurzag's up here as well. We see the ult go down, but there's a Maledict down, and the Centaur's gonna fall to Vidica's, just smashing away on him. Seething now in trouble, I think. Ghost Shroud's on cooldown. Yeah, another 17 seconds left still. DuckT gonna finish him off. Nope, Vidica's with the triple. Great work from Time Twister there on the Tiny, I think.
Yeah, that was
some good tosses.
Really awkward because Vidica's were like, oh no. Look at Seething's build.
Down in the bottom, Nasir versus Crumb. Crumb has no mana. I think they both just walk away from this if they're smart.
No one dies here. Unless there's a rotation.
Yeah, they both walk away.
For some reason, Admiral Season has gone for a bottle on Necro, which you don't need because you get regen passively.
It's going Guardian Greaves.
And now it's going for Guardian Greaves, which you don't need because you get regen passively.
Yeah, I agree.
And there's no silence on the enemy team that can annoy you enough to get the purge. This is
The Greaves
horrible.
are...
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not happy. Please don't tell me they're going to pick up that Radiance. Nope, the Radiance is no longer queued. We do see the Vanguard on
just put a
liability
Vanguard,
and Blink Dagger being worked towards.
you should have definitely gone
Duck
a
grabbed
Blade
in the
Mail, but like Blade Mail would have been a better item, but Vanguard is okay.
DuckT, what, 250 gold off that Aghanim Scepter. That's gonna, I think that's their item they want to be able to fight, really. A little bit more just sort of jostling mid, but again, no one really going down here.
Alright. Seething's gonna pick up an Arcane Rune here. He needs to use his ult with this. He needs to find a kill with his ult. Otherwise, he's just gonna fall way too far behind and not do any damage anymore. He's decided to just randomly use it and then walk away from Vidicus.
Ult comes out for the dive. Top liabilities in, or
Dude,
was he
just
trying
kill
to
him.
escape? He's now maledicted. The chase still on. He's got to fall here, surely.
God,
Stun
Seething.
out, but he's gonna fall. Are they gonna chase for Lulu? Nope, they're just gonna back off on that one. However, mid gank coming in onto Seething. Ravage comes out. Vidicus is low. Vidicus gonna fall just to the damage over
Gets the
time.
kill
Time
and
Twister in,
there's the
gets the
mag.
stun. Tower damage coming down. Toss up, back down. Still stuck under tower, but regenning like a champ. Surely there's no way he makes it out of this. He's going to fall to Marzipan Crumb just before Wurzag can save him. Another stack in the Kraken shell pocket. And out comes the voice slide.
Yeah, true. Marzo and Camp did call GG there. I'm trying to voice line and
You see that? Oh, I see that before. Yeah, we will let that one slide.
he probably wanted to voice line.
They're
press the
just
wrong
they're
button
just
and
friendly
went.
games.
Yeah. No, but what happened there was he picked up an Arcane Rune on Seething, then he dived Monkey King and just ulted instead of pressing Q first or doing anything first,
Ah.
and died. He desperately needs to buy his shot. Like, it's the only reason Necrophos is good right now is his shot. The fact that
His
he hasn't bought
shot,
it yet.
yeah, Deathseeker.
Yeah, it's so good. Just insane. And
Liability is miles pushed up. Massively out of position.
you see some like ratting thing where he's difficult to kill currently.
He is, but they
Unless the
have
tiny
killed him
rotate.
multiple times. I
Yeah.
mean,
Dyer's mid tower won't last.
I mean, this is greedy, but I like it.
I'm not
Right?
sure
he
I
knows,
do.
He knows he can get out.
I
Unless
don't know if
like,
he
four
can.
people
I
rotate.
think we might see the complete opposite of that proven. Vidicus in on Seething. Time Twister in to help. Ghost Shroud out early. Out comes the stun. Wurzag in with the block and the silence. Seething not moving away fast enough. Don't know if he was blocked by the creeps, but he just decided that he didn't want to run there.
He's just
I think a much
so
needed
weak
kill
on
for
the
the Monkey King.
Necrophos. He needed so much more of that. We see the set help coming in with the try on the kill on Centaur. But yeah, this is what's always going to happen when you try and kill a Centaur. You're just going to walk away.
You know what? Fair play to him, but I do think this is because Sedhep went in on his own on him. If they'd had another player in there, or even a third.
Honestly, if Tiny's there, Centaur dies, but that pulls the Tiny away from killing your core, right?
Vidicus
killing
chasing
your-
down Lulu. We've seen him do it before, so I don't think Lulu's got a chance to escape on this one. Break comes out, and DuckT in just to finish it off. Why not, boost up his net worth just even more? I mean, nearly 9k net worth. And then the Monkey King taking off so well, and Crumb's had... I'm going to say it, one of the best games I've seen Crumb have. In under tower, though. Liability gets the stun off. Going to try and run away. DuckT's in there, though, to finish him off.
The tower, though, with his passive.
Hell of a dive, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Ballsy.
also the max retaliate and then max double edge, and then your Who Stomp's just way too weak and doesn't stun long.
Does Retaliate work on towers?
Yes,
I never knew that.
but very weakly. But it does.
Crumb, once again, the eternal battle between Crumb and Nasir. Lulu's coming in to help out, though. Nasir trying to get some damage off, but both of them are so tanky.
Might be able
Break
to kill
comes
him,
out,
yeah.
though. Break could be big. Nasir now low on mana and health.
Oh,
Crumb
no.
finishes him off because he can't morph the strength. What a ravage. The rest of his team now coming in to follow with a kill onto Lulu. And more money going the way of those very wealthy Dire Side heroes.
Are you telling me that Master McCrum actually knows what he's doing? What the hell?
I don't understand where this has come from. I mean, really nice guy, but this is gameplay I've not seen from the man.
Oh, like, well,
Stun
he doesn't
comes
have, oh, he does
out,
have ult, but he doesn't have
liability
the
just-
mana.
I mean,
With a
another
fusel
case
blade.
of wrong place, wrong time, but I mean,
Yeah.
not by accident. He's chosen to be there.
What is Time Twister doing?
The Radiant lost the top tower.
Oh, I'm just confused. So far it just looks like I have the better players. This might just be a one-game thing, but so far I'd say it's just an outclass on many lanes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the ability difference should be this much.
Oh. The morph dice so often.
I think there's maybe been some draft issues or some issues with, you know, just maybe not picking the best hero for the situation, or maybe it's just not the best hero for the player. But
they picked heroes that are really good in the meta, but they don't know how to play them. Like this Necro, guarding Grease Rush. This Morphling has died 6 times because of Agimorph.
Can we disable Marzipan's text, please?
He's called GG again.
This is his first time in any sort of in-house or tournament sort of situation, so we will let him off, but we will let him know. We will let him know after this game. I mean, just the chase coming down here. Sedhep glimpsed back, hits the acorn. He is going to go in Viz. Wurzag's too late to try and trap him, and he's going to waddle away down there. Ian Nasir possibly caught out Ben by Crumb. Lulu TPing in to try and help. Vidicus is in, though. Is he going to manage to run away? Out comes the stun. He's morphing strength like a maniac. And he is just going to waveform out of there.
But yeah, they need to group up as 5 here on Radiant.
Definitely, but liability in some attempt to get vision, going to get caught out by Duck, and I think Duck just chases him down here. Duck can just heal himself up and not care about the retaliate. Are we going to... No, ult's on cooldown, and liability falls in a solo kill to DuckT.
Slowly and pathetically
the
dying.
items. Who have we got blinks on? We got the blink on the liability, and we got blink on Duck and Tiny. Lulu coming in. They're looking to do something. Crumb is deep in enemy territory. He's got 4 players on him. Out comes the Ravage. Only hits 2. Break comes out. Time Twister coming in to try and help. Vidicus has left. Marzipan Crumb going to go down. And Time Twister nearly falls to Seething. And he is going to fall to Seething, but the scythe was too early.
I understand the impulse of saying, oh, we can get 2 kills here instead of 1. But missing the scythe stack is huge and a problem for you. You need that stack. Just secure the kill and you can still kill the Tiny afterwards. He's not that like he can't escape that well.
Yeah, I mean, he does have that blink, but he's not going to be able to get it off if you're close enough to him just to do that sort of AoE damage over time. Vidicus with a DD here. They are going to run in on him. I'm not sure. Okay, I was going to say I'm not sure they can kill him. They can't catch him. Liability now very pushed up. In comes Sedhep. No. Out comes the Maledict and the Monkey King ult, and Liability's going to fall. They're going to chase down the Seer. Vidi now on the other track. Wurzag nearly falls just to the queue, although Monkey King is tracked. Wurzag just going to run away. They're still sort of jostling to see if they want to go in again. I think Nasir might see some action soon. Nope. They've decided they're not going to bother.
We see Vidicus
No, they haven't. Blink comes in. There's the stun. Tosses Lulu up in the air instead of back towards his own team. Vidicus now diving in. Do these guys want to make a decision on what they're doing?
Yeah, like this is a really good performance from Vidi with the shard movement and the general velocity and the farming that he's doing. Some great plays from Monkey King.
Yeah, there is also a call from chat of where's this Vidi in my games, and we've already said that about Crumb. Like, have we just created some sort of Uber team here by accident? As they're going in, Sedhep's going to fall. Break comes out on a Time Twister. There's going to be a scythe stack for Seething. There's no doubt about that one. And running away is DuckT. I think he blinked out, and he is he's trotting away as fast as those little dazzle legs will carry him.
The fact that he's still 0 death is quite so impressive.
Yeah,
I feel like it speaks more towards the fact that Radiant has struggled to play the game.
I think it's difficult to know what to do against something like a dazzle carry. Yeah. Sometimes it pulls off really well, and sometimes it doesn't. I think just because if who you're against, as we said earlier, just runs it down, it really struggles. But if it's allowed to sit at the back and just sort of throw out heals and damage, it's insane.
It does. He's nearly dying to ancient, but he can instantly heal himself up.
And it is a DuckT speciality hero, so, or a speciality troll, should we say?
I feel like late game, if Seething ever buys a Radiance and gets like 4 more items, the Radiant has the better draft, but
DuckT coming in.
We
might see our
Vidicus
first. We're going to see our first 5-man, at least 5-man fight from the Dire side. Marsman Crumb in with the Ravage. Vidicus just taking out heroes left and right. Maledict goes down. Wasn't even needed though. Healing coming out from DuckT on the Dazzle, and they're going to try and run down Liability here. No ult to be had. It's already been used, and he's going to fall as well. Fortunately, Nasir not here. Nasir down trying to catch up somewhere, but it seems they're aware of where Wurzag's gone as the pings come out.
Yeah, they see him on the board.
But no, Wurzag's long gone, surely. Oh no, Viddy's using that Monkey
they
King
literally see
mobility.
them on the board. He's standing on the board.
Why is he stopped? Vidic is in to finish off what he started.
Standing on the board the entire time.
We hear a tee-hee-hee, and he just slides away as a tree.
Yep. Well, this is getting from bad to worse for Radiant.
Smoke's out, first smoke of the game, I think. They know in this series. They've seen him on the wave. I mean, unfortunately, a 14k gold lead, and I'm not sure how well they're going to come back from that. What items have we got on this Tiny? No, he's not going to hit.
Radiant's
still
coach
hits pretty hard.
has run away in shame.
Nasir attempts to waveform out. Vidicus on the pursuit. I think Tiny already used the stun. He did indeed. Stun comes out from the Monkey King. Just slapping away. There goes Maledict. Oh, Liability in for the save. He lands the stun, but Maledict is out. There come the Guardian Greaves. Time Twister now the one in trouble. Ult comes out on the Monkey King. Wukong's command is down in that circle. Wurzag's thrown down the storm. Seething now out. Maybe just a bit too far pushed up. Liability in the backlines. DuckT's going to see him. The Hex goes out. Damage coming. Another Maledict. Liability ults to run away. Maledict doing a lot of damage though. Oh, another poison touch and a blink from DuckT, and he's going to fall. Over here, Vidicus. Did he chase someone down? No, last kill was on Seething.
He tried to kill.
Yeah, attempting to take out some supports. He was confident his team had the rest handled.
Yeah, no one's getting on top of this Dazzle, and it's doing a lot of damage in these fights. But it's all Viddy. This game is just all Viddy. He's doing so well.
I mean, it's hard to get on top of the Dazzle if you've got a Tiny and a Monkey King just decimating you at the front.
Yep. It's also going Nullifier on Vidicus, meaning the Necrophos will feel safe in his Ghost Shot and just die. And
Duck's Courier is dead. I don't know when that happened, but he is not around. I mean, I don't know what Radiant really do to come back here. They just need farm on that Morphling, don't they?
They just need, like, every single hero needs the item that they were supposed to buy first.
I mean, the damage coming out from this Dazzle, we're going to see Liability fall again. Maybe not. There come the Guardian Greaves.
He's dead.
Viddy's in with Time Twister, though. We're going to see Wurzag fall. DuckT's going to finish off Liability. And once again, 2 dead for the side of Sitout. I mean, the pressure on the bottom tower, pressure on the mid tower.
Yeah.
Nasir's still just trying to catch up on farm, but he's 7k behind DuckT, or close enough.
You know the drill.
I mean, 4 casts of bad juju in that last fight.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... You need to get on top of Dazzle. He needs to be disabled, otherwise he will destroy you. He's one of the highest damage output heroes in the game with the build that's gone.
I mean, the cooldown's reduced on the Octarine's core, and then the extra 500 health he gets from it. Like, he can kind of just cast Bad Juju whenever he wants, and he doesn't even need to all that much.
He casts Shadow Wave every 3 seconds, and that is a very high damage spell. Or he can cast it every 2 seconds, actually. it's a bit insane. But like the hero has 2,400 HP and no BKB or anything of the sort, so this guy just dies instantly if you get on top of him. Sadly, the draft wasn't
to be
designed
fair,
to
is
do
the
that.
reason he refuses to play it into a Spirit Breaker or any sort of Blink hero, but they don't have the dive. The only issue they would have was the Morphling, and I think they went into this with confidence that it wouldn't be an issue until it wasn't an issue, if you catch my drift.
It also has to be said that theoretically, if Liability just presses Blade Mail, if he bought one, which he didn't. But if he had one, Dazzle would just kill himself. He would just die very quickly to like what he presses one E and suddenly he just has half his HP, and then he's like, oh, I can just heal this up by pressing another E and just dead.
So they're going to go for a Roche now. I think this does just bring us back to the builds, though, to a certain extent.
Yeah, it is solely the build. I think the draft for Raiden was relatively good. I don't like the support duo still. I feel like this Hoodwink sadly has done absolutely nothing in this game.
I agree the Hoodwink is struggling. I mean, there's been a couple of breaks, but there's no heroes that it's really a big value to break on, is there?
Yeah, it's Hoodwink is in a place where you kind of have to play it 4, and you have to play the really greedy 4, where you go Gleipnir, where you go Desolator, where you go Daedalus, and you just slap people around and actually do a shit ton of damage in these fights. But even that wouldn't be good in this one.
I mean, Hoodwink is working towards the Gleipnir, but
yeah,
it's the mobility on this Monkey King. I mean, Monkey King just chases you down across
just runs the
down, entire map, or hops them down more accurately.
So far, I agree with what you said. It's just the build.
They've really been faffing about waiting for this Roche here. Waiting for it for like 2 minutes. Oh.
Coming down.
Could they catch Crumb? I think they could, but they're a bit worried about where the rest of the team is. I mean, again, liability is just very deep. I know he wants to farm, but...
Oh, this is the right thing to do.
Oh, they've seen him.
Cut the waves. Try and pull the entire team up to the
side
of the map they don't want to play.
Yeah, it's level 19 Tidehunter against a level 12. Yeah. He's going to blink away. He kind of has the mobility, but he's... Oh no, he's running back to his team. My bad.
Yeah. It's basically like he's doing the right thing with playing like this, but he shouldn't ever be in this situation as a center. But in this situation, the right thing to do is pull them to the part of the map that they want to play the least, and that is the top lane behind their own tower.
They just
want to push
the
high ground. You put them there. Yeah, the Roche was just completely free. I guess the Monkey King takes it, but he doesn't. Like, both Monkey King and Dazzle don't die, but I still would have given it to the Dazzle in case he gets gone on.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. That would have been my thought, but I guess, you know, the Monkey King, if they're looking to go high ground, if your Monkey King dies and you don't have him when the fight's over, you're not doing too much to those towers. You want your Monkey King and you want your Tiny, really. The Dazzle's not a tower hitter. No siege abilities. TP's coming back to try and defend this tier 3, but only 2 TPs.
Yeah, we need liability back as well, and then maybe they can blow up.
There comes an attempt from Lulu, but no one caught in that. Where's that going to throw down the barrier?
That's a good
and
ult.
Out comes the static
this
storm.
Is where,
all from liability, just trying to get some repositioning. We see the Aegis pop. Witch Doctor's has fallen in the back. Dazzle finally falls. There was a toss from Time Twister who's got the shallow grave on him, so that the Dazzle couldn't save himself. And Vidicus finally goes down. Are they going to chase down for time? I mean, this was an entire fight without Tidehunter.
Yeah, Tide wasn't there. They went a bit too deep. Good punish from Wurtzak there with a really good ult to set up that fight.
I mean, it was a brilliant static storm in the kinetic field. Yeah. I've got this the right way around. I have indeed. Yeah,
that was just they got on the Dazzle, and suddenly the fight looks really good, right? The Necro and the Morph both got onto the Dazzle and just destroyed him.
They found the Tiny. Out comes the Acorn. We're gonna see the break hit him in a second. No, we're not. Oh, they found Crumb though. Break onto Crumb. That's actually pretty good. Gonna get rid of some armor. Liabilities in. The Sage just rocketing out damage now.
Suns anymore. Okay, this is where my theory I put out in the draft comes in when I was talking about DuckT. Theoretically, he's just seen, okay, I need a BKB, right? If I die, the fights are over.
Yeah.
He is still buying this Arcane Blink though, because of course you need an Arcane Blink on Dazzle.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you? You want to cast more spells.
But he needs a BKB and they're 3,500 gold. He's gonna buy this Mystic Staff and it's potentially game losing.
What does Arcane Blink do again?
It's just lower cooldown. It's just like 5-second cooldown.
Turbo 250 health, 100 mana.
Oh yeah, you heal a bit.
Teleport. Yeah. Yeah, no, I didn't know. I couldn't remember what it did in terms of its extra ability. But yeah, it's just health and mana. He doesn't need it. He really doesn't need it. Yeah, I'm totally with you.
And now he's also going. He's queuing up Pizza Travel. He will not buy this BKB, and it will be his downfall.
He won't buy the BKB because he knows, like we all do, it's BK boring.
But it's a good item. I mean, he could also just buy, like, he's a university, right? He's queued up the BKB now, so at least that. But as he's a universal hero, he could just also go for like some stats on like he could buy a Skadi, he could buy
I mean,
a Lincoln Sphere or something.
He's not hitting that much. The Lincolns I could see, but there's a lot of AoE, which I think you're right, the BKB is better for. He might buy it soon. So far, he's not had much issues. No one's really been killing him, so he feels like he doesn't need it. You know, they've been winning fights. As that starts to turn, his mindset might change.
Yeah. No, he's got a queue up now.
Oh, he's got it.
Satanic's also
He's changed his mind. Someone's talked to him. He's turned around. I guarantee, knowing DuckT, I'll tell you what's happened. He said to his team, I know I should buy BKB, but I don't want to, so I'm buying this instead. And then it's taken a few minutes, and they've convinced him to buy the BKB because they want to win the game.
No, I think my point was that he finishes Arcane Blink before buying BKB, so they're going to take this next fight without him having it, whereas he had basically 4k gold and decided to buy Arcane Blink with it. So if this next fight goes downhill, everything's to blame on DuckT for not buying him. For buying this Arcane Blink. Maybe they just execute a really good fight here with a good Ravage. He's popped on Massive and Crun.
Oh shit,
no, what a blink.
And out comes the ult. He's going to run away. Massive and Crun getting nothing. But they found DuckT. Out comes the Shallow Grave. The Seer BKBs. He's putting out damage. Vidica's going to run away so he can get off the Wukan's command. They're slapping away onto Seething. Going to Ghost Trap to try and get out. Out comes the Static Storm from... Out comes the ult from the Witch Doctor. Break out onto Marzipan Crumb once more. We've lost Seething. Direcide still in pursuit. They're going to find Nasir again. Nasir going to turn into the Monkey King, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to fall pretty quick to that damage that Vidica's is doing. Lulu trying to escape into the trees, going for the TP. DuckT blinked somewhere. He's blinked to attack, and they're following down. I can't keep up with the camera here. Lulu is going to escape. 2 heroes down. This is going to be their chance to push the high ground here.
I think this was a classic situation of not being used to playing against
Wurzak, what are you doing? They're in your base! Vidicus throws down the Q. Lulu actually does land the bushwhack. I don't want to say actually in a bad way. It was a very good bushwhack. But DuckT going to get that poison touch off and finish off Wurzak. Tower's going to fall. 2 Carties here. These racks don't stand a
Lulu
chance.
has to be careful. I can see DuckT blinking in and just killing him.
Are these lads on pipe just... are they adamant that they don't want to push as 5? This is the second high ground push where they've just been missing a hero.
I mean, he had to go back. The liability did a good job pushing up top wave, and they were hitting the top tower.
Oh, connection issues come out. Just by the way, to add to stream for context, all of my mods have like commands where they have a custom sound. Hence why we got the lovely Popey Po remix with the Shrek before. Just if anybody was confused about that. Thank you for that, James.
Yeah, that was in my opinion, a classic case of Azir thinking, "Oh, I'm a Morphling, and that's a Dazzle. I can just murder that in an instant and then get out." But that he didn't think in his mind. He didn't think about that this is a Dazzle core, and he has more.
We've got
HP
that Gleipnir out on Lulu now. Out comes the Bushwhack as well. I mean, they're trying to slow them down here for Seething coming back up in the Seer. No buyback on the Morphling.
They're only getting 1 lane of racks. This is kind of fine.
I'm kind of impressed they're only getting 1 lane, to be honest. Out comes the stun, trying to hold them here.
No Ravage. They have
Seething
no Ravage.
going. Yeah, Ravage down. Vidicus jumps in. Seething's in. BKB out on the Monkey King. Another Wukong's command coming out. Seething taking a lot of damage, but he's going to manage to get away on that Necro. Chase is on. Nasir's in. Waveform's down. DuckT taking a lot of damage. Out comes the Static Storm with the big silence. Marsman Crumb might fall. DuckT has made it out to the back. He's getting glimpsed back in. DuckT back in. Another Shallow Grave coming out. Only lost the tide so far. There's the Scythe, but the Grave's still up. But he's going to fall after. No stack for Seething, though. That is a big kill.
You know what would
Looking
help
for
against
more.
that glimpse?
A
Hint, hint.
BKB.
He's buying Lincolns against the fuck's sake.
I understand the Lincolns, but that Lincolns is going to get broken.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be a decent, but like Lincolns would have been good in that one situation. In that one tiny situation, it would have been good.
You know,
like he's still gonna get gone on by the Morphling and die.
To be fair to him, he died there because he got glimpsed. They are never going to manage to pop the Lincolns before glimpsing.
But
so
are they ever
going
gonna have that situation? Are they gonna have that exact situation happen again? Like he needed
never.
Lincolns
Every
in that
fight's
situation.
different, but you never know.
Yeah.
Oh, stun comes out. Who used him?
I
Time
believe Twister
nearly
with a Wind
kills
Waker.
a friend.
Time Twister with a Wind
Out
Waker.
comes the stun. Are they going to even the score here with another set of racks? DuckT does have buyback. He doesn't use it.
Ridicus has to be careful. He
Wukong's
doesn't have
command. Out
BKB.
comes the Shivas. They're going to lock Viddy
Ridicus
up on
is-
his high ground so he can't run away, but this might save them the racks. Crumb's coming out. He's going to have Ravage up.
Which again, yeah.
Liability just on the high ground. Liability, what are you doing? Please don't prove to be your namesake.
Yep, this is
Maledict's
very...
out, stun comes out, but there's the voodoo switcheroo, and he's gonna fall.
Yep. He's reliability.
He's reliable.
Reliability. You can always rely on him being a liability.
Reliably liable.
Got that. I mean, what is he doing up on that high ground after the monkey kick off?
I will say, if we look over at that net worth, that Morphling is making headway. This could be difficult
He's getting
for
he's
Pog.
getting very strong. Like, he's also gone the correct items.
I think
But
they can.
as
They
the only
can
one in
hold
his
here.
team, he's gone the correct items in this game. And if he
I mean,
finishes his
full
butterfly
Daedalus
before,
built.
yeah, could have gone Kanda, but I
Toss
feel like in
comes
this game-
out. No,
Ooh,
Wurzag's
Wurzag.
in. Poison touch coming out. Oh,
Can he get
just
the
a
ult off
little
before he
bit.
dies?
He might not die. He might make it out here. Buyback on Liability. He's going to go in. Ravage comes out. Liability is in deep. We're looking for Nasir to get some damage out, though. He's hexed. Out comes Wukong's command again. There's a Witch Doctor ult in there as well. Seething's going to fall. Ghost Shroud can't save him. Nasir's in the backlines, but he's going to get caught out. He's going to Manta. The BKB's fallen. Switcheroo putting out the damage as well. Tossed up with a Maledict, and that's going to be the end of Nasir. But it's not the end of Nasir because he's out with the buyback. I mean, Lulu in the backline's just trying to hold on, but I don't think they can do anything.
This Hoodwink is so sad at this point. There's just no damage.
Yeah, no
Bushwhack
damage.
just
There's a
gets
lot of
cancelled
BKBs.
instantly.
They can't do much with the Bushwhack. Other than this is about the most we've seen from the Bushwhack is the slows.
That was very sad. Nazir died, tried to kill the Witch Doctor in his ult, and Witch just pressed Glimmer Cape and survived because
Yeah,
no
I
one
mean,
had any
Witch
dust.
Doctor is a fairly slippery hero once he buys a Glimmer Cape and an Axe Shard. Nasir trying to do what he can, but I think they might get megged here. Time Twister blinks in, stun out onto Nasir. Nasir also going to get tossed. He still has waveform active. The silence comes out from Wurzag. He's going to waveform away. He's strengthening as fast as he can. DuckT, though, with the Hex and the Poison Touch, he's throwing out as much damage as he can. The rest of the team's going to chase in. The supports on Radiant doing everything they can to get their carry to safety, but it's not enough as time comes in to finish him off with a stun and a toss.
They should call it here.
Meanwhile, Vidicus takes down the rest. Glimpse comes out to get Marzipan Crumb back. Seething gets in. He's finally got that shard. Scythe comes
Wind
out.
Waker counter.
Wind Waker up from Time Twister. Wukong's command out. Ghost Shroud and BKB at the same time from Seething. Maybe not the... Yeah, it was Ghost Shroud. He's taking a lot of damage, though. Liability in once more, just trying to take the aggro, which he successfully does, but the aggro's too much for him to survive.
GG is called.
There's the GG. Oh, my God. What a game one. A 26k lead.
This was the valiant attempt on of a comeback on the Radiant side, but in the end,
really
the
rooting
laning
for that
stage was
comeback.
too bad for them.
Yeah. I think the laning stage, I think you said a lot of times about the items.
Yeah. Like Nazir tried, but this was truly like a it felt like a 2v5 with just Wurzag and Nazir playing it. The rest of the team was basically a liability. And also one liability in there. They didn't really have anything going for them.
Reasonably, that's where at 10 minutes it really takes off for DuckT. And it never slows down. We didn't really look at the graphs during the game, but player net worth. Yeah, Dazzle just at the top of that all the way through. I mean, that's just that's just DuckT's Dazzle carry, I suppose. What more is there really to say about that?
It's DuckT carry, a Dazzle carry into a team that doesn't know how to deal with it. I think that's an important part of it. Is don't think Dazzle carry is good because this worked in this game. They should have had the ability to jump upon him, and they did have it, but they just never did it. Like they just didn't know how to play against it. But if you have anyone that figures out that just go in him and he dies without being able to do damage, like this carry is very volatile to just lose a game by just dying.
By the way, chat, are we happy with this view where you get to see it up here, the draft, or do you want big draft?
Dyer's ban.
Did we get change of sides? Yes, Pog now on the Radiant. And
yep.
Who won the last game? Pog did, didn't they?
Pog did.
Sorry, I know it was like 5 minutes ago, but I have to check before I complete the prediction. We had a lot in Sitout there as well, so we got a big draft. Draft is a bit hard to see. Absolutely no worries. We will go big draft.
All right. We still see the same bands so far. Again, the
different order though. Different order.
Different order.
I think you've got to ban the Slark. He runs away on the Slark. I know we've talked about DuckT a lot, but carry players can have certain heroes where they're just very hard to shut down on, and I think it. I don't want to speak
playing above his rank when he's playing Slark, and he's already a decent rank.
I don't want to speak to it too highly, but like I think at this level, like there are certain heroes which are just a struggle to shut down, and Slark is one of them.
I think what's important to know now, I don't know if they knew beforehand, but Team Sitout now knows which person is playing which position, so maybe the bands could change between.
Yeah, I mean they can still mix that up. All teams are allowed to play wherever the hell they want. There's no lock in, but they have an idea of some heroes that they might play here. I am expecting to see, maybe like a Monkey King ban or a Dazzle ban or something, but nothing yet.
I think you could ban the exact same, and the only thing I want to see is a different supporter from Team Sitout. I don't want to see this two squishies that don't really do anything.
I hope
it's not picked up again.
I don't want to see the Morphling again.
The Morphling was fine. He died a few times, but I think if he played it again, it wouldn't happen as often.
And I think they could
got into it.
I think they could do with a different +3. I think if they're going to let this Dazzle slide again, and this Dazzle does show up again, they need to get on top of the Dazzle.
Yeah, what you do is a change in support to it.
Yeah.
By picking any hero that is good at running at people, like a Tusk, a Clockwork.
Or actually, if they just pick up anything on the mid with some more mobility, if they pick up a Void Spirit or a Queen of Pain or.
5 seconds.
It could also you could. There's a lot of things you can change up to make the Dazzle not good.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'd actually leave the Dazzle open and try to bait him into picking it again, and then just slapping him. But
they are gonna they are gonna either last pick or second last pick that. So
I'm kind of fine with that. Techies is the kind of magic burst that a Dazzle is at any point in the game. A Dazzle can die to a blast off into 3 bombs. Either tiny pick again.
Techies is always quite exciting to watch. Well, often quite exciting.
I like the Techies pick a lot. It can do a lot of damage, and honestly, if there's a Dazzle again, I can see him just walking through the jungle and dying to three bombs.
I actually think considering Techies' sort of shaky start in Dota, like when they first released the hero, and the work he's gone through, I think Techies now might be, in my mind, one of the best put together heroes. He's got 3 really good facets, and his abilities are all pretty.
He's pretty. I like
good.
The design that he has now. He's definitely much more fun to play against.
I think I'm mainly just impressed that there are so many. Oh, there we go. There's the Dazzle ban, and there's the Tide ban. We might see the Monkey King ban as well, I reckon. But yeah, I think considering there's so many heroes that only have 2 facets, and one of them always gets picked over the other. There's now the Techies is a hero with 3 facets, all of which get used because they all have their place.
Does the third have a place? I know
What you
the
count as the
stash thing.
third? I think Spoon
The
Stash is
thing
great.
It's probably the best facet in my view.
Yeah,
And you have the one where you get more
Blast Off's
damage. With
good.
Dyer's pick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the blaster. The blaster. And
The
then
blast off
I
facet
guess
is
if you
good.
play core techies and the range.
Yes,
more
exactly.
damage.
That's when the range. It's
no
the
one
range
plays
scales
Goonsight.
with the tech suite. But hey, I've
But
seen it. Maybe this will be
could
it.
work.
Who knows?
Maybe this is the
Maybe
first
this
pick.
is a seething mid techies.
All right, the Wind Ranger tiny
10
support duo.
seconds to go.
I don't like it.
It could be
because
Wind
they both do the
Ranger
same thing.
5
like
seconds.
mid, couldn't it?
No, I think everybody here is kind of used to the normal drafting style, and that only like teams with a coach or teams with like someone who has to actually like understands pro drafting and watches a bit of pro Dota will not pick the supports first, or like you will always pick either your 4, 5, or 3 in the first 3 picks
Are you
I don't
telling me that
think-
I'm a pro drafter?
because you haven't done that. Maybe have you ever watched
Go
Pro
back
Dota?
and check the GTR address. I watch Pro Dota for the casting. I don't really watch it to see what the players do.
I mean,
as you can
doing-
tell by
doing
how
the
well I
draft, like-
play Dota.
Yeah, but it's about the draft, right? If you're thinking about the cast, then you're also listening to the draft strategies,
Oh,
and
I
then
don't,
you
I
understand
don't
a
draft
bit.
well. The way we managed to do this in GTI was that half of Vesper's hero pool as a support was core heroes that we would just run as supports, and half of Duck's hero pool as a carry was supports we would run as cores. So we could kind of just pick stuff, and nobody had any clue what was going on.
Yeah. Just make them
Dawnbreaker coming
confused.
out. That's a pos 3. That's a liability Dawnbreaker.
I'm hoping
10
that this is a
seconds
pos
to
4
go.
Dawnbreaker, but it's
I'm
probably not.
confident that's a liability Dawnbreaker, but
Yeah, very likely.
no, have you seen Lulu play Dawnbreaker? I don't think so. I know
the
Mars
reason I don't-
Bankrumm's a Dawnbreaker fan.
they're digging into their sort of reserve time a lot too. And like so
Yeah,
far,
actually, yeah.
I don't like the support duo and Radiant because both heroes do the exact same thing, right? They both want to get on top of someone. I love that clockwork. Love the pick.
There
Everything
we go.
that he does is countered by this hero.
So
Just everything he does.
if you're watching this back seething, no matter how everything else goes, Sylar fucking loves the clockwork pick. So
I love
congrats
it.
on
I
that.
mean, I've recently been absolutely grinding rank games with Clockwork, and he just is so good. Even, like both of his facets are good. I've recently fallen in love with the hookup facet, which if you have the right team for it.
Yes, thank you. I played Clockwork months ago, used the hookup facet, and I got shit on for it, and I stood by it. I think it's excellent. I think it
did
has its
you-
place and can be brilliant.
Did you play it before the recent buff of it?
This was months ago. This was a while ago. I
So
will say
it was
I don't have a
before
good
the buffer.
relationship with Clockwork. I don't like Clockwork because I didn't like Clockwork in like 2016. So I just still don't like Clockwork.
I mean, he's got a lot of options on him, and he's really good at Wind Ranger. Magnus.
Ooh.
I like the Magnus pick. It's strong. And
So
it deals
that
with everything they
solidifies
have
that's gonna be times tiny 4 again, isn't it?
Yeah, the tiny Wind Rangers and supports for sure. It's gonna be I think a Wind Ranger 5. Even though I hate it, maybe it's a core Wind Ranger.
It could be a Wind Ranger mid. It could be
Yeah.
a. Can you still run
No,
Magnus mid? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, you definitely do. Like this Magnus is not a 3. This is a 1
Oh, right,
more
okay.
of a 2 Magnus.
One Magnus?
Magnus 3. Magnus 3 is completely out of fashion.
Ah.
Could still be, obviously. This is Goon Dota, but if you go for meta, it's mostly a 2 and can be played as a 1. Rarely seen it at 3.
Fair play. Fair. Bans, what do we have? So the Quat ban came out again, and then we saw the respect bans on the other side. Lich ban, Lifestealer ban. The Lifestealer, I think, is a common Nasir hero. I think he likes the Lifestealer.
Let's say this is a really good hero. Like, yeah, you see DuckT is banning like meta heroes and Spirit Breaker. He's banning the two of the strongest mid heroes on Quap and Lena, and two of the strongest, one of the strongest support hero, or the strongest support hero in the game with Lich.
Yeah.
Then he's banning a really strong carry on Lifestealer, and then he's banning Spirit Breaker like a fool.
If you're
but-
if you're ever playing a game against DuckT, right, and you want to
Yeah.
screw like if you know you've got a game come up against him and you want to screw up his draft, all you got to do, have your POS 3 or your POS 4 player on your team play just like even just 1 or 2 or a few more games of Spirit Breaker in the lead up, and that basically means they're gonna ban Spirit Breaker. The amount of arguments I had to have with DuckT about why I wasn't banning Spirit Breaker, and then just pray they didn't pick it.
Gunka, they
there
didn't ban
it
it this
is.
time.
Radiant's banned.
Ban the lifesteal instead.
Do you want to know what's really bad about this?
Gunka's garbage into
that's-
Magnus.
No, that's a support Wind Ranger and a support Tiny.
Oh, is it DuckT IO carry?
It's DuckT's new IO carry that he's seen, so I think this is gonna. This might be IO
got it.
mid
10
actually, which
seconds
would
to
make
go.
it Magnus 1 or 3.
No,
I know. I know you
it's
said the
gotta be-
Magnus wasn't good.
It's got to
It
be
could
really
be
mid
IO
on
carry,
Magnus, right?
actually.
Or
It could be
is
IO
it
carry.
IO?
Radiant's banned.
He saw
could
a
be.
pro player play an IO. Oh no, he saw a numbered immortal player, I think, play an IO core, and then he decided he wanted to play it. But I haven't seen it yet. So, and then obviously, yes, that's got to be the Seething mid Kunker because we've already got the Dawnbreaker. Otherwise,
for
I
sure.
would say that they might play it offlane.
Dyer's banned.
Yeah, it's very obvious where everybody's going. Like the Dyer's on Radiant, it's kind of difficult to tell, but on Dyer, you know exactly which position is which, right? It could still be a Clockwork 5 or Techies 4 and a Techies 4, or like those two could still switch, but
Dyer's pick.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I think the
general-
Clockwork generally runs better in the 4, doesn't it?
But just picking an IO into a Clockwork is
So-
absolute madness.
Ursa and Spectre bands coming out from Pog. They
Yeah.
know that the other team needs a carry, so getting rid of those. And then I think we're still banning out mids on Sitout.
I think so, yeah. I think
But I would agree that I think they should maybe be banning offlaners. I think they're probably confused. They probably think that's maybe
5 seconds.
a tiny 1 and a Magnus 3 or something like that, and it's an IO support.
Radiant's pick.
Loving.
Although, actually, does this mean it's a Set Hep Wind Ranger? This maybe isn't something I've seen before.
It could
Or
be
it
a
could
Wind
be a
Ranger
Set Hep
1 is what
IO,
I'm
actually.
thinking. What I'm thinking is it's Wind Ranger 1 is the one possibility where they don't pick a core here, a 1.
Yeah.
Um,
It could be a Set Hep IO, I will say that. I don't think it's likely, but it could be. Nope,
think
there's the
Em's
mid.
Pick some of these folks.
Or
it's
that,
a Magnus 3. Ooh.
yeah. Yeah, it is. There's the Marzipan Crumb Magnus, which I would be worried about. However, we did just see a very good game from Marzipan Crumb, so I think he's been holding out on us here. So what have we got? We've got Time Twister back on the Tiny 4, Said Het playing a Pos 5 Wind Ranger, Marzipan Crumb in the offlane on Magnus, DuckT bringing out the core, carry IO, I reckon it's Pos 1, could be Pos 2, but I reckon Pos 1, especially because Vidica's bringing in the Ember Spirit, which he's got to be going in the mid lane. And for Team Sitter, we've got Lulu playing the Pos 4 Techies, yet to pick it, but that's going to be the liability on the Dawnbreaker. Wurzag on the Pos 5 Clockwork, actually, that probably
10
suggests.
seconds to
Yeah.
go.
Seething bringing it mid with his speciality hero, Kunker, and EA Nasir on the carry Gyro. I like carry Gyro.
He's pretty strong. He's gone. He's,
I have a soft spot for Gyro, I think.
He's gonna I don't mind him at all. He's gonna perform well against the Magnus under the Tiny lane. I think the lane has incredible kill potential with Clockwork up Gyro. So I really like the draft so far. The only thing I don't like is the Dawnbreaker because I really don't like Dawnbreaker 3 right now. It's overplayed and just loses every single game. Unless everybody else is just stomping the lane.
The predictions
I've never seen
are
a
up.
Dawnbreaker carry.
Predictions are up. Let us know what you think. I'm gonna put. Oh, who do I wanna?
I'm gonna say it. The Radiant draft is absolute dog. Like it is
You
so
reckon?
bad. Like the two supports.
We're looking at a carry IO here. I think that's acceptable to say.
The two supports do the exact same thing. They both want to get on top of one of the heroes and blow them up. There's no hero in the enemy team that they can do that to because of the Clockwork pick, and the Techies is quite hard to kill as well. So the both two supports should be kind of useless. The IO carry, I'm completely unconvinced, but I guess potentially. Ridicus Member, I think that's the only good pick. I don't like Magnus 3, so for me, Dyer has won this draft hard. It's now just can they actually convert it? Obviously, everything can work.
Can they convert it? Mozban Crumb very aggressive here, straight up onto the Seer on the Gyro. Out comes the. Oh my god, the Techies jump, and we're gonna see him fall. First blood going to the carry. To the carry go the spoils.
Yeah.
Rocket Burrows, that's what's that called. My bad on that one.
Yeah, we saw the Magnus is already skilled for Q while walking up high ground. If he had skilled skewer, he could have maybe gotten that.
Yeah, I think this is Because this is
Classic.
something I learned not all that long ago, but reasonably long ago, of just holding your ability until you need it, or at least until you're in lane.
Clockwork's
there's-
gone with the expanded amateur. Amateur power cooks have a wider range facet.
And away
I like
we
it.
go.
It's really good against melee heroes, and he has two melee heroes against him.
Runes, I think.
Oh, Vinny needs to be careful here. This is a lot of
The
damage going at
Lulu
him.
looking low, but Time Twister's still on. Vidicus running
Yeah.
away. Time Twister now in trouble. I don't think they're going to pick anyone up. Everybody's sort of walking
No.
away fine from that one. Hep took a little
Honestly,
bit of damage from liability,
If
but
Seething hadn't, for some reason, skilled Tightbringer level 1, but had gone for the Torrent, they could have got like 3 kills.
yeah, I agree. Where was Seething and all that? Was he over there? Yeah,
He was there, but he has Tightbringer, so he just does
I think
nothing. He's
possibly if
just
he saw the
immediately above.
opportunity to get a couple of kills,
Yeah.
or just maybe thinking that he
Yeah.
definitely wants it in lane, but
Yeah, it's good against Edinburgh. I'm
so
not aware of the matchup, but I think it's just a draw. I think both of these heroes don't really do damage to
Ooh,
each other.
Hep already looking low. Liability putting in some work on that one. Right, so as none of us, I think, are going to know what the hell's going on in the mind of DuckT here, and
Yeah.
since you're the resident immortal for the Sunday games, what do you think is how is this going to work on the? Sorry, I've just jumped away from a fight. I thought there was something going on where we'd see Lulu getting very low from the IO spirits. One right click and he's going to go down. IO looking rough though. Liability too. Is Hep going to come in and save his carry?
Yeah, that was a
Liability
good
to walk
shackle.
away.
Really
Right.
good shackle.
What's going on here? What's going to be happening with this IO? What's going to
So
make this work?
It's the same thing as in TI 8, I believe, where OG won with the carry IO a few times. He's gonna rush an axe,
Yeah.
and then the spirits do a shit ton of damage and spawn constantly around you.
Okay.
But this was something that OG Anna did a lot in one of the TIs, and because he did a lot and won the TI with it, it got nerfed to the ground, and it's really bad. It just doesn't do any damage after past minute 20. It doesn't really do damage anymore. So after that, he kind of, I guess the combo is you try and get level 25, link up with your Wind Ranger. Your Wind Ranger starts firing at someone, and you just follow up with all
Yeah.
the shots that the Wind Ranger does. But
Yeah, because does IO
I
still have
don't
that
see it
talent
working.
where they nerfed that as well? Attack tethered allies
Yeah.
target now only does 75% damage.
yeah,
That used to be a really good one with the gyro because when the gyro uses his E with the what the fuck's it called? The flat cannon, he
It's a
could
kill top
the
as
IO
well.
would attack all those targets as well. And we're gonna see the tiny fall. I mean, this gyro clock lane is able to be very aggressive here.
it is so strong. Like
And,
I've been playing the Clock 5 as well, and it's just you're so tanky, it's so annoying, and you always have kill potential.
Yeah.
Even
off
solo
lane-
kill potential.
The offlane for Pog here is nowhere near as sort of survivable as it was last game.
For sure. Yeah, so far the IO not really looking good for last hits, which is also one of the parts of IO, right? Early on, he's got 61 base damage. That's not a lot enough to like last hit on things. It's like he struggles in lane to get last
He's gone
hit.
really into stats as well, like not picking up a fairy fire or anything just to try and help him out. I guess just accepting that your last hitting potential is awful, just you're not going to make that any better. Yeah, there was not a period of time where you'd play a carry IO and you'd get Helm of the Dominator and then tether to a creep to farm.
That was once a thing, but they changed that to by nerfing Helm of the Dominator. But that was when Helm of the
Right.
Dominator was just a bit broken.
Oh, in the mid lane, Seething attempting to do something. A lot of damage coming out onto Vidicus. Empty bottle waiting on that next rune.
Yeah,
Who's going to have competition for it?
This lane is just a draw where they kind of both bully each other out and poke, but they can always just go back and like both of them have a way of TPing to base, refilling their bottle and just
Oh,
leaving.
Crumb trapped this time. Gonna fall to Wurzag. Actually, falls to Nasir, sorry. Really thought Wurzag was gonna get that kill.
He's having a lot of fun up top. He's got his
Yes.
he's got it. Oh, I don't like the Falcon Blade, but it's okay.
Maybe Wurzag will be the player to make me like Clockwork. Who knows?
Honestly, if I'm coaching you in ranked games, you're picking Clockwork, my friend.
Right, I think we should maybe try the Clockwork out, not in ranked first. Out comes the shackle. Liability. He misses the arrow from said Hep. DuckT very low, but still looking to try and just get a little bit of damage out?
Yeah,
No.
but Dawnbreaker is struggling to get
Top
this
lane
issue,
though,
but it's-
time this time
Oh,
trapped in
no.
the cogs. Out comes the
Let's
toss,
go.
but not really doing anything. Marsman Crumb trying to come behind, do some damage to Nasir. Time running away very low. Blood Grenade comes out from Wurzag's going to finish him off, and Crumb going to try and make the run now as he sees Wurzag coming back over to help his core. But in the bot lane, we've seen a dive from Liability onto said Hep. Where
Lulu
is
blew up
Io fell.
DuckT with the Oh, Ember's coming in though. Oh no, you
Io's
need to
coming back
run
in.
now.
Ember running down. This is an early
They'll get the Wind
rotation.
Ranger.
Said Hep's going to fall, but coming out onto the techies, Lulu's going to fall.
You need TP
Vinicus
out
now
now.
disarmed,
TP
but he's
out
going to
now.
run. Out comes the TP. Any way to stop it? None at all. And he's safe.
Radiant's mid tower. gives a hand.
I mean, top lane's going well, so I don't want to criticize it too much, but I feel like he should have gone 2-1-1 instead of 2-0-2. I think
this
if you
on
get him a
the-
homing missile, you get even more on Gyro. Yeah.
On Gyro, okay.
If you get the homing missile, your kill potential rises even more, and just basically this Magnus can no longer play his lane. He's already struggling in his lane and dying a lot, but you could completely shut him out
Yeah.
by getting the homing missile.
Although with time rotating on that Tiny and Crumb just being left on his own, I mean, as soon as he's used Skewer, which he's just used, that's 20 seconds where he's got no escape. So if he just pushes up a little too far, which he might, where's that coming in? Cogs
Hey,
go
this is the
down.
fun
No
thing.
backup from Nasir, though. Although Crumb taking a lot of damage
but he
regardless.
just
Struggling to get out
does
of
the
the
damage
Nasir
himself.
finally decides to come in.
Uh,
No stun. Right, yeah, I see what you're saying.
if he has homing missile there,
He
he's
dies.
dead.
Because he could drop that homing missile from the wave, so
Yeah.
he wouldn't really have to leave the last hitting. DD on Seething here.
Yeah.
Just
Uncrus is
coming
there.
in,
Oh,
taking a lot of damage though. I mean, last hit wise, Seething's now caught up. I mean, he's ahead, but only a little bit. I think when Vinicus left lane to go and gank, Duck's struggling immensely, especially compared to Gyrocopter. But if we're talking about last hit potential there and just early right click damage and ability to
Oh
secure
no,
that.
Liability, don't do this. I'm gonna stand there for 20 seconds to wait for the stack and then
Oh,
this is not what you do at the 3.
he will secure the.
The wisdom room.
The
with it.
wisdom
it's,
as
it's
well,
okay to
but-
do, but it should be the other person doing that. Lulu should be doing this.
Yes.
Not
Taking hits.
the other way around. And then he's still gonna have to go back and bait.
Out comes the X. Will we see him go up? We didn't see the torrent,
We see
but
top
slight
Tom
mistime on the
Twister
snipe.
is dead. We see the cooldown calling in with the second cooldown, the secondary strike. Fasted. That spell does way too much damage and pretty strong. Yeah, this gyro pick is looking really strong. Like in general, this lane.
I think this is an Nasir hero as well. I think he really enjoys the gyro.
Really well.
I think
Yeah, we
Gyro's a lot of
see-
fun, and also Gyro's one of the less obnoxious heroes to listen to the voice lines of.
He's really annoying though.
You think?
Get off my
I love him.
lawn! I mean, it's funny.
Gyrocopter.
It's fun, but it's kind of annoying.
He has something about the skies, doesn't he? Like
He's basically the same as Snap.
down in the bot lane, said tethered to, but looking very low. The rotation from Wurzag down here. DuckT trying to save his support. Time Twister coming in behind. Will we see a kill for the Io? Has he got Spirits ready to go? Spirits coming up in 3. He's got tether again. Stun comes out, and he's going to tether back out
Oh,
onto
it's
said
not
Hep. They're now going to pursue Liability. Spirits coming in, doing some damage
Oh,
on
here
slow.
comes the Seething.
Seething comes in. Big ship, big torrent.
Huge.
We're going to see said Hep
Great rotation.
and Duck go down, and Time without a leg to stand on. No support there. Vinicus maybe thinks he can clean up. He's going to come in.
But
There's a huge sleight of fist in the chains, but he's going to head straight back to mid. He doesn't want to take any chances.
If he stays around, if he sticks
Oh.
around, Clockwork kills him.
Liability, throwing back the BM from last game. Last hit wise, though, this Gyro's storming ahead. Bot lane, DuckT, TP's back in, Liability low, but I mean, 3 heroes there? He hasn't gone as aggressive as I thought he was. He looked like he was running, floating straight out towards the enemy team.
Oh, he's not even going like. He's not even going boots on Io. He's just hoping
No,
for
he
the
just
Q
wants
to
next.
help.
I think he's assuming that he's going to have someone with him the whole time that he can tether to, or a creep at least. I mean, how fast are creeps? 344.
He's not going to be farming nearly as fast as his Gyros.
No,
Gyro's
there is
gonna
absolutely no
outmatch
chance.
him.
I'd say that the Radiant draft here is entirely based on getting kills. They need early fights. They're not going to keep up on farm.
You're fighting against Clockwork Techies. These two are gonna hit 6 soon, and then your fights are gonna get real difficult.
Yeah, I think I'm with you here that this dire draft is looking a lot stronger here. There's a lot of pressure on Vidicus to keep things going on the Ember Spirit, just to hold Radiant in the game.
Watching
I mean, Nasir, Falcon Blade, most of the way to Chrysalis. I always find sometimes the Falcon Blade can be a bit of a stall on the gyro, but
yeah,
that's probably just my bad farming, to be honest.
No, I don't like it that much as well. I feel like you can get much more value out of just for that 1,000 gold, just buying the whatever it's called, the 10 agility item. Just
the Blade of Electro.
Yeah, working towards either your Axe or a Yasha that you might.
Yeah, well, I'd be confident he's going to go Axe after he gets this Chrysalis.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really zoning Crumb out here, which is good. I mean, the longer they can slow down his blink, the better.
Yeah. Still don't like that it still doesn't have a point in homing missile, but at this point you've committed to the other 2 spells, I guess.
I think he's confident in his supports here, which I guess is fair enough.
Something in mid. Oh, no, he's just
in the bot lane, Liability taking a lot of damage, but DuckT's also very low again. No chance of catching Liability there.
Clockwork coming in. Is he 6? He's not 6 yet, but he's about to hit it.
Time Twister's just going to run into him, though.
Yep.
Clockwork chasing him down now.
Vidicus is here. Liability needs to run away now, otherwise he's dead. He heals himself up a bit.
Oh, Sid misses the arrow, but Vidicus in Sleight of Fist, and Liability is going to fall on that Dawnbreaker. I think we saw Seething change his mind.
Yeah.
Like a missing goal.
He could kill Vidicus.
He did just... Oh, out comes the ship. No mana now.
He didn't... just standing still.
Stun somewhere off to the side. Time trying to come in to help out. TP's coming in from Ozpan Crumb.
He's fine.
Torrent hits nothing. Wurzak now possibly in a little bit of danger.
Although
Vidicus feeling pretty ballsy.
To get your 6. Please go, just leech some experience off your mid lane. Get your 6.
Crumbs decided they were on the offense and really gone balls deep. Meanwhile, Gyro just left completely alone.
Yeah, you're not killing Clockwork here, and you might just die. Please press your Q, Wurzak. Wait, what? Don't run. This is so strong. This is level 6
I don't know what these guys are doing, because they're not really in a position to kill anyone.
You even have the Dawnbreaker ult. Like, the Dire can kill anyone they go on here.
Oh, you reckon? Oh, they can here.
Lulu comes
in.
They have the
Dawnbreaker
Dawnbreaker
tries to get the ult off. Dawnbreaker now coming in. A little too late.
Way too early. Like, he didn't have to use that at all.
Well, late or early, but there was no one there for him to hit.
Yeah.
Trying to run down Time Twister. Vidicus just getting the slide up just to try and sort of push them back. He's going to pop that illusion rune because he wants to use his bottle, but they found him with a Techie's Mine.
Stunned.
He's stuck. He's trying to run away. Out goes the Remnant, but not quick enough. Goes down to Liability.
We see the problem with the Aya, right? He can't farm by himself. He needs support with him at all times.
Constantly. Relocating back to base, I think, right now. Yeah, just to heal up. I mean, that's a good ability to have,
from
but
love to see
beautiful straight onto time. TP's coming in, Crumb's in. Oh, the cog screw up his skewer that he was going to use to get in there. He doesn't have a blink yet. Sed going to throw out the shackle. That's not enough, is it? Yeah, not connecting a tree there. And EA Nasir coming in to clean up, but kill's still going the way of Liability.
Vidicus is coming in. He's going to get very
Techie's Mine's starting to go down now as well, though.
But Seething is here with boat up. So this could be very... If they take this 40-minute Vista Room, I would honestly just call it on Radiant. I'd call it GG DuckT, Rep DuckT.
Yeah,
and you're fun.
I think you're starting to feel the pain of having that IO as your carry. You know, it's not worked out in lane, and therefore it's not going to work out in the game, I don't think.
They're going to secure their own Wisdom Rune, so they're still kind of in this game.
I think if you ask DuckT about how you make this IO work, he knows that it's win the lane. You got to get ahead. It's like any of these weird picks.
Oh, you really need to skill your goddamn stun.
Stun
on
comes out
Gyro.
on the Seer. We got the two supports. Set
Just
and
turn,
time
just
twister.
turn and kill.
Down
Just
to
turn and
rocket.
kill.
He has though. He's brought down the barrage and then he's just turned around. He's taken out time. Yeah. He's chasing down Said Hep, who's only surviving because he's got the evasion. But you can't evade the magic damage.
Yeah,
In comes the blast
can't
stuff.
evade an explosion.
And they're chasing down Vidicus, intentionally or unintentionally, I'm not sure. Out comes the X and the Torrent, gonna land. In comes Liability, but Vidicus is just away. Oh, God. He heard the hook shot, but it hit the wrong person. And Vidicus might make it out here. Out comes the shield. Oh, another X.
He needs to dodge
He's
it.
coming back. He hasn't dodged it. Stun comes out. Liability could fall, though. Crumb's in, and Crumb misses the RP. Time finally comes in and takes out Liability with a stun. Tosses back. Crumb's going to make it out despite the stun. Crumb's going back in. Xbox comes out for Time Twister. Crumb back in, though, taking the aggro. Time going to back up the high ground. Crumb make a decision. Runs just back too close and falls to EA Nasir on the gyrocopter.
Where's my one?
Oh my God, Time tosses him back onto Set. Takes a lot of damage in the process, though. The rest of Dire comes back in. Nasir very low. Set unable to finish him off. The Tiny's gone down, but DuckT's now in on the IO. He's got a homing missile headed his way. Lulu going to use the blast off, but DuckT's under the tower. Lulu going to fall as he tries to back away. At least DuckT got a kill. I mean, that's something, right?
He does get. He has his axe finished now, so the spirits are now permanent, which is good.
A 6k lead on the side of Sitout here.
Yeah.
7k, sorry, 20 kills to 7. It's 15 minutes.
Look at where that net worth is concentrated to.
It's all in gyro.
It's gyro and a bit of
a fair amount in seething. Let's be fair here. The pirate's doing okay, but
like gyro has his axe. He has axe, Chrysalis, Falcon Blade, minute 16.
That's insane. That is ridiculous fun.
Like if he doesn't like truly like it's on Dire to lose this game. Like if
the fact he's got his axe this early after going the Falcon Blade as well is insane. I mean, we do have this axe now out on DuckT, so maybe we're going to see a power shift on the IO. But
look at the damage; it's so insane.
Liability falls. Yeah, maybe this is where DuckT goes. There you go, guys. You should have trusted me all along, but
he's about to die here.
He needs to prove himself first.
If he shows himself to this wave, he's dead.
He's going to show that he's there. There you go. Seething's going to come in. X-Mark goes down. In comes the ship. In comes the rocket barrage. No. Is it rocket barrage? It's fucking cold down. That's my bad, guys.
It's fine. And that was always an arcane rune on Admiral Seething. He's used the arcane rune correctly, not like he did on the Necro. And
I mean, we're seeing Seething on a real comfort pick here. You know, he's happy, and we're possibly going to see Crumb out of position once more.
He's dead.
Seething runs in. X marks. Torrent out. Times it perfectly, as any good Conquer player would. Following up, he gets the crit. Not enough damage. Yes. There's Lulu. Big old blast off.
I have to say, again, I click on Admiral Seething and I see his item build and I hate it. Why is he gone Candor on?
He just wants the damage from the X-Mark. I mean, also it could be that they're ahead and he's just having fun.
But like,
Time Twister gonna get caught out here.
Build any normal meta item.
What would you want him to build? What do you want to see here? Ags, okay.
Kunk these days is back to kind of being
Liability out on his own here. Is he going to manage to escape? Vidicus coming in along with DuckT. There's the link up, and these spirits just doing God's work.
Dawnbreaker. This is
Liability falls. There's a big old stack here. Are they going to give that to DuckT?
Yeah, probably.
I feel like they need to. His farm is lacking, although he's taking a lot of damage from them.
The thing is,
do you want to back away?
This damage until level 25 is all IO is going to have for the next 14 levels.
Yeah.
This is all the damage he has. There's no increase in damage, and
I would argue
not enough. They nerfed it, so it's not enough.
You know, he's got good regen. He can use that tether. Like he could still be useful. I think my worry would be your cores aren't amazing to tether to, like your other cores.
You could theoretically, you could try and like tether to the, I guess, the wind range or something.
Vidicus call out here. Out comes the stun. In comes the boat. Oh, he gets the remnant off and gets away. That's a lot of damage he just avoided. RP comes in from Marsban. Crumb might save him, but Said Hep trapped in the cogs. He's going to make it out. Makes a run for it. Sticky Bomb not going to land.
He's chasing DuckT. Can he get the stun? He got the stun. This is dead.
DuckT could be in trouble. A lot of damage coming out from these spirits, but not quick enough.
There's another hammer coming up into...
These spirits have to pop after they explode. They do have to, like, you know, takes a bit of time for them to pop back up again. He's lost all his spirits. He's got another one. Stun misses. DuckT looking to turn. Liability's low. He's on the run now. Spirits in the distance. Does a blade mail in play? Liability's going to fall, though, but Nasir coming in. In comes Call Down, but in the wrong place. Duck, why are you stopping for bloody lotuses?
I mean, if at any point the Clockwork decides to shoot a rocket flare at the IO, Liability wins that fight. But he is truly being a liability right now. Like, this is classic Dawnbreaker, just being like, oh, I have my ult, I can always join the fight, so I'm just gonna go to the lane where I'm completely alone, and then join the fight with my ult, and then you just get killed because you're alone.
Yeah.
And, and the ult doesn't help you. So it's the classic Dawnbreaker problem, and we're gonna see that a lot more. Because again, look at where he's TPing. He's not TPing towards his team to the shrine. He's thinking, oh, I have my ult. I can just go bot. And I don't think he's going to get punished for it this time, but like...
I mean, both the pos 3s here just farming bot.
Yeah.
And, no, we might see the rest of his team actually come down to join him. Because we've just seen the Dawnbreaker Morning Vision, and they know that Mars Bankrum is down there on his own. DuckT here just putting out some... He's trying to farm a wave, I think, or either that or they're looking for a team fight. There's a lot of sort of, you know, postulating here mid. We've got both teams here.
I mean, currently, the team Sitout is just has a really good like position in the game. They have a lot of control over the map. They have two-thirds of the map.
Almost a 90% win probability thrown out by Gabe, and it is dropping, though.
I mean, I guess because Dawnbreaker died 2 times, right? That's given them, but if they fight these fights together, there's nothing that this IO carry can do. Like, the only one that deals any damage at this point, if you look at the Magnus, he's barely finished his blink. Like, the only one that does any damage is Vidicus, and he has a Mage Slayer. That's all he has.
Yeah.
So, and like Ianazia already has finished his he's got a Morbid Mask. And that's just going to be
Seething's going in. They get the X on a Mars Bankrum. Not quite able. Oh, he does manage to get out, but Lulu comes and catches Set Hep, who was there to help. Time Twister now in. Liabilities dropping in for the dire side. Out comes Wurtzag with the hook shot. He gets Set Hep in the cog. Set Hep going to try and roam. He doesn't. DuckT's now trapped in the mix. DuckT's Spirit's doing absolutely fuck all at the moment. He's somehow still alive. Cooldown comes down, finishes him off, and down goes the Magnus as well. Vidicus trying to, I think, pick off Seething at the end there. Time Twister's still in there for some reason. Time going to go down pretty quick. His health is not what it would be on a core tiny. Vidicus now does manage to get the kill onto Liability. We lose 4 on the Radiant and 3 for the Dire. I mean, what just happened?
That's a good turn. That was a real, like, Vidicus got like 6 sleight of fist off.
Yeah.
And that fight always on like 4 people. He did all the work in that fight. Like I said, he needs to do. He really missed his cooldown, Mr. Cooldown on.
Ability was so much out for Sitout compared to the other side. Just no ults.
Yeah.
You know they're coming up now. I know they died, but they're coming up with RP. I mean the Wind Ranger ult, if it's really that useful. I guess they don't have a lot of ults that are going to be on big cooldowns or
it's
big
just a
big
lot of things missed on Team Sitout. I think this is gonna fix itself pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly
it also comes down to this Kunkka just having 0 HP and 0 kind of impact in the fight because he has a counter instead of anything useful. if he goes Blade Mail, he just kills IO on himself.
Hey, he does have his shot. We saw the tidal wave come out there.
The tidal wave was there, but like if he has anything, like how much is Kanda? 5.2, something like that. 5.1.
It's fairly pricey. He's filling the eggs now.
Yeah, if he had any, if those 5,000 networks would be in something useful. Nothing kills the Kunkka, and he kills
There's been
everything.
suggestion in chat that Kanda is the meta at the moment, but the meta at what level possibly remains to be seen.
I will be proven wrong. Let me quickly go on Dota Pro Attacker and check for the Kunkka and see. If I see Kanda here, I'll be very surprised.
Is that the next hire we need for the Sunday friendlies? Is a fact checker?
The meta 4 builds: Bracer, Blade Mail, Axe, Octarine. I'm surprised. I see 0 Kandas built on anyone. Everybody's building either Pipe, Axe, Blade Mail. There's always a Blade Mail. There's always an Axe. yeah, the Candace absolute abhorrent again by Seething. After
Oh,
did
he
they have
does
vision?
pick up the invis rune. They've caught him just before, and he's back because
Oh,
he used
let's
an
go.
ability. Vidic is now nowhere to go, and he's gonna fall.
I love this
That is
clockwork pick. I love it so
unfortunate.
much. It's just all on the clockwork. He's doing so much work.
Honestly, I'm loving watching it. So
It's so
Fair
good.
play.
Oh, this might be a dead DuckT. This might just be straight up a dead DuckT.
I mean,
If
the Sears
anything
and
goes in.
reliability coming in behind. Beautiful stun out
Ooh,
from
can he
the
get the
from the
hammer?
tiny. Hammer comes
got the
out,
hammer.
drags him in.
Yep.
Stun landed on DuckT. Second stun coming in with the homing missile. I
tried
don't
to
even know
toss
if
him out,
DuckT
but he
ended
got
up out there.
X
Yeah.
back in.
Oh, he
the-
misses the skewer under the tower. It was a lovely RP, but there was no follow
It
up
was a really
available.
good
So
up. Yeah, everybody was dead.
I think, despite how lovely an RP it was, it maybe wasn't the time for the RP.
Everything was just already dead. Like if DuckT survives and if Leviticus is back maybe, or if the Wind Ranger is still alive, the damage can go into the RP. But
I
they
mean,
both died. just
BKB
before.
here on Nasir on the gyrocopter. He's working towards his satanic that he's not an absolute mile away from.
Yeah, he's 1,500 gold away from Titanic.
It's just insane.
Not-
When you compare it to the Carry Dazzle, who now has an Atos, he's building a BKB. But I mean, he's not doing any more. Sorry, yeah. Did I say Dazzle?
Yeah.
Carry Dazzle was last game, my bad.
I mean, the IO is just pathetic. It's I don't know. I'm interested in these damage numbers later on. It's gonna be high because it's AoE damage,
Yeah.
but it's just not good. I don't know what he sees in it. But
I feel like you could do similar stuff on a support IO. You just wouldn't because there's better stuff
Yeah.
to do with the support IO. But if you wanted to, you could pick up the Ags like you would on a lot of
Yeah.
supports and get that AoE damage out in fights.
yeah, and you're not like I guess you're not as tanky on support IO, right? You're not as much. You don't have as many levels.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, true.
You are very IO is a very tanky hero at least. He's got a good strength game, but it's just the damage is just not there. You're the one. You're supposed to do some serious damage, and you're just not doing it.
What do you
If
think
you-
about
if
this
you
Ember?
pick it-
Can
The Ember
he
can
can he
do a lot
hold
of
them
damage,
in?
but he can't do the damage all on its own. He's not strong enough for that. He would have needed to stomp his mid lane and like get a Daedalus already and stuff like that. Like if you pick a carry IO, you have to have something really greedy on the offlane lane. I feel like then you have to play the Alchemist offlane, your Void Spirit offlanes, your something that just does a lot of damage but doesn't really tank because the IO can help with that.
You can see where they were going with this draft. You
No,
know, like
I can't.
well, they're looking for big team fights. If they get off a big RP, they've got a lot of follow up to it. They can put out a lot of damage on a grouped up team.
I guess.
They're not getting it. They're not getting the RPs off at the start of the fight. The coordination's not there. I mean, arguably these guys aren't a well-versed team. They're a bunch of guys that I quickly found at the last minute tonight because we needed a team to play.
But even if like even in whatever scenario, you never ever bank your team fight on hitting a 5-man RP or even a 4-man RP. Like that's
this
just
is
not a
true.
game
This is
tactic
true.
you can fight.
But their team is suited that they should be able to fight.
Oh, Verzag.
I mean, they're gonna
Got him
pick off
getting caught
Wurzag
here.
here. He does go down to the Viticus.
Oh, Viticus, don't go further.
He's going. So's DuckT right with him. Straight into a bunch of mines. They are gonna see them though.
They could turn here because the Dawnbreaker's coming back up and you can win this 4v5.
They could. I don't know if either
But
team
they-
knows who the
they
other is.
decide against it.
There's a smoke available on the techies, and they've got that Aegis, so they're not really 4v5. They're
Yeah.
5v5 still.
Somewhat, yeah.
And their extra hero is a gyrocopter with a bunch of items. So
But it has to be said, the Clockwork is very helpful in these fights, so you kind of want him up.
DD though now
And it's-
available on Ember Spirit could be nice.
Critical. That could be the damage buff that he needs to carry a fight. So let's hope Dai doesn't take a fight in the next 2 minutes, but even if they do,
We
I
got
don't
it.
really see them dying.
A toss there. They're not going to go in. Are they going to catch out Nasir? Maybe. Can they catch out Nasir?
They
As
should,
in,
they
even
can't.
if they find him, going to get. I would hope that he could kill him, but
If he presses any of his items before they, like, he has to blink RP him instantly, and the team has to be in perfect position to deal all the damage. Because if he comes out of the RP and isn't dead, Titanic BKB instantly heals him back up to 4.
Well, that's true. He's
So-
finished that Satanic there, hasn't he?
Yeah, these like
Looking to finish
this
that
hero is
Dade,
hard
let's-
to kill at this point.
Honestly, the game's really stalled, and I understand that the Radiant side is going to struggle to sort of make anything work. They are smoked up now, looking for hopefully looking for something.
They
But the
shouldn't
longer
struggle,
they
but
wait, the more this
they've been
gyro is
called
just
out
going
a
to
few
farm.
times.
There's a 20k, 21k gold lead. Why every time I mention the gold lead, it ticks up? It's going to start having to
I mean,
say
it's-
1k more. Oh, liability
It has to be
though,
s-
out on his
Yeah.
own. Sed's not going to see him in time. But what they have now found is Sed Hep. Liability's done some great scouting. Coming through the Radiant Triangle, and his here drops down to Seething.
Nope, they
They've
just
ignored
ignore
him? Have they seen him?
They did see him. They definitely
I
did.
swear they should have seen him. I don't know what
I
just
thought
happened.
I thought they
Smoke
were
now
running
coming
on
back the
back
other way. The
as well.
DD's pop. They found Liability. Blade Mail's out, but it's not going to do enough. In comes Lulu. He gets a lot of damage, but Time
What
Twister
a
with the stun. Toss
blast.
goes up. Nasir
SCLP,
called by
but it doesn't do
Marzipan Crumb.
anything.
Wurzag does miss the hook shot. They're trying to chase down DuckT, but it's just Wurzag on its own. On the other side, we got Sed Hep trying to run away. Marzipan Crumb BKB, but I think he's going to fall to Nasir in the back. Where's Duck got to? Duck has managed to get back to base as we see
Someone
Sed Hep
ping the
finally
place
fall.
where he
But
respawns to.
Duck's coming back. Where's
Yeah,
he coming
someone-
back? They've forgotten.
He's coming up there. Yeah,
They've forgotten he's
Wozak
coming
didn't
back.
point it out, but normally if you see an IO doing that, the first thing you do is ping that place as many times as you can.
It's not just that,
Make
there's
sure
a-
that
there's a-
everybody in the team.
There's a visible status effect on the ground, isn't there?
There's. But it's hard to see sometimes, especially with the skin he's got on. Not that easy.
Out
Wozak's got a
comes
hook shot up
homing
back and
missile.
four.
Oh, and the X marks the spot. Torrent
Hook
doesn't
shot coming
quite
in.
land weirdly. Wave goes back, but he's committed because it's
Come
going to
on,
make it
get
out.
in there, Wozak.
Liability's
Get in there, Wozak.
coming in. Wurzag's looking for something off to the side. Are we going to see
Get
a big
him.
hook shot? Seething is looking low. They
Get
do
him.
get the torrent up onto Vidicus. He
Oh, he's-
is now leashed. Liability's in deep. Liability up in the air, put up there by Time Twister, and he's going to fall when he comes back down. Call down coming in from Ian. He's taking a lot of tower damage, though. Duck
What were they
stunned
for
and
grief
low.
in there?
Time Twister very low.
please,
Nasiri
the
going
the
up,
tower.
but he's got the Aegis.
Radiant's mid
Wozak,
Tower's
what are you
going to
doing,
fall.
my man?
Marzipan
No
Crumb looking
clockwork.
for something. Blink goes in. Skewer misses, but the BKB's out anyway. And Nasir's just going to back off. They're just going to look to take the racks here.
They're playing this really badly on Radiant. It has to be said.
DuckT's
Like,
going
they're
to throw
trying
out the
hard.
ATOS. They're going to trap Nasir.
He's got
Nasir toss back in.
Satanic.
A lot of damage, but the Satanic comes out. So
Yeah.
much damage coming out of Nasir, and it's healing him up all the way forward. DuckT very low, just on the edge of the fight. He's not been able to do anything.
Wozak, my man, please.
Oh, Marzipan Crumb's going to land the skewer. They get Nasir back again.
No Satanic,
Nasir
no
tossed up
BKB.
into the air. Torrent does come out. Nasir is going to
Dies.
fall with the Satanic on cooldown, I think. Root comes out onto Wurzag. Wurzag now down. Seething taking a good amount of damage. Lulu very low. They're going to look to chase. Tree gets onto Lulu. Stun finishes him off. They're in onto Seething. very low.
DuckT
RP
picked it up.
used just to hold him in place. Seething is surviving a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
It's
This comes down to Wozak being a bit of a coward and not like going in to finish anyone off. Liability dying on his own again. Like he like if Liability goes in thinking my team can follow up and then no one followed up, even though Wozak had the hook shot
Yeah.
up and could have followed. So he dies. That's a 1v4 death. Then
There's just-
he gets skewered on gyro twice. He wasted his BKB really badly. Like after wasting that BKB, he kind of just should have gone out. And then especially after getting skewered in once and having to use Satanic, he should have gone out then. And they just overstayed.
I mean, they
Way
got
too
the
long.
kills on Radiant, I mean, but I mean, they
Yeah.
still lost a tower and a Rex for it. Not a full one, but you know, it's still the progress.
This is
It
this
feels like
fight
they just
was
don't have the
huge
damage.
already.
They're not able to get anyone and just kill them. We did see a couple of missed skewers. We also saw a couple of skewers hit, where they could just sort of get someone back into the rest of their team and away from their own team. But they're struggling to. It feels like it's taking them a while at times to take down a single target. We saw with how long the Conquer survived.
Yeah, we had a 21k network lead. Now we have a 15k network lead only. Like that was a 6k network swing,
Yeah, we saw
had,
5-6k go back the way of Radiant. I mean,
and we had a huge we had an 8% in win probability drop. So it was a huge fight, but
the graph is back where it was 15 minutes ago, though, basically. Oh, sorry, the win
Yeah,
probability, not the graph.
yeah, it's basically the Dire still has a better late game team. Like as if they get one fight together, like so far every fight they've taken, at least one of them absolutely shit the bed.
I thought we'd had a big move in net worth per hero, but then I realized I just accidentally clicked the sort stats button. And it turns out that that Vidicus was not at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah. But it has to be said, Vidicus is trying his absolute hardest to carry this game.
Oh, he's doing a good job. He's doing everything he can. You know, you can't fault him.
Yeah, but
I mean, he's got this. Look at this.
I
don't know what he does. Like, should he have got a Radiance so he can farm faster, or like, I don't know how you make this work.
I feel like at this point, yeah, you just go full into damage. I like the idea of getting the Shiva's Guard. It's really good against Gyro, obviously, because you make him shoot less and make his Satanic heal him less at the same time. So I like the Shiva's.
Oh, you mean on the Ember?
On the Ember, yeah.
Sorry, I forget you're not looking at this at my POV. I was saying, how do we make this work on Duck? Because I'm watching him try and farm camps here, and it's not insane. It's not awfully slow, but like, that's why I'm saying if he had a Radiance early, then he'd maybe do a bit more damage in fights. He'd survive a bit longer. But
the only way DuckT ever works in this game again is getting 25. And
what does he do at the 25? I get he gets the attack.
It also works as Ember, right?
Target,
if you're tethered to Ember, and I think if he manages to put the attacks, like the Sleight of Fist in...
Does Sleight of Fist not break the tether?
Where you're still in range on the link, like you still have to be in range for linkage.
Right, okay.
But then you also attack all those targets that get Sleight of Fists, right? Then again, you're only attacking with 200 damage so far with DuckT, so it's not really that much damage as well.
Second Roche looking like it's going to go the way of Dire. I don't think there's any way that this gets contested.
Yeah. You give this to NRZ again, and then you just go high ground again. I feel like...
Yeah, completely agree.
As long as Liability doesn't jump in like a maniac, or if he does, the team follows up, we're fine. This should be game-ending ages. Or at least mega creeps after this ages.
Yeah, also because Vidicus has pushed out that mid wave, but I mean, bot wave's pushing in.
Yeah.
They're going to start to struggle to hold high ground with the creeps coming on them.
Don't get baited by this mid wave. It's tiny. You do not need to go back to defend for this.
They're pushing in.
Oh, and they're going to find the Time Twister.
We got the front. Time Twister's right there. They don't want him.
To dodge the X.
I suppose that's why they don't want him. Seething's kind of on his own now. The rest of his team, I don't know where they are.
They can follow up.
Here they come. Here they come. But they're in onto Seething. Seething tossed back. Seething not the one. Wherzak gets in. He does manage to stun Crumb, but Seething taking a lot of damage.
He could have stuck around. They could have Dawnbreaker ulted in there and got a hook shot, and they could have just taken that
Big
fight.
One's not going to say though, but with the Rum, he's still taking damage.
Yeah.
They've cast the Dawnbreaker ult purely to heal him, I suppose. He's still taking damage.
You can't die to Rum. You can't die to Rum. You can't go below 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we use that.
You're fine.
Maybe Liability didn't realize that he can't die.
Yeah, probably.
I have to say, I didn't realize you couldn't die to Rum.
Like, you have to... Rum always only puts you on 1, and then you have to take another, like, point of damage from anywhere else. Basically, a shallow grave that only works on the dot itself gives you.
Yeah, we got a smoke out on the Radiant side now, but Time's just going to pop it on a wave, so that's kind of given away. They haven't done anything with that. It's Vidicus just trying to cut waves now, I think. Honestly, this game feels like Radiant could just take it whenever they want.
Also true. Like as Squiggle pointed out in chat, if Liability had gone for any other, had gone for a pipe at any point in this game, the IO is completely negated even more, and even Ember does less damage, so the pipe would have been a really good pickup.
I honestly don't think that there's enough damage coming out of Spirits for the pipe for you to go, oh yeah, the pipe's definitely worth it.
Yeah, but the Ember damage is also heavily reduced.
Right, yes, fair enough.
Right.
I mean, Liability hasn't really bought any items to help his team at the moment. He's gone for a Desolator. Yep. He is now building the Shiva's Guard, but...
Kind of decent, but I really don't like the Dawnbreaker pick. It just always turns out like this with...
I think just getting Time to use that Yules before they go in is big. Time's been very good on the Tiny at using that Yules to save his team. Or himself.
They're going up high ground. I don't like Wozak's position here. He should definitely be closer to the team.
Yeah, I
Looking
mean,
for
this
hookshot
area
from
able
up
to just
there.
do that. Oh, they've got Liability in. Liability's going to pop his BKB and his Blade Mail. He gets the
Don't
stun out
go
onto
in
Mars
here.
Man
Get
Crumb, but
out,
he's
you
turned around to
fool.
go back. They tried to use him up in the air, but obviously the BKB stopped that, but he's very low now. Vidica's chasing. Vidica's wants it. Time's going to go down now that EA Nasir's coming in on the gyro.
Vidica's
We're going to see the
next.
tiny fall. Vidica's now in the back line, but he's put himself back. Big
Use
ships
the
coming in,
extra
but they're not going to land on anybody. So we've lost 1 for 1, but it's a +4 for a +3. So somewhat of a
And no
decent
buyback on
trade
the
for the
Dawn.
Radiant.
If Dawn had buyback, he could have just jumped in.
Could have. We're going to see another skew up back, but this time on the end of the series, he's going to pop his BKB and just turn and fight. He's got the Satanic ready to go. Not going to see it used yet. The Motherbank Crumb's still chasing, but just taking so much damage. Cogs come out from Wurzag, who's now in. We're going to see
the
Vidica's fall.
gyro's
Buybacks
just
on Vidica's
mad.
and Marzipan Crumb. Still got the Tiny down, though. Lulu looking very low, going to back off. Crumb going to
Oh,
blink in to try and get something,
big
but
bombs.
Sken taking so much damage from that Dire team. Flat cannon from Nazir just wiping
There's
out
so
the
much
Radiant
damage.
side again and again. He's looking
Oh,
low,
what a
taking a lot of
hook
tower
shot.
damage.
And what
Hook
a
shot
cogs.
in on the Wurzag with the Cogs. Aegis gonna pop. We're gonna see Nazir come back up right on top of that Tiny.
Call it,
Tiny gonna
lads.
go down. Sedhep
Rampage
running back
over
to
there.
base for help. DuckT hiding in the trees. He's relocated back to base, or was that a TP scroll? I'm not too sure.
was
It
TP,
doesn't matter
TP.
either way. He's out the fight. Nazir's gonna start taking down this last set of Rex. And I'm honestly surprised with a 32k lead and Megad
Yeah.
that the GG hasn't come out yet.
Yeah. At this point, it's bad manners not to call it.
I think there's a line of letting them play the game. Like, it's fun to take out the Ancients. So I wouldn't quite be saying it's BM to not call the GG. Liability going to come back in so he can feel like part of the team, I think, when the Ancient goes down.
Yeah.
But Time Twister's not given up yet. DuckT's sort of sitting at the back, but Time doesn't want to give up. Tiny in, Tiny dead. Sed on the side. He's going to fall very soon as he stops with the
Look at the
evasion.
damage. It's just non-existent.
And the Ancient falls. That's going to be game 2 going the way of Sitout, which brings us to one more game of Dota.
Oh, this IO is so pathetic. It's so bad. I'm honestly surprised it took 40 minutes, but I think that's just down to gooning on the Dire side.
It is. I think there was a few times we said they could have taken the game if they wanted
Yeah.
it. They could have had it.
Honestly, it's just liability being living up to his name. He got called so many times.
I honestly, we're seeing it from both the +3s. We're seeing them just on the other side of the map farming. They're not playing around their team. I get on the Dawnbreaker. There's this, you've got your ult. You can jump in from anywhere, but we're not necessarily seeing it done quick enough. Yeah.
No, that's the problem, right? They couldn't ever engage on the 4-man. They couldn't engage on the gyro. They couldn't engage when the clockwork is near. So they would never go on them. They had to go for the Dawnbreaker. And if he just plays with his team, the game is over like minute 25 here. But he decided
Impressively,
not to.
DuckT actually the most farmed on his team. He had the highest net worth.
I mean, he did just stand around farming, right? While everybody was defending base.
This
he
is
was
true.
just
It's
sitting
probably quite a
jungle farming.
boring IO game in general. I mean, the IO's one of those heroes.
He did less damage than the techies.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if Duck wants to bring that out in a pub, I'm not gonna cry about it. But at the same time, I think in this context or in this arena, it's not one that he's likely to pull off anytime soon.
Like if he tries Dazzle, I'm okay with it. If he puts IO 1 in one of my games, I'm abandoning him and never playing a game with him. But like it's just so bad. There's so much has to go right. You have to have the right team. You have to have the right lane. The lane has to go well. You're not allowed to get picked off, and then you have to finish the game by minute 25. That's when IO1 works.
They had a couple of good bumps, so I mean, like fair play to them. Pog really sort of they held out. They did as much as they could, but all in all, just I think not meant to be. Also, I think going for the Magnus on the POS 3, they kind of didn't have any backup for that that IO failing. The Magnus couldn't help Vidica sort of lay down a lot of damage or anything like that.
It has to be said, like as I said, the draft one is like the Magnus 3, I didn't like it. I didn't like the support duo. For me, the biggest change here and the biggest reason the team Sitout won was they changed up their support duo and it worked really well. Like Wurzag did really good on the clockwork. Lulu did exceptionally well on the techies. So both of those support picks, I really like them. I wouldn't be surprised to see the clockwork or the techies banned next game.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, I'm excited to see what we get in the third game if we see Duck play an actual hero.
True. If he plays any actual core, like if they ban Slack again, we're getting another support played on one.
Yeah,
because he can only play, or maybe I know he can play TA a bit. His TA isn't bad, but
I will say that what you called out about the supports on Sitout, we definitely saw a turnaround from that. I mean, Wurzag's clockwork was lovely. It was a pleasure to watch, and Lulu on the techies. Like, we saw some great sticky bombs, we saw some great mines, and we saw some phenomenal blast offs. Like, I think value pickups on that all the way. I think Lulu definitely just got zoned out in terms of the heroes and the way the fights were going on the Hoodwink. I don't think it's a bad pick, and I don't think they're the bad player on it at all. But I mean, same for the Disruptor. We saw some great ults on that. But I think in terms of the draft, much better draft from Sitout that time.
It's important. It's an important concept that you can explain very well on this draft, where you want your two supports to fulfill different roles, right?
Yeah.
And in this game, you had on Pipe of Goonsight, you had the Wind Ranger, which runs around stunning people and killing them quickly with her ult, and the Tiny, who runs around stunning people and killing them quickly with his combos.
I will say,
on Team Sitout, you had someone who could jump in and tank a lot on the Clockwork, and someone who just blasts people up with the techies and gets good lane control.
Yeah, I've seen better. I've seen better heroes from Sedhep. I didn't love the Wind Ranger. There wasn't a ton of great shackle shots. Yeah, and on the support Wind Ranger, like, your ult's not doing anything. You might as well not have it. Whereas, like, I'm still hoping we're going to see a Sedhep tree and protector. I love a Sedhep tree. I'm gonna say that. He never plays it, but I think it's great. I am actually gonna quickly just run and grab a drink. Do you want me to leave you on? Do you want to talk, or do you want me to just send?
Yeah, I can try and entertain.
Okay, you have the con.
I can nerd out a bit.
I'll be right back.
I did want to check because someone said this earlier in chat where Wind Ranger is supposed. Yeah, she is the fourth worst hero in Immortal and the worst hero in Ancient, the second worst hero in Legend, the worst hero in Archon, and she's just always in the top 5 worst heroes, except for in Herald, but that doesn't count. So yeah, the hero just in general, don't pick it right now. It got nerfed to shit because she was really strong in when Universal Heroes came out first, and she profited the most. Don't pick it. Just don't pick it. Pick Lich, pick Abaddon, pick things like that. Those are really good heroes. Other than that, I'd be very interested in the next bans. And now I'm out of topics to talk about. Where's Falcus? No. Yeah, you say I'm checking the chat messages right now. Even late game. IO core doesn't do anything, right? Because you have to, for the level 25 talent to do anything on IO, you have to get items that work with it. But that also doesn't, like, you go for the axe build where you do magic damage and you want to survive. So you build tank damage and you build axe and you build magic damage amplifiers. And then you pick up the 25 talent 40 minutes into the game and you do right click damage with 0 of your items actually working towards right click damage. Kind of makes no sense. So even late game, IO1, like, no matter how you look at it, IO1 just, it got nerfed, it's bad, stop. That's it. Yeah, Slark's going to be banned again. I don't think any team in the International plays against DuckT and doesn't ban Slark. Even though you can counter it, and I don't feel like Slark is that strong. But we saw this, like, if they did the same thing again, and let them pick Slark, and they pick really aggressive supports like a Techies or a Clockwork, they could just pick Slark and let them pick Slark and just destroy that Slark and make that, like, kill the mythos of the DuckT Slark, because you just have to destroy him in lane and he will just struggle.
I am back.
Yeah, but, like, you could just leave the Slark open. They will pick it first phase, and then you just pick Techies and Clockwork again, and the Slark is sad and dead.
Are you giving advice openly to both teams now?
Yes.
that they
let
could
them
hear.
pick the Slark, let them pick the Dazzle, and just counter it. Like,
If we saw them pick the Slug and the Dazzle, that would be impressive.
that would be very fun.
Right.
That would actually be a kind of strong level bottom lane then, or safe lane.
Oh, if they
with
played the
Dazzle.
Dazzle as a support, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, or they just put someone else on the Slark around the Dazzle mid with DuckT and then just have both of them see how that
The
goes.
good old Slark 3 that Bleak loved so much that he picked the international one.
I didn't see it. I did see the Bleak.
Oh, no, he wanted to pick it, but then he ended up picking ET instead. And
We got a ready from Crumb, a ready from Duck, but they're the same team. Do we have a ready from Sitout? We got to go from Time, and an A from Said.
What does A mean? Never mind.
It's Said Hep. Who knows? To be honest.
Admiral,
Seething says
you can
ready.
call him
and we're
already.
good.
Let's go.
Also, Seething in
What
chat
time?
saying one does not simply counter DuckT's Slark. It's like fighting the Vietnamese. Seething, people are going to start to get worried about what you've been doing in Vietnam because out of context they don't know it's a Civ game.
That is true. All right. Let's see if anybody even listens in the to my advice in the between the drafts.
I have to say,
I
if
don't
it
know
was
if
me
they turn on the
drafting,
stream.
I wouldn't take into account your advice because Duck and Seething are both in chat, so they're gonna hear it. It's confusing because Duck's super ratchy.
No matter what you do, no matter how much I talk about it, Duck's still gonna pick this Slark. he's that stubborn.
I will say you called Duck out about it. Like, yeah, if you leave it unbanned, he'll pick it.
He'd also want to he'd also want to prove me wrong, right? It's very much you want to prove the immortal wrong. You want to.
You know what would have been
to
really
not
funny
be right.
actually if we'd just seen the Slark ban come out first ban from Pog.
That would be fun.
But no, Slark ban and the Alk ban again coming out from Sitout, and nothing changes. It's a Spirit
About this
Breaker
Alk
and a
ban.
Lena ban.
Do you know where that's coming from? The Alk ban?
Absolutely no clue. We'll have to ask about it at the end.
Is this something that like maybe DuckT was? I know Vidicus plays a really good Alk, but he's not going 1 or 3, so maybe
You can run it out mid, can't you?
that's not.
I'm
that
sure
good
I've seen
anymore.
it exist, but
They lose the lane too much, sadly.
there's the Dazzle ban as well. Ooh, Clockwork ban though.
Yeah, that's needed.
Now,
If
I'll
you
say
get
this. The Clockwork ban should have come way earlier in like both the other. It should have been banned in both the other games. Like, Clock is not a hero you want to play against if you know someone on the other team can play it.
I mean, they probably didn't know that Rosa can play it, and they thought that the
Oh, maybe.
game 1 they had no clue, and game 2 like they picked Hoodwink Disruptor. Why would we ever play Clockwork?
Yeah.
Or why would they ever pick Clockwork as next? But they did a good Knight the techies again.
It's back. It's back.
It did well. I
loved it. It was great. It was great to watch. I didn't actually check the facet, but I'd put money on it having been the blast off facet.
It was the blast off facet.
Yeah, and some great blast offs and some great sticky modes. Like, oh, there we go. They're listening to us. We said we loved the techies, and I said I was desperate to see a said tree. So either that, or they're now baiting me, and it's going to be a DuckT carry tree and protector.
No, I mean,
no, I like said Hep tree, and he's done well on it.
Yeah. I mean, it's always a decent hero. It's never good, but it's always decent.
I think the ult's pretty good.
Yeah, it's always decent, but it never takes over a game and really like the big hero. It's just it can have good ults, but rarely. And it's good at healing towers, and that's all it does.
I'm going to have to direct you towards a very specific GTI game then, where there was an absolute monstrous play from said Hep on the Treant Protector.
Yeah, but that was like for 1 minute in a 45-minute game, and
that's not the point. It was amazing. I loved it. He didn't. He barely died. He played a great game.
But what happened in the other 44 minutes of the game?
Hey. He was up. Treant Protector was up at the top of the GTI stats as one of the best KDAs. And it was all set Hep.
He's just sitting in trees.
Actually, it's because it screws up if the way Dota Buff calculates KDAs. You've got a better KDA if you die once than if you die no times.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it gets confused about dividing by 0.
They banned the Dawnbreaker. Did DuckT feel that bad playing against it?
I don't know.
I would never ban the Dawnbreaker here.
I guess the hammer's frustrating. It's a bit of healing.
He did get slapped by it, but it's...
There's also an
The one with the
argument that if
Dawnbreaker
you know that liability has commonly been out of position, if he's on the Dawnbreaker and get into every fight, if he can't get there globally, maybe he's just going to miss the fight.
No, he's just gonna be in the fight because he can't be like. That's the thing about Dawnbreaker. It baits you into thinking you don't have to be there, and then you die somewhere on the map. If you don't play
also
Dawnbreaker,
possible.
you're not
But he
there.
was
The
also
same with
tended
Lion.
not to be with his team on
The
the.
same thing with Lion. This hero baits you. He's gonna pick the goddamn mana sucking thing, and then he's gonna max his mana drain and be useless.
What do
Because
you think? You think he should take the fist facet?
you take the fist facet and you don't max your goddamn mana drain, because if you can't even you can't take the mana drain facet, but don't max your mana drain. That's always bad online. You want to max your Q. Ooh,
Death
just a Death
Prophet.
Prophet support.
I don't know. I'd almost thought it would be an
Could be a
offlane
three.
or a mid.
Yeah, it's already a good pick. It's really good against Tree. It's really good against Line. I love it. It's a good pick.
I reckon offlane. I don't think it's a big Seething hero, and I don't know liabilities pool as well. So
Yeah,
I'm
you don't send it mid
gonna
anymore.
predict offlane on that.
I mean, it could be a mid again. Like I know that it's really strong with the where you get the ghost from your teammates that die across the map in your exorcism, but that's
Okay.
also like I don't like the cooldown dependency of it is too bad for it to really be viable in most games.
Call from chat that it is a Seething hero, which means it could be mid.
Could be mid.
I don't think it's high up in his hero
very
pool,
similar to
but-
Necro in like if you play Necro, you play. Oh, I like it.
I think the
Same idea again.
The suggestion that if you play Necro, you play Death Prophet means that we shouldn't necessarily be excited to see it mid after, sort of
Yeah.
the issues that you'd picked apart with the mid Necro earlier.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a mid. I hope it's 3. I hope it's a liability here. Oh, interesting. I like the Undying pick. It's the same strategy again. Like they just swapped out the Clockwork for an Undying. Undying not as easy to go in with, but better at healing but a bit more tanky than the Clockwork.
Yeah, I love Undying. I think Undying's a great hero.
Undying is Undying and Clockwork are probably the 2 most played supports that I have currently ranked, and I'm on a win streak like you've never seen. So it's
clarify,
working.
everyone, my ranking of whether or not I like heroes is basically, do I think it's a fun hero? I think
The
Undying
Brewmaster's
is fun.
good here, though.
I don't know
really
who
like
the Brewmaster's
pick.
for, though. That's the interesting thing. I reckon the Lion's probably going to be for time.
I'm surprised
Got to
if
be
Master
Sniper
Crump
mid,
can play it.
though. I'll be surprised if that's a Marsman Chrome Brewmaster. Because I was half thinking maybe Duck's doing something weird because I know Duck can micro. There's the Kunkka. So I reckon that's Kunkka mid, and that will be an offline Death Prophet.
Yeah. That's good. That's really good. If it's Brewmaster 1, it struggles against the Death Prophet real bad.
Well, there's no
I-
Dawnbreaker for Crumb. There's no Tide Hunter for Crumb. There's
Yeah.
what else have we seen Crumb?
I feel
play?
like it's a Brewmaster. I have
Other
no idea what he
Magnus.
plays. It might be that Crom is a Brewmaster player. Could be.
I
wouldn't
yeah.
put it past him.
Yeah, no,
It's- and
definitely.
it's a decent game for it. Right? Every single one of the enemy heroes hates being fuels.
But if
whatever,
Crumb
like-
can't play it, then
Fillate.
that's going to be Duck. Because unless you think it's a Vidi hero, but I've not really seen Duck play it. I know
No,
Duck
you're
can
not-
micro vaguely from his.
I feel like it's a Vidi sniper here.
From his what's the guy called Arc Warden. But when
Yeah.
Duck plays Arc Warden, he doesn't talk because all his focus is on playing the 2 Arc Wardens. He genuinely
Yeah,
goes silent. It's
understandable.
insane.
Understandable. If this is a sniper mid and not a sniper 1, I would love or would hate to see Admiral Seething not pick up a blade mail on Kunkka. He has to pick up a blade mail this time. If he goes Kanda again, I might actually just lose it. Kunkka is a decent pick here because he can obviously, the sniper was picked afterwards, so he picked Kunkka into it. He can go blade mail, he can catch the sniper off guard, and the Brewmaster things, the Brewlings, they die pretty badly to your cleave. Like they can actually die to that. So it's not a bad pick here.
Yeah, I mean, also just a bit of control on that as well. You know, he's got the X, and there's not as much
Tree and
ability to
Lion can
dodge it
both
this
just-
time.
Tree and Lion both do very little to Kunkka and just die to him, so it's kind of good.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what we're looking for here because we got the ban on the Spectre, we got the ban on the Gyro, so they need a hero.
We're looking for
Vinicus.
ones, I think, on both of them. I think the snipers are mid. Vidi does play sniper a bit.
I agree. We're either looking for a 1 or a 3 on Pog. I could still see that being Duck on the Brew. I think it's
that
weird.
would be
but
that would be
it could
criminal.
be.
But it would lose them the game if he goes 1 Brewmaster. This has to be a 3, otherwise you've already lost the game. He does not ever have any chance in a lane against a Death Prophet Techies or Death Prophet Undying as a Brewmaster.
I will say that
he just dies.
Sitout thinks it's a carry sniper. They don't think it's a mid. They ban mids.
Ooh.
Dragon Knight
carry. Oh, I don't like it. I really don't like it.
I mean, I don't hate it as a carry. I don't know if I love it here. They're already a pretty. I mean, you can see why they banned the Necro, to be fair, but they're already a pretty tough team, as in like they got a lot of health.
Yeah.
And then you're bringing in another survival here. Exactly, it's damage that you're lacking. I mean, I don't know what was left that Nasir would really want to pick up, but I mean, the Lifestealer maybe was the Lifestealer still in the pool. No, yep, that's Duck Visage. Yep.
No, it's actually 1 Visage.
DuckT's big thing is mid Visage at the moment, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Everyone else has predicted. Was the Lifestealer banned? Because we just lost view of the bans.
Lifestealer's banned.
Right, okay. I'm just thinking what else they could have picked up for Nasir.
Lifestealer Ursa was banned. They could have picked the Drow. Drow would have been really good here. They could have picked...
Drow would have actually been very good here because they had all the front line, didn't they?
Yeah.
And there's not really any... There's no jump on the other team to get in there. I hate Terrorblade in general, but that's for other reasons. So anyway, coming in for Piper Goonsight, we've got Said Hep on the POS 5 Treant Protector. Time Twister coming in POS 4 on the Lion. Marzipan Crumb playing 3 Brewmaster. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. Vidicus playing either a POS 1 or 2 Sniper. We're not sure. DuckT on the Visage. He's been loving a core Visage. I want to say it's mid because that's where he likes it, but it could be a carry again. Then we've got Lulu bringing back that Techies on the POS. It was a POS 4 last time, wasn't it? Yeah. Which went really great last game. Liability playing the POS 3 Death Prophet. Wurzag playing the POS 5 Undying.
The kitted out POS 5 Undying.
Then we got Seething back mid on the Kunker. And EA Nasir bringing in that, as called out by Sylar, questionable Dragon Knight. But we will wait to see.
I mean, if he actually buys Armlet Blink and then just goes straight into Desolator, I'm happy with it. It can do a lot of damage. But I'm fearful that he's going to go like Armlet into some weird build and not the Insta Blink. Like, he has to play really aggressive on the Nazir, and they've kind of lost their late game. If he goes something that goes better into late game, I'd be happier with it.
I will say, I think the early games are a bit of a struggle still, though, because that Visage is going to do a lot of damage very quickly.
Good try, little bro.
I mean, the Visage struggles in mid. If it is a mid Visage, I'm checking the items right now. They don't really tell me a lot. I think it's a mid Visage. I think Vidicus is going 1. Because he has the ward on DuckT.
Yeah, so I think
he struggles a bit against Kunker, actually. Early on, like, if Kunker hits 6 before you, you can die, and then you're just behind a bit. And you don't really kill the hero at all. And you just get cleaved all the time. So I like the Kunker picking more into the Visage.
We need a prediction, don't we? My bad. Shout if they start getting close to each other.
Yep.
Who won the last game? Sitout.
Yep.
I panic. / prediction. You're only getting it 30 seconds, chat, so you got to be quick on this one. Who will win game 3? Pog or Sitout? Right.
So the first thing I've predicted for the Lion pick has already come true. He's taken the Essence Eater facet. Please, for the love of God, do not max your E.
I think there's a big thing of like you.
Like, that's the thing,
there's
right?
Lions who think I'm a support, so the other facet isn't worth it. But I get what you're saying, that you can get a lot more damage, and you can build your stacks faster if you get the hits.
You get better stacks, and more stacks is more health for you.
And the cleave is good. Pause from Pog.
The thing is, if you take this facet, you get this feeling, you get this baiting feeling, this drag to max your E, because otherwise your facet's useless, right? You have to skill the spell that your facet's working with, surely. But don't do it. Don't get baited by that feeling. Max your
what's
Q
the
anyway.
mana drain percent? I mean, 120, because it's 100% damage per second, isn't it? Yeah, mana drain deals damage. So 120 damage a second's pretty good, though, no? But
it's only dealing damage when you actually take in mana. So
I didn't actually realize that's a fair point. And it's magic damage, isn't it? So then it's getting reduced by whatever.
And you have to hit levels, like, it's 20, 40, 60, and then the last level is the good, like, where you get the double. Like, the level 4 is where it gets really strong, but you have to be level 7 then. And at level 7 line, mostly you go up to someone and you go like, oh, I'm going to suck you now for 7 seconds. And they're just going to go up to you and just slap your 700 HP away in like 3 hits. And you're just standing there sucking, thinking, oh, I'm doing 120 damage per second. And they just kill you. It's just really bad. I don't like the facet. And I don't like the people that get baited by it.
Getting into the lanes, I think this could be a difficult lane for old Kunker.
Yeah.
I think this Visage does a lot of damage early on.
It's kind of okay. Yeah, I think you struggle a bit, but as soon as you have your bottle, you do not die anymore. You don't get hit that often. He's lost this first wave quite badly, though. Maybe there's something.
Up top, we've got Dragon Knight Lion into this Marzipan Crumb Brewmaster. Oh, sorry, Marzipan Crumb Brewmaster and Lion into Dragon Knight and Undying. Getting my teams confused here. I mean, this is just gonna struggle from losing strength, but very aggressive from Wurzag. It does miss the stun on time.
This is exactly how you're supposed to play Undying. You get 2 decays off, and then you run at them and you kill them.
Yeah, I mean, Crumb going down very quickly there.
That's 2 decays worth of. Like, he had way too little strength. Like, he looked like he's full HP, but he had 200 HP or something like that. It's not a lot.
So First Blood going the way of the carry again. I mean, they do quite a good job of getting First Blood on that carry on Sitout, whether by accident or on purpose. I couldn't say.
See a jump from Lulu
we see the jump come in on the techies. Lulu taking a lot of damage, but Vidicus is going to fall from it, so a worthy trade, I would say. Liability needs to stop standing in the brambles. It's not called brambles, but, you know.
It is
what they are.
What's it called?
Nature's grasp.
Nature's grasp.
But they are brambles, so, you know.
They are brambles.
It's a hedgerow. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Visage take an early lead in last hits, double the last hits of the Kunker, and the other way around, obviously Vidicus dying on that sniper is going to really impact that lane at the moment.
I think he didn't lose too much from it. The wave was pushing in his favor.
Yeah, not at all. Only 4 last hits behind the Dragon Knight.
But the HP difference is a big problem, right? I believe he's level 3 here, which is really helpful. He's got the 2 charges on the E now.
In the mid lane, Seething pushing up, DuckT very low.
Yep. I think as soon as you hit level 3 and you have a bottle on Kunker, you're kind of fine. I think this lane's not going to be very interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Until you hit level 6. DuckT. He goes for the bottle. I mean, is he behind on net worth now?
No, he doesn't go for the bottle. You don't go for the bottle on Visage. I don't think. Maybe you do. But most of the times, I think you just.
Bot lane, Vidicus low again. Lulu possibly going to fall once more, but will Liability manage to finish off Vidicus? Come on, he's got to be able to do it, and there he goes. Said Hep now just taking a hit, but he's
great work from Lulu. I love the aggression and the way he trades himself in there.
Yeah, I mean, great kills. I mean, you're giving the sniper something, but he's dying straight after, so a worthy trade. Marzipan Crumb again, not a lot of health. Stun comes out, but too late. Nasir's taking another kill. This is looking like a very, strong early lead for Sitout.
Yep, it's the Undying. Like they've picked supports that win the lane and do something afterwards again. Like I like that a lot. Like these support. This is exactly what supports are in the meta right now. Are supports that can do that kind of thing for you.
Yeah.
So I just like the support on Sitout way more than I like it on.
Yeah, I mean this Lulu Techies has been excellent. Yeah. I mean, last game and so far this game. If anything, it's so far been better this game.
True.
Able to play very aggressive, same as the Undying. The only difference mainly being the Undying's living up to his name at the moment.
Look at that. He just... oh god, he's got level 2 in mana drain. No!
Instead of the Hex.
He's just going to mango up. He could just mango, put the tombstone down. He probably would kill both of them because they don't kill him.
He's going to wait. I mean, to be honest, they're very far pushed up. Like, I feel this is the exact time you want to go on them, but Nasir's happy farming his wave, so...
Hey, look at that. I love what Wurzag's doing here. He can just walk down the line because the line has 1 point in Q. The Q doesn't come in, like, isn't up for another 10 seconds. And the mana drain, you don't care. I love it. Love how Wurzag is playing these heroes. I feel like this is way more his style than the Disruptor was in the game 1. He wants to play these in-your-face, annoying heroes.
I definitely agree about the Disruptor.
I mean, he didn't play it as
He did well on the Disruptor. I think the issue they had in the first game with the Disruptor and the Hoodwink was that they were not doing similar things, but they were both pretty squishy. Time Twister looking like he's going to fall here. Stick does come out after the stun. He's running. Tombstone comes out. That zombie's going to chase down poor Time Twister on the Lion, and he's going to fall.
Oh, and he's
Crumb
getting
just trying to hit the Tombstone down.
And there's a deny.
And now they've got the creeps. They're going to look to dive the tower. Nasir's in deep. Wurzag's backed off. Nasir's going to leave it now.
He can die here. He can die. If Nasir gets a stun,
the
he's dead.
Bottom lane, Sedhep taking some damage, but they're diving the tower top again. They're now behind the tower.
There's the stun.
Crumb just trying to get away. Out comes the stun. Out comes another decay. Time Twister coming in to get the stun. Marzipan Crumb looking to turn. Oh my god, a lot of damage coming out from that tier 2 tower. Yeah. Mana Drain not doing anything now that Wurzag has no mana, as we learned earlier, chat. Time Twister going to chase. Nasir's behind, but Time Twister turned for a second, otherwise he might have been able to catch him with the stun. Time Twister now taking a lot of damage, but Crumb's in danger, still there on low health. He's not really managed to gain much, trying to tango up, but he maybe just needs the base.
Like nearly 2 whole waves to the tower.
Meanwhile, while we've been faffing about up there, Sniper takes the kill on Lulu. Liability looking low as well. We did see Sedhep fall, and both heroes died mid.
Yep.
We saw
true.
DuckT go down, DuckT take down Seething, and Seething take down DuckT. So there's been some amount of damage coming out after the death at some point, but I'm not quite sure what happened there. You'd have to check the ticket. The
important part there is that DuckT killed Admiral Seething before Admiral Seething then killed DuckT. So
always the big one. So he gets the XP
DuckT
as well.
came out victorious. Yeah.
Crumb refusing to go back to base here, but equally Wurzag and EA Nasir with basically no mana, although the mangoes have been used, but we do have sticks.
But they do have stick charges. Minute 7, Lulu's on the Wisdom Rune already. The Radiant team has ignored the Wisdom Rune so far. They might get it stolen if Wurzag does a cheeky smoke play or something.
They might. I'm not sure he wants to leave lane really here, if he just wants to stay and fight.
I mean, Nasir does not die here anymore. At this point, the Undying can leave, but he doesn't really have any place he can be where he can do more. He could go bot and clan a bit there. But Nasir doesn't die and kind of just farms every wave here freely.
Yeah, I mean, we got similar farm on the carries, although there's a lot more last. I've seen similar items. Sorry, even there are a lot more last hits on this here. I mean, mid again, not the most split. Duck slightly ahead, and especially with those kills, that'll help. Well, the kill coming out first, that will help him a little bit. Top lane fighting again, standing to steal the mana, but Wurzag just going to wand up afterwards. Time Twister now in the middle. The Tombstone is dropped. Marzipan Crumb now trying to run away. He's not going to try and kill it this time.
He missed the decay though, sadly. If he hadn't missed the decay, that would have been a lot of damage. The level 3 decay, that would have just slapped a lot of HP away and does do damage. So
they've not really they've not got anything that can dodge the sniper ult when that becomes available.
Yeah, smokes. Just use smokes.
Yeah, they could buy save items. I just mean there's no hero with a built-in ability to not get sniper ulted like a Weaver or anyone with any sort of disjoint. Liability slowed a little low. Vidicus not really putting out any damage. He's still trying to last hit the wave. Maybe a miscommunication in the top lane. We've seen the ult get popped by Nasir. Marzipan Crumb coming back in. Crumb making a decision. He throws out the barrel. He's stunned, and he's going to take a lot of damage. DuckT coming in behind. Maybe that was what they were waiting for. Wurzag now taking a lot of damage from that Visage. Time Twister chasing down Nasir. The Bird's doing work. Seething coming in from behind, though, as Nasir takes a lot of damage. Xbox goes out on a Time Twister. Both the mids ignoring their teammate dying and just fighting each other. Nope. DuckT has turned with EA Nasir coming back in behind him. It's Battle of the Flying Creatures.
Here's Wurzag again.
Seething stunned by the Birds, but Time Twister stuck behind. Wurzag's back in, ulted. He does have Tombstone to drop, though, if he decides to. Yeah. He is getting chased down by the Birds. Tombstone's going to go because he thinks he's going to die before. Birds moved. Micro maybe a little bit dodgy. He's looking to stun the zombies to not die. I think this might just be a bit of a stalemate here. So we lost both supports, but...
Oh, Seething can just bottle up here. On 3, but no, never mind. He picks up.
TP coming back in for Time Twister.
There were 4 bounty runes there. No, 3 bounty runes there, and he only picked up bottle at 1 and then picked up the other 2. Absolutely criminal.
We didn't see it. There was no. It wasn't on stream, so we don't know if it happened. I mean, meanwhile, Vidic is able to catch up a little bit on last hits, but still, I mean, it's dead even, basically. I mean, same for mid. I mean, net worth-wise, what have we got? Mid, dead even, slight advantage, I think, due to the kills and the not dying for EA Nasir. But otherwise, there is a 2... Oh, dear.
Bottom one.
I'm bottom. Said Hep with the ult. Oh, the jump comes in onto the sniper who's going to fall.
Yep. Oh,
Liability hanging on by a thread here until those ghosts come back to heal him up, but said Hep unable to throw out any damage really, at risk of dying himself to the Death Prophet ult. I mean, great blast off by Lulu again. Said Hep looking to do something. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Those ghosts are going to be going back very soon.
Oh, top Matsum Crumb dead again. Still not 6 on him.
I mean, where's this 2k lead coming from? 3k lead now coming from? Because our
Crumb
1s and 2s
really
are fine.
The 3s.
That is it, isn't it? Yeah.
The 3s and the 5s. Or the 4. The line has 1,500 while Lulu has 2,400 and Wozak is really...
Yes, even though the farm on the core is definitely just due to the imbalance of kills coming out from the Dire side. Yeah. We've now seen a rotation of the Lion down here. They're going to try and take down Liability. Sedhep going in for the slow. They're going to switch targets onto Lulu. Out comes the Nature's Grass. Lulu going to use Blast Off to get away, but does take a lot of damage and dies to some sort of damage from Sedhep. If I'm honest, I'm not sure what.
There was a Leech Seed thing flying behind him.
Time Twister now going back top.
He had Leech Seed on him. He casted Leech Seed
very aggressive on the Seer. Well, there's like just sitting at the side, not doing much. I say not doing much, not a criticism. I just mean there's no point in coming in on Crump. They're not looking to fight him right now.
He's right now stacked him. I don't mind it.
He took a level ahead of
Seething. I feel like he should go bot. I think at this point, what Wozak should do is go bot and help them take the tower there to open up the map a bit more. That opens up the map to potentially then take the mid tower, then slowly take do like a circular motion to take the bottom tier 1, then mid tier 1, and then you can from there on take the map a bit more. That's what you can do because like Dragon Knight's not dying. Dragon Knight's not dying unless he Visage rotates. Plus, I feel like they need 4 people to kill him.
They're looking to go on Wozak. Crumb really wants something here. I'm not sure he's in a position to get it. Time Twister running around the Dire jungle. He did spot the camps, but now he's going to get caught out by Seething. Didn't ult. Stun comes out. Are they just going to walk away? Crumb can't decide which direction to go. Maybe a pathing issue. Out comes the tombstone for the slow.
Look at how short that stun was because it's a level 1 stun. It's so pathetic. And that's why the line dies here.
Oh my god. Lulu in with the blast off. Lion going to fall. Crumb again just maybe hung around too long. He's got an ult which should get him away, but I'm not sure he needed it. If he just left before. He's hanging around. Dangerous against this this Kunkka that was up in the air a second ago. Lulu taking a bit of damage.
Also, I'm dying with the facet of the zombies.
And the fact the zombies are chasing. They're gonna continue to chase, and he's back into normal form. X marks is down, and he's back in the midst of them. Somehow not dead yet. Was that a miss from the barrel or from the?
No, he missed the decay.
No, I think there was a miss on the Kunkka. He didn't get the last hit. Lulu throwing out sticky bombs, just looking to slow down his enemies so that Wozak can get away. But the birds are coming in. Birds doing a lot of damage. He's going to land the stun. Out comes the Soul Assumption. Sorry, I don't know the Visage spells very well. I ignore the hero like the plague.
Yep. It's pretty annoying. Oh, it's only level 1 Soul Assumption. That explains why it's so low damage.
This is very deep now. He's got his armlet.
He's got his armlet, but he's going more with Mask afterwards. Afterwards.
He's very far ahead of that sniper now. I honestly don't know where that's happened. They were pretty close. He's now 1,500 ahead.
A few stacks, and he killed. Like he got 3 waves, while the sniper is just farming jungle, right? Like, yeah, Liability's doing a good job of keeping the sniper off of the wave.
Yeah.
Like the sniper can't approach here, right? So
I mean, Time's got the stun off, but they're not catching Nazir, and even if they do, I would hope the rotations would be in pretty quick.
Yeah, right now we're just seeing the difference between lane farm and jungle farm. And you always want lane farm.
Crumb now bottom. They're looking to do something to stop Liability, but they're doing it while he's got his ult up.
Yeah.
Vidica's putting in shots. Time Twister's come down bot through the portal, I think.
Oh, Muslim Crumb, you need to be careful, my friend.
It might have been a TP because he doesn't have one on him now.
No silence and Liability though, so...
Liability now coming in behind Vidicus. Vidicus takes a huge amount of damage. He's only got under a K HP total.
No mana for suck on Liability. Otherwise he would be dead here on Vidicus.
Oh, we've seen time fall elsewhere because the rest of the team's coming in to help Liability. This could turn very sour for the Radiant here. In comes Seething. We are finally going to see Liability fall, but Crumb now trapped, and the sniper falls. Crumb taking a lot of damage. He's trying to take down Lulu first, but Lulu takes him down with a well-placed mine. And DuckT has decided to exit the area.
Do you see the map right now? Vinicus is seems
Scribbling
to be not happy.
Yeah. I mean, this is a rough game to be the sniper in that lane.
Yeah.
Nasir here. Duck comes in behind. Stun comes out from the Lion. Sedhep coming in. He's going to get down the Nature's Grass, and that's a finger stack for Time Twister and a death for EA Nazir. I mean, they need to be killing EA Nazir now.
Yeah, they do.
He's worth a lot.
A lot of gold for DuckT. He's gone for the Grave Chill Sepulchre. No idea how you say that word. The facet on Visage.
Oh, the facet. The facet.
Sepulchre.
Yeah, sepulchre. I don't know. Is it a language? Is it a random word? I don't know.
I don't know. It's not the one that people usually do.
What's Marzipan Crumb doing again?
Oh no. He does have his ult, so he's probably gonna get out.
Crumb going in onto Liability. He's gonna throw out. What did he throw out first there? The Cinder Brew? I think that's the one. Yeah. Throws Cinder Brew, throws down the Thunderclap. He is going to ult now. Time Twister coming in behind him, but they don't have a lot of support. Vidica's looking like he might do something. Sedhep's running in. Crumb looks like he might go down here. He maybe needs to get out of that ult. The boat's coming in from the Kunkka. Liability's in. Wurzak very low. Nearly falls to Vidica's, but not quite. We do see Sedhep go down in the middle of the fight. Crumb now out of ult on the Brewmaster. Viticus goes down to Liability. We then see Lulu fall, but that's not going to be a big loss for the Radiant. DuckT now in. They're going on Seething. Seething's going to fall. Time just to take the mana off Liability. Wurzak very low, unable to really help. He's run back in. Has he run a bit too close?
He's fine.
Mine goes down. Wurzak hit by the Cinder Brew. Marzipan Crumb out onto Wurzak. Out comes the Vessel. He does ult. It does a lot of damage to Crumb, who now falls to the Death Prophet ult. Duck chased him down with birds, though. Is he going to land a stun? Out comes the Soul Assumption. Or Grave Chill.
He's got a Yule
Soul Assumption. Lulu's now back. The birds die to a mine. That's actually pretty useful. Yep. Liability now turning. He's going to get that healing from his ult coming back soon.
But
out comes the ult, but he's Yulesed into the air. Lulu on the back lines on DuckT. He's losing his mana. Out goes the Taser. Liability's now basically back on full health. Also has a bit of mana. The rest of his team TPing back in. This fight's never going to end. Viticus got Creep Wave on him, which isn't helpful as he's getting chased down by Team Sitout. DuckT Bird's trying to deal with the wave on his carry. Seething's back. Xbox onto Viticus. Torrent ready to go. Torrent misses Viticus, but does hit Time Twister. DuckT putting down the damage on Seething, but in the backlines, Liability's trying to take down Viticus. He gets ulted by Time Twister on the line, but he's not going to fall. The Tombstone's up on the hill. Lulu's not in the fight anymore. Liability very low. Is going to finally fall to a mixture of Radiant heroes. And I think everybody leaves. Almost a kill onto Lulu for Viticus, but the sniper ult is not quite enough to finish it.
He might find it. He's finished his axe. He might find another
very
killer.
Deep. I think he's going to leave, though. And meanwhile, EA Nasir is farming away.
Yeah, he took a tower, took 5 creep waves, and just took it to 2 ancient camps. He's chilling. He's bing chilling. Not going for that blink dagger. I hate it. I need that blink dagger right now on the Dragon Knight. Otherwise, you're just gonna get kited. Like we saw in that fight, there was a lot of kiting going on from Team Radiant.
Yes.
Right, they can just walk away because right now
I actually think both ways. Like the amount of time Liability survived.
I mean, she survives for going in, right? But like she did well, but.
Yeah,
there's a lack of stuns and stuff on time on people. So I can see like both teams are getting kited a bit. Lulu's good at catching sometimes, but obviously Blast Off has a long cooldown.
I think they should have enough abilities to put down here. They've got the X marks, they got the Torrent. If they have Dragon Knight in the fight, he's got a stun on him as well.
Seething has missed the X combo on Viticus, which made Viticus survive.
Oh, Marzipan Crumb going in on Ian
Nasir. He's gone for the Kanda again.
DuckT's in behind, the ult out from Nasir. Crumb taking a lot of damage. I think they just walk away from this.
To get this kill.
Oh, no, birds are in. Out goes the Soul Assumption and the Grave Chill.
I think they kill him.
Ult comes out from Crumb. They're trying to chase him down. I think he just runs under the DuckT with the retreat coming out.
I mean,
Wurzak now in and Seething. They could catch Crumb here. Time Chester comes in with the stun to help his teammate escape.
That was really good micro. Otherwise, he's dead. If he doesn't Yules the Conquer there, he just gets X after when he comes out and dies.
So, do you get the Void Bruling from level 1 here, or?
Yeah, that's the change now.
Oh, I thought it was
they
X.
gave him that.
This is a mass migration of Team Sitout here.
The Axon,
go
no
down for
one
Rush.
understands the Axon Brewmaster, but I think it's what you have to play. Like it's so weird and so complicated, but it's like.
I like the idea that it's you're just saying it's the same as like quantum physics. It's like if anyone says they understand it, they don't really understand it.
I mean, it's pretty simple in the way that you basically can at all times summon a Bruling from the stance that you're in.
Right. Okay.
So you can say, but then knowing like the complicated part about it is what.
Oh fuck me! Yeah,
when
I'm
do you
reading
use
it.
which? When do you use which ruling? When is which ruling the correct one to have out? Do you want to fire one out? Do you want to like what's? How do you use it? Is the complicated part.
Sanjin Yasha finished on the Seer here. It's coming out in his career anyway.
Please buy Blink, my friend. Why did they give the Aegis to him? I guess he's really
I
worth
think
it.
that they're
like,
planning to get
worth
him
a
in
lot
the
of gold.
fights now, and that's kind of what it is. But I agree, without the Blink, he's not that lead in, is he? Like he's not gonna.
He's just gonna get kited.
Yeah, I really agree with you. Actually, now looking at it, they don't. Who's their initiation here?
It's only Admiral Seething walking up and Xing someone. That's the only initiation. They have all Lulu jumping in and dying because sadly right now if Lulu jumps in and is the first one in.
But regardless of
That's a death.
initiation, they're gonna absolutely decimate towers. They do so much damage.
Yeah, this is what they have to do now. They have to just sit on a tower and make the enemy team come to them.
I mean,
that's
Yeah, they
also a
don't.
way to engage a fight, right?
They don't have a
Make
pick,
them
but they've got the Aegis. They
hungry.
could look for high ground here.
They should. Like they need the other team to go for them. Mid doesn't have a wave.
Duck's out. He's invisible, but he's out. Wurzak maybe left behind. Mine's gonna give him away.
Yeah, this is dangerous for Wurzak. If he gets found by DuckT, he's dead.
I'm honestly impressed DuckT hasn't found him. Oh!
They've been playing around with
Nope.
roses.
I don't know what's happening here.
Oh my god, he's not
I
seen
thought
him.
Time had seen him, but apparently not.
That was perfectly out of vision. Just every time the trees protected
The smoke is out.
him.
How are we doing on sniper items? Not
Bad.
good. Not good at all.
Mjolnir finish. No shard, no force stuff yet. He can't fight.
He's
We
still
are
trying to get
looking
that
at a
Dragon Lance.
BKB being queued up next for the Dragonite. I've already made
Oh,
a comment
Marlon
about
comes in,
this.
set up with the ult. He's going to lock down 2. Nasir stuck under the tower, but he does have the Aegis. Glimmer
Yeah.
Cape comes out, gets him away. Boat comes in. I think that... Does that mean he's got rum on him? Yep, Admiral's rum.
Wozak, please just
Tombstone's
put a
down.
sentry down and set help dice to your zombies.
Tombstone's down. Vidicus is going to start working on that so that the team can fight. X comes out onto Marzipan Crumb. Liabilities on him as well. But on the other side, they're going to go in on Wurzak and take him down
They just
very quickly.
Killed the Undying very quickly, yeah.
Crumb's still alive. A bit of a split going on for the Dire side now as Radiant pushes up. TP comes out to defend the
They
top
could just
tower.
walk in behind here on Azir and they would probably win the fight.
They're looking for Seething. They're going to find him on Crumb. Out goes the Cinderbrew. DuckT coming in on the Visage.
Oh, he did
Out
that
goes the
both.
Soul Assumption and the Grave Chill. Stun coming out for the Lion. Are we going to see a finger? And we're going to see a finger.
Yeah.
Seething goes down. I mean, this gold lead is slipping away from Team Sitout.
It's again this absolute, like, Sitout has a really good laning stage. Nearly every time they've had decent laning stage. And then they just absolutely shit the bed with the items. It is incredible how badly Seething has itemized in this series.
Let's maybe not talk about this candor again. I do think the blink lacking on the series may be a problem. Where did that Lion just die? In the bot lane.
They went on the NSC. Oh no,
Crumb's
You
still
could
in there. He's
see-
put him up in
you
the
can
air.
see
Assist
the
still
mind
with an
working.
Aegis.
Oh, no, what are you
No,
doing,
there's
Marzipan
only
Crumb?
one left. DuckT coming in. He's going to stun with the birds.
Oh.
He is not. And we are going to see Marzipan Crumb down. And the tip comes out.
Yes,
Nasir now
the
gone on by
Aegis.
Vidicus and DuckT. Vidicus
Lulu's
could
coming
be
in.
in trouble to Lulu. Aegis is popped. DuckT drops the birds to heal them up, I think.
Here
But could have
comes
gone for the stun. Lulu dives in with the blast off. He's going to do a lot of damage to the sniper. But the birds turn around. Glimmer Cape, not enough. He's already targeted by the sniper. We see Lulu go down, but Nasir does manage to run away. But that is the
Liability
Aegis
just
pop.
pushing on his own. He's top and he's dying.
Oh, very low though now. Goes down to the support duo.
What is Radiant Dire doing? What is Team Sitout doing here?
I think we
They just fucking
must have seen a
throw
finger
it.
there in that last fight. I'm not sure.
Massive yeets from Team Dire here.
I can't get
Wherzak
the
dead
full
again?
fight recap for either of those fights.
Yeah.
Wherzak in, birds on him. We're seeing a lot of damage come out from these birds. Like,
Yep.
DuckT's really starting to move up that net worth. Nasir
He
doing a
is, for
great
sure.
job to stay ahead of him, but
Supposed to really finish that orchid. That's gonna be a problem for the Kunkka, especially. Here Kunkka has Kanda. I was about to say Kunkka has the liability has a Jules.
yeah. It's interesting. We're seeing a real reversal between DuckT and Vidicus from last game. Last game, DuckT playing carry, terrible lane. Oh, sorry, hang on, my end.
Yeah.
Brief audio issues. There we go. We're back. Last game, DuckT awful lane on carry. Vidicus trying to hold them in the game and did a really good job of it, while DuckT was able to do very little. This game, Vidicus terrible lane. At least he's playing a proper carry hero and not Io.
Yeah.
But DuckT mid doing a lot of damage and holding them in the game. Although Seething starting to fall behind.
Seething starting to fall behind, and Vidicus also keeping up and having impact in these fights, right? There's actually some, like, he's 3, 5, and 10. He's helping out. He's putting these shrapnels down, doing damage. Like, he's doing so much more than the Io did last game. It's just based on the hero pick. Basically, again, this game is just over if Seething buys a Blade Mail or Wherzak buys a Blade Mail. Both of them should just queue up a Blade Mail, buy it, and watch the sniper die.
I think if you're playing into a sniper, you should buy a Blade Mail.
Yeah.
Like, if you have more health than sniper.
This is a classic build. He's never buying a blink, right? Because many people think this, and this has to be cleared up. You can buy a blink late game.
Found.
You don't have to rush a blink, but you can buy it even late game. And it's
Hex
still
comes
a good
out from the
item.
line as he blinks in. Stun comes out. He backs off a little bit, scared of the team. A lot of damage coming out from Vidicus now. Marzipan Crumb
This
coming in the
might be a
follow-up.
dead,
Set
yeah,
Hep
this
in the
is
back
dead.
line.
That's
Liability trying to run away. Out comes the sniper ult. Are they going to finger as well? Oh, the finger comes out. What did he heal from? That is just a big fat wand?
Yeah, big fat 1 sec.
He does fall anyway, but
it's still the
impressive.
it's still the finger stack. Right? He died within 3 seconds. So it's
yeah,
kinda
I
fine.
think he's still got it. It did put Assassinate on cooldown, but not a long cooldown at all.
You see, Riddick is actually doing a lot of damage there, so he's having impact on this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a sniper. He still does good headshot damage. He's got the attack speed. He's now finished his Hurricane Pike. I mean, he's coming back into this game. He's a little under-leveled, under-farmed.
And it's all
But
on
his
Ian
net
Azir just
worth
not
is
being in these
picking
fights.
up.
It's all on Ian Azir just not being in this fight. Kunkka can't take these fights on his own.
Ian Azir now in onto the Lion, doing a lot of damage. Lion's going to fall before the stun ends. My God.
Oh, he does the damage. He doesn't need a dayless.
Rest of the team
he does
coming
the
in.
damage. The
Crumb
damage is there.
taking a beating. DuckT trying to take down Lulu, but he's not. He changed his mind. He's backing off. He's still invisible. He didn't really do anything but get mined. Sitout really, they're setting up. They want to take this mid tower. They want to fight. They want to do something.
The team also, like the team Sitout still hasn't reacted to this Visage axe. So none of them are carrying dust. There's very little sentries on the map.
Yeah,
so
they're just ignoring the fact that he can turn invisible.
Yeah.
Ult comes out from the
And
Death Prophet. They're going to look to
outplayed by
take this tower. Cinderbrew misses, I believe.
Kind of have to go. Oh my God, what is Vidicus doing? What are you doing, Vidi?
Oh dear, I don't know where he came from. I don't know why he was there, but he is not there anymore.
Yeah, that was
I think this
very
is high ground for them. Without that sniper, there's no buyback. It's a very difficult defense. Ult comes out from the Brewmaster. Visage in the back. He's going to take down Lulu very quickly. He's got the silence now with the Orchid. I don't know how long he's had that. It could just be me not paying attention. Sitout going to turn around, though, and trying to deal with the pressure on that backline. Finger comes out. We see Seething go down. Ult out from the tree. Great work from Said Hep. Hex out onto liability. Wherzak very low. Have we seen the tombstone? The tombstone is down. I thought it was a tower. That's my bad. DuckT doing great work there, finishing off Wherzak. Liability now in big trouble. Where the hell is EA Nazir? He is TP'd out. Okay.
Like
liability
a freaking
falls.
coward. Is Setup dying to this tombstone?
Setup may die to this tombstone, but he's done okay.
That was so criminal from EA Nazir there. He just left his team behind. BKB TP'd out after Seething died. Instead of just clicking anything.
Yeah, I mean, great work from DuckT in the backlines, taking out the the supports. He took out Lulu very quickly. It's what Duck loves to do if you actually watch the heroes that he plays. And then not only that, but Sitout did a great job turning around. They needed to deal with the problem. They didn't just want to get taken out from the back lines. And then in comes the support duo from Pog, and we just had big stuns, big finger, and a really nice trio.
Time Twister's dead here.
Time Twister is definitely dead here. I think Lulu a bit early there. I don't know if the damage went through. Nasir on the side. Time Twister's wasting some time here.
Yes.
Oh, out comes the Ghost
Here comes the candle. Oh, let's go.
He does fall, but I mean, he did kite them a bit. There's no real value in it, but it's nice to see.
The fact that the Kanda got the kill there probably validates in his mind, validates his build.
The call from chat, by the way, that's just come through, is because the last fight went well for Radiant, it was a great initiation from Sniper.
Yeah, true.
It's not about how the fight starts, it's about how the fight ends.
Yeah. Okay, we need...
Sorry, go ahead.
We need to see things to counter the Visage now, right? The only problem they have is the Visage. So you need... we see Verzak smartly... I would like to blade my bow, but he's going for a Lotus Orb to counter that Bloodthorn.
We just saw a TP out. I'm not sure who said
what's
Hep's
Lulu
now
building
deep
next?
in here.
Lulu's building Ghost Scepter. That's really good. Ghost Scepter is a great way to counter the Visage.
Yeah, I mean, what is this? That is magical, but he's not doing a ton with it. It's mainly the attacks from the birds.
He used the spell.
In comes the boat. Tombstone is down. DuckT's going to make it out from the X.
He did. The Time Twister 4-staff, really good.
They're very quick to take down that Tombstone as well. Are they going to look to pursue?
He just barely lost, like, just before he hit the trees, he lost the time as a grave buff. Yeah. I think he used the spell, but maybe it just ran out. I
am starting to wonder if Team Pog if they've lost contact with said Hep, who just seems to be sitting in the trees halfway up the bot lane.
It's the best KDA hero because this is all he does. He just...
Ian is here taking a lot of damage as he initiates. The BKB is out, so he won't have that for the rest of the fight as he runs away. Liability now Yule's into the air. He's stuck a little bit deep. Wurzag and Ian is here going to come back in. Liability going to fall to DuckT, I believe. Nope, Crumb comes in and finishes that one off. Excellent kill secure. Wurzag put up in the air. He's now going to be stuck behind enemy lines. Dies, that's another finger stack. Ian is here TPing out again. He's going to go deal with top instead of the enemy team. And Seething backing off strongly as well. And Lulu just gonna run away.
He's now going for a blink at 33 minutes in.
I believe for the first time in this game, the gold lead has swayed up into Pipe of... What is it? What's the fuck's the team name? Pipe of Goon. Pipe of Goon territory. Oh, sorry, my bad. If anyone accuses me of not knowing, it's because this was very last minute and they just picked the team name, and that's why. And I've been calling them Pog all game.
He's finally going for the blink on the NSA, but he needed it earlier. And now, like,
it's not a bad item now, I don't think.
His 9-second BKB he used to TP out. His 8-second BKB got kited completely. Now he buys a blink dagger and is going to be working with his 7-second BKB. That has to have some serious impact because the 6-second BKB is probably not going to be enough to kill anything. So I want to see his blink, and then I want to see an axe from him because there's a lot of magical damage on the enemy team.
Liability possibly caught out again. Setheb emerges from the trees.
No. He's doing something.
A lot of damage coming out from this Visage, and he drops the trio. We're going to see Wurzag fall as well as he's trying to escape Nature's Grasp, which isn't going to happen. And Lulu TPing in, but all too late.
It's just.
I don't even think it's too late. I don't think he was going to be able to save them regardless.
Yeah, it's just a DuckT show.
I mean, what have we got on neutral items? Why? Just got 2 Paladin swords, cloak. I mean, these are all fine. I was just more thinking, I can't remember what level it... What level is it Vindicator's Axe or something? It gives a slow resistance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels like it would be good here.
Bad. There's a lot of slows, but I feel like it's just you have to lock down this Visage, right? That's why you can't
on the right side, DuckT is in, and he's going to take out Lulu, who was hiding under the tower. Nowhere is safe from this Visage.
Yeah, it's right now it's a DuckT show, and all you have to do is lock him down. You need to get the Congold on him. You need the Blink Dagger, Dragon Knight, to blink on the Visage, stun the Visage, and slap him down. That's how you take these fights. He's now got the Blink Dagger, or he's got enough gold for it. He's not boarded yet. He's got 3,000 gold. He's saving buyback? I guess he's saving buyback.
I mean, quite possibly. Buyback is becoming important.
Yep.
We've got buyback on Nazir. We got buyback on 2 supports, but the rest of the group is a big old nope.
Could also just still be discussing or thinking about what item he actually wants to give up here for the blink. It should be the Mask of Madness, but maybe he doesn't. Okay, he's bought the blink. He's moved the Mask of Madness into his into the backpack. This is finally, after 35 minutes, the Dragon Knight is going to have impact in these fights. So these 22,000 net worth that they were ahead, or that was on the Dire team, is now actually going to start playing and having impact in the fight. So this should now look better if they fight the fight. Now they now have to fight find this fight, get on the sniper, get on the visage. Let's see if they can do that.
Everyone's standing around waiting for something. They all want
Guessing
to
for a
fight around this
smoke.
top
Yeah,
tower.
Lulu waited for a smoke.
Nope, it's said Hep here, sort of keeping attention. He's thrown out of Nature's Grasp.
Yeah.
He's sitting invisibly in the trees, but
They
the
really
rest
need
of his
to carry
team
more dust and
up in the top left corner of the map, taking down this Roche, and they could do this quickly. They're going to have to do it
scanned it,
quickly.
though.
The
They
Raw's going
scanned
to
it.
come out. Scan
They
is
know
out, but I
about
don't think they
this.
can move quick enough.
Yeah.
Time Twister sitting on the cliff like a good support, and Roche going to fall straight onto Viticus.
How is Seth getting away with this? He's literally just standing still. The fucking gameplay on this hero is so dumb.
Oh no, he's still moving. He's
moving,
slowing
but
the
he's not
waves,
doing
though.
anything. No, he's not using anything, because if
Oh,
he
sorry,
uses
now he's
anything, he
not.
dies.
He was previously, I will say.
Yep.
He threw out a Nature's Grasp earlier and just sort of make... I think he did make Dire think that they were going to be fighting there soon.
Ugh.
While the rest of his team made their way up to Roshan.
I mean, it's working. You can't knock it.
Top tower fall very quickly to the Sniper. Sniper now, honestly, I mean,
He's caught up for
coming
it.
online.
He's back on
Yeah,
the
I mean, he's still 5k behind the Dragon Knight, but smoke out on Sitout. Sitout going to find Crumb in the jungle. This could be Crumb dying again. Stun comes out as Ian is here, blinks in with his newly bought blink. Lulu with the blast off, going to get a second stun, torrent up in the air, and Marzipan Crumb is going to fall. That's the pick.
All right, that's a good pick.
That is a bit. Liability's still running.
Let's see if they
He's
can
running to the
convert
lane.
on stun.
A Radiance? No, he's not a Radiance. He got a cloak. What am I on about? We knew he
Yeah,
had a cloak. I was just being silly.
Yeah, sorry for yawning a few times. I've had a long night yesterday as well.
No, that's all right. I yawned earlier myself. Too late staying up playing Civ. That's what it was. And the night before was too late staying up playing Baldur's Gate. Actually, no, I was playing Dota. I was playing Baldur's Gate, then we finished that at like midnight, and then I played like 2 games of Dota.
I was living up to my hometown and was clubbing until 6 yesterday.
Oh my god.
And in Berlin, you can do that kind of stuff.
Oh, he's been. What's the really like exclusive one that no one's seen his side of?
Berghain.
That's it. I was gonna say Berghaus, but I was like, that's an outdoors brand.
Yeah, Berghain. I don't know that's no interest to me. I was just.
What, you don't want to find out what's going on in there?
I know what's going on there. It's just a lot of drugs. It's just a bunch of drugs. But the more ridiculous one is probably the Kit Kat, which is basically just a sex club where you dance a bit.
Well, you just okay. But back in
Anyway.
the game, Time just singing the midnight. He's working
Back
on his
in the
ags now. This is, I guess, not a late ags to be fair. He's a line.
It's fine at this point. There's not many items he can buy.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like he's had decent fingers. He's got 5 stacks, an extra 200 damage. Like it's a big AOE nuke
Yeah.
if he gets his axe, and the cooldown
Yeah.
reduction is huge.
The cooldown reduction is the important thing. It's where, like, especially the ability to suddenly push out waves on a line, even if they're
Yeah. It
upgraded by
halves his
racks.
cooldown. It's ridiculous.
It's really strong. And it's the best item you can buy. Basically, there's nothing else he could buy here that's really good.
Oh, it feels like they've seen something. I feel like they don't know Nasir is here, but how long have we got left on that
I
that
think
old
it's just
Aegis?
hunting.
Under 2 minutes.
They see DuckT here. Maybe they will converge on it, but like this Aegis has deterred Dire from doing anything. And
Yeah,
they
even
just-
when they got that pick.
At this point, I don't. This is why I didn't like the Dragon Knight pick. I knew he would play this wrongly, and then they lose the late game because they picked this, right? If they pick any other core that is like in the meta right now, They're fine against the sniper.
The issue is just that a late game sniper is a late game sniper. But I mean, I
He's
still
going
don't think...
Bloodthorn next. I don't like it. I would love to see an axe here because he does need the magic resistance and the free pathing.
Sorry, who's going on Bloodthorn?
The NSA on the Dragon Knight.
Is he?
What's
Oh, he is. Sorry, I was going
He's got it queued up, but like, he should go Consumer's Axe, I think. But yeah, I like the item build for him is good enough. The Lessons Mask of Madness that he could sell.
Yeah, I mean, I love the Ags on Dragon Knight. I think it's so strong and such good fun.
It's pretty good. The entire job here is kill the Visage.
I mean, Vidicus able to just sit here and pluck away at this tower.
I'm actually unsure who wins this late game because Death Prophet can be really strong. Like all of the heroes on Die are really good, but Sniper and Brewmaster are very strong late game.
I think the big difference is that we've seen great high ground defense from Radiant. We haven't really seen that push. So Pog haven't had the opportunity to, you know, sort of throw away a fight like Sitout have. Like they're trying to press their advantage now. We see Aenisir blink in. He's instantly hexed. He didn't pop the BKB. Marzipan Crumb now in. He's gonna be ship comes in from the back. Liability's ulted and is moving down on that sniper. Sniper is gonna fall. Sniper didn't have the Aegis. The Aegis had already gone. Time Twister is gonna pop the Ghost Scepter, but he's going to die to the magic damage from Blast Off. Sed Hep now in the trees. DuckT in the trees. Both of them invisible. Both of them trying to get away. The sentry's down. They're going to find Sed Hep. Sticky Bomb coming out. Doesn't connect. Silence comes out. Sed Hep's still running. DuckT's still running. Marzipan Crumb, I don't know what happened. Did he buy back? Did he die?
I know he got out. He got out with the Brewmaster split.
He's just mid now. I don't know why.
The Earth Spirit ran away. But, they're
going to find Duck. They silence him, but he's just going to run. I mean, this ability to just pass. He's going to stop to TP.
Oh my god!
Just a split second too late on the stun on the Dragon Knight. But two heroes down. Sniper does have buyback. They're not down for long, but they could use this to pressure mid.
Yeah, they could.
I'm not sure they're going to have time.
That was really good timing on the Aegis Expire, right? They killed him like a millisecond after the Aegis
it wasn't
Expire.
good timing of your Vidicus, but
yeah, true. On the go on the NSE, but I still feel like to make these games, like to make these fights worth it, I guess the sniper kill is good enough, but I feel like the Visage kill is the big one because he's such a high level. The sniper's caught up in net worth, so the money is the same that you get. But I feel like it has to be this Visage jump so your supports can freely.
Oh, they're going to stop pummeling away at Aenisir now. He's half health already. He gets stunned. He doesn't. He's got BKB in a second, but the finger comes out and he goes down. We then see Liability fall very soon after because they don't have the ults on the side of Sitout. They're going to chase down Aenisir. Lulu's invis and probably going to make it out. Oh, they're going to see Lulu on the wave. That is unfortunate. They're still chasing DuckT. No pathing required. He can go where he wants. They find Lulu. Lulu is going to be Glimmer, but it's not going to last too long. Seething putting out the wave to try and push them back. Urn comes out onto Seething. Ship comes out with the stun. Lulu, though, not fast enough. Stuck at the back line. Sniper ult comes out. He's just barely survived. Time comes in with the stun. Wurzak now possibly got out of position. I think he's going to make it away back to the high ground. Sedhep is chasing, though. Or chasing just to put down a sentry, it turns out. Now with his axe, he's going to be converting trees into vision.
Yeah.
Do we have any? We don't have any Battle Furies, so I don't know. Someone's going to have to get something to start killing these trees. But no need to kill trees for Pog. They are just going to start killing towers with Vidicus just raining hell from the low ground and DuckT's birds doing a lot of work. X comes out on Marzipan Crumb, who's bolstly on the high ground. He is going to get torrented up and dragged by the wave. It's a great combo by Seething, but there isn't really any follow-up as we're just going to see these barracks continue to fall. Seething doing everything he can, but everything is not enough. Said Hep already started. Oh no, sorry, Marzipan Crumb already started on the top tower. Backdoor protection is up, it is down, and they're going to get the silence off on Liability. The Ducks are getting chased in. X marks the spot. It's cancelled, I think.
It's a very late BKB.
Oh, big ult from Said Hep. He's almost pushed by the wave into the base, but they've held the Dire team just outside the base. Ult comes out, a lot of damage. Lulu and Liability make it just back in. So does Seething.
That help dead.
I think that's Undying straight back up due to the passive. Aenisir now back in the fight. We have lost another Rax, though. Aenisir, BKB, he's trying to chase down DuckT.
Why is he not using his stun?
DuckT is going to make it out into the tree. Stun comes out but does nothing, but Vidicus and Time Twister are going to make their way away. Marzipan Crumb now trapped in the midst of Sitout. I don't know where his last... No, where they were his last two. Aenisir now stuck between two heroes, three heroes, and the birds. Marzipan Crumb very low, but somehow still alive. I think... I don't know, mostly maybe due to the pipe. Buyback on Lulu. No buyback available on Nasir. Dire looking rough here. DuckT just whittling down this last top racks. Oh no, liability walked just too close. Used up to avoid the sniper, but sniper waited. Oh, the big ult from Time Twister as he blinks in and gets 2. Those stacks are rocketing up. 8 finger of death kills now. Buybacks coming out. It's everything they have on Sitout, just trying to hold on. And it looks like the 3 heroes remaining for Pog are just going to back off.
Good try, little bro.
Amazingly played, but it was
BM here.
honestly, yeah. I hate to do it, but there's so much blame to be put on the Dragon Knight. There's so many mistakes.
Oh, they've
going
run
out.
into Vinicus, but Vinicus now just pummeling out the headshot. He takes down Lulu. Is he going to get Wurzak? He's going to get Wurzak. The BKB doing great work against whatever Seething can throw at him, and it's absolutely nothing while he's BKB'd. He's now just waddling away. He's got to die. He does die.
Oh my god, you didn't Time Twister. He stole the shield rune just in
the
front
shield
of...
rune. Almost maybe. It could have helped him survive a bit longer. Would he have got out? We'll never know.
Completely lived. He would have gained another 1,500 HP. They wouldn't have been able to do that damage.
Well,
he could have turned and killed both of them. That was
I'm gonna say that it's it's Schrodinger's armor rune. We'll never know, but Sylar is strongly placing the door at your. They blame at your door, Time Twister.
You can also see the Vinicus ping. Vinicus pinged Time Twister 3 times as he walked away.
He finds Seething, throws out the silence. Damage coming out from the birds. There goes. Oh, the BKB's pop. He turns torrent, but it wasn't chasing. In comes the wave, but Duck's just gonna TP away.
Dragon Knight's on the way. Dragon Knight's on the way.
X marks the spot. Dragon Knight's now out. He's trying to take down Lion, but he's going to turn back onto Visage. But in comes Marzipan Crumb. The fight is going back and forwards. Out comes the BKB for EA Nazir. Duck just going to back off a bit, but EA Nazir taking a lot of damage from the birds. Oh, ult comes out from setup. No BKB. EA Nazir falls. There's 100 seconds without him. Still no buyback.
And there's the GG
I
code.
think that's got to be the game. There's the GG. Nasir doesn't want to play anymore, and understandably so. Game 3 going the way of Pog. Pipe of Goonsight.
That was quite the game.
That was a back and forth game. I mean, that was a hell of a comeback. It was a great work by them. I mean, that was just a lot towards the end there. I don't know what to say.
They were just unable to get the high ground. They messed up so bad. They never took the correct fights. They were so far ahead on Sitout, and they just didn't. They tried, like they kind of were aware that they were good, but they were ahead, but they weren't that far ahead. That they could have done what they did, which was just taking 2v5s, taking a 1v5, taking like all these weird fights that they didn't take, and then Nazir farming forever, taking forever to get his blink. And like,
I think Nazir likes to play these carries that he gets to get a lot of farm on and then come in sort of later in the game and do a lot of work. And I think the rest of his team generally has done quite a good, like they were doing very well early on in that game to hold it out and to win quite a few fights actually without him. Maybe the Dragon Knight just wasn't the pick for that. I don't know what you think.
For me, it's the itemization. It's every 3 games, Admiral Seething has been criminal with his itemization. Absolutely criminal. Like the Kandon Kunka both games. Like it won the first game. It didn't win the first game. The item didn't, but they get the hero. But right, if he goes Blade Mail, Axe, Octarine, the Visage doesn't do what he does. Like no Blade Mail was in this game, so the sniper and the Visage could just hit whoever they wanted.
I think
and didn't have to fear.
I definitely agree with the sniper. There's a lot of damage coming out from those Visage birds.
Yeah, but they kill themselves on Blade Mail as well.
Really I suppose if the birds die, yeah, I guess you're not killing the bird.
Like if you press Blade Mail, the birds hit you. They kill themselves really quickly.
Yeah. Right. Well, and if you can manage not to criticize him too much, we'll bring Seething in and see how he feels about the games.
But in all 3 games, I feel like his itemization has been questionable. I called it in the very first moment that the Dragon Knight's gonna not go for the Blink Dagger and it's gonna lose them the game, and I feel like that's exactly what happened. The others I can't really blame. The Wurzak Undying, I feel like he should have also gone for a Blade Mail. He tried to get this Lotus Orb.
Yeah, I feel like the support's there in both like game 2 and 3. Great job. But hang on, if we bring in Seething, Admiral Seething, hello.
Great success.
Are you there? Have we got you?
He's gone to the loo.
Oh, is he?
I don't know.
Oh, right.
I'm here.
He's here. He's here. Excellent. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm right, thank you. I'm good.
There were some good games to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought we had like 3 good games.
I think
So
Siler's blood pressure is a lot higher now than it was at 7:00. But
But
all in all,
it was very entertaining games, very very back and forth games, especially like the game 2. Like the first 2 games were a bit of a stump, but the last one was actually back and forth. You sadly failed to go high ground a bit.
Yeah, no, it was just like we lost some momentum. You know, it happens. These things happen. You know.
Can you explain the Kunka thinking?
Oh, because Kanda's like I quite like it on Kunka because it gives you extra damage, and also the Kanda also stops people blinking away from you. Because like, so game 3 we were thinking like in the draft phase we wanted to try like the DP off lane because basically we wanted like. We thought Duck was going to go carry again because we were like, oh yeah, we wanted to try DP into Duck's carry.
okay.
And then we were like, oh yeah, we're fine because I have a pool of mid heroes I can initiate with, and Kunka's one of them. And yeah, we were like, oh, we were hoping that Duck would go carry again to give like liability a bit more like practice going on.
I mean, they definitely had a good like rather than the first game obviously Duck on the Dazzle, that's a very difficult lane like thing to lane into.
This is it.
I think
like,
even just the Dazzle
really
support's
good.
hard.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like it's really good, and Dazzle's just a really strong laner. So like, and you can't really lane anyone like mid into it because again, like we saw like the lineup there in game 1, and we were like, oh, it's probably like going to be a Vidica's carry and Duck mid, and then Duck Dazzle mid. So we kind of like planned for that with like
that was
the
what
Necro
Siler
pick.
suggested.
Yeah, and this is what we thought was going to happen, and then like Duck carry, and then like I was thrown off a bit by like Vidica's mid with the monkey. And then, like in game 3, we were sort of off like thrown off kilter again because it was like, oh, is Visage mid, and then it's like Vidica's carry now, and it's like,
yeah, he loves that. He loves that. That Visage mid is his new big thing.
By the shift in roles.
Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose. I mean, the concurrent
really
to the Visage, I think I thought was going to be rougher than it seemed to be. You seem to hold that on quite well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine. I think like
Duck did start to steam ahead.
I should have played it a lot better. Like I fucked up so many waves. But,
I mean, there was a lot of like, especially on the Necrophos, I felt like you didn't dominate the lane as much as you could have. I think you could have shut down quite badly. But I did want to ask about that. Like, I was flaming this series a lot about your item build because every single game, your first
flaming
item.
About everyone on your team's item build. Well, actually, no, just you and Nasir.
Yeah, they basically. Every single game, your first item was, in my view, just the worst item you could have gotten. Like, first item, Guardian Grease on Necrophos. Can you explain that against Monkey?
Yeah, my thinking was that they were all doing like a shit ton of all the enemy team was physical damage, so we would like stack armor buffs to try and like deal with that. Because normally, like on Necro, like you kind of go for this like bots and shard build, but I thought that would leave me way too squishy. Because I knew as soon as like I was like, oh shit, Vidica's is 100% going to build a nullifier, so I should probably like start itemizing like defensively to try and like counter that before it becomes a thing. That's why I went to Shiva's Guard as well afterwards, because I was like, oh yeah, we need to kind of cut down on the healing that the monkey and the Dazzles like getting from in the midst of these fights, because we weren't actually like making anything stick.
I think what you're forgetting there is that the shard build gives you an extra heal as well, right? That's
yeah. So I did get the shard.
That's how you normally you buy Radiance and the shard, and then you get like the physical damage is protected by like they miss hits, so you're protected from that, and then I understand the thinking, but the Guardian Grease is too expensive for what it does in that situation, sadly, and it really just shut down your damage and made you kind of just sad, and then.
Yeah, no, I didn't really like the Necro pick in like game 1 because I was just kind of like, because firstly they banned like a fucking shit ton of my heroes that actually wanted to play, They banned like my Quap and the Lena. Like they banned Lena for 3 games in a row, and I really wanted to cook with that.
You have
like,
to ban
it's a
Lena
real
because
pain.
Lena's the most broken hero in this game right now. You can't
Exactly,
play
but,
against
like,
Lena.
Exactly, but it doesn't mean I still don't want it. You know,
True.
like I want it. I still want it because I would like honestly I would have considered first phasing it if they just left it in long
Yeah,
enough.
for sure. That's what you do. That's what everybody's doing right now, Lena.
There was
Exactly.
There was a big shift sort of game 1 into game 2 and 3 of the support picks in terms of like I know like style of hero that was picked for them. Is that just because it was a real struggle in game 1 or?
Well, the thing is, we've not really played much as a team for a while, so it's been like a week and a bit since we've had like the full 5 stack together.
Oh, okay.
So like that's part of it. Is like I text the lads today and I was like, what do you actually want to play?
What do you play now? Because I know it's going to be different to what you played 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh yeah, I want to draft like I want to have an idea of a draft before we go in there.
Yeah.
And also it's like a lot of this is because it's like just friendlies and it doesn't matter. I'm like a lot of this is just kind of experimental to try and figure out the new play style that we're trying to go for. I really liked Wurzag's Clockwork. I thought that was like game winning in game 2.
Love
and like
that.
I really like the techies that Lulu was cooking up in like game 2 and game 3.
Clockwork has made me want to play Clockwork.
Yeah,
that's how good it was.
It was really good.
It's also been probably my phoning about it. Like the moment he got picked, I absolutely just fell in love with it. Like, yes,
if Siler picked an MVP for the night, it would be Wurzag Clockwork.
Probably.
Siler's MVP for game 3 would have been Wurzag Clockwork. And it wasn't.
It was a good pick.
And also,
it felt like he was way more at home with that kind of hero.
We gave a lot of credit to Lulu on the techies as well. Like there was some really great blast offs.
They were really good.
Some really great sacrifice plays in that last game actually, just to sort of your offlane really dominated Vidicus on the sniper. Like that was a rough lane for the sniper.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, I think it was just a good series all in all. It's like I really enjoy playing against Duck. Like even though that he's a really good player and he's really plays like off kilter, so it's really hard to try. Like I'm really pleased that we won game 2. It's so hard to play against him because like he just thinks about the game in such a different way to like pretty much every other team that I play against because he'll just pick a hero. And he'll just be like fucking going godlike on it. Like I've never seen him play Visage, and then suddenly goes like beyond godlike and causes so much trouble.
He's been talking about this Visage build for a while because there was a fun build with Visage where you played offlane Visage with a Venomancer, and you could put the Plague Wards on the birds and then just bird bomb people. And then I think the birds recently got a buff in damage. I could be wrong, but the birds are now just ridiculess.
I was honestly considering. I was like, I should have bought Crimson Guard against this bullshit. It's like,
I guess possibly. Oh, but anyway, I mean, GG's. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'd be down. I'd be down for more. Honestly, like, really impressed that like for a random like team we cobbled together, really solid team. Honestly.
Oh, they did surprisingly well. I was really worried that either there'd just be a disparity in like players because I haven't checked anyone's ranks, and there'd be an issue there. I had a rough idea of people's abilities, or they'd just be absolutely fucking useless because none of them would be able to play where they wanted, and they'd all just argue with each other throughout the whole game.
No, I thought it was really well done. So given how little time you had, it was really impressive. Like I think everyone kind of like got a role that they're good at. Like I think time is like really undervalued on POS 4. Like he's really good, and I think obviously Sed and like Marzipan obviously on their like familiar roles.
Hey,
and then just being able to flex your POS 1, your POS 2 is like strong.
Marzipan really showed up in a way I wasn't expecting. Yeah. Like if Marzipan is watching now or sees this, honestly, great job. Please play like that in the pubs.
Wait, let's make this clear. Play like the tight game. The other games.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, no, to be fair, I wasn't expecting the Brewmaster, and it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
Hey, I have seen much worse Brewmaster.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
No, I thought the Brew it did its job of just like buy a shit ton of time, you know.
It did a few good tornadoes.
Yeah, a few solid tornadoes, like few key stuns. Like I would not be unhappy with that Brewmaster.
And Loki kiting like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
it's just difficult to kill.
That wasn't down to him being good at Brewmaster. That was down to Energy not buying Blink or ever hitting the Brewmaster. Like as soon as the Brew links were out, the Energy was just ignoring them, even though he could have just killed all of them.
Yeah.
but it's fine.
We were thinking like whether it's going to be Life Stealer or DK. It's like the joke running through the stack was that it was a Kuro draft in game 3. We were like, oh yeah, no, we're going to have one stun. It's going to be on Kunkka. It's going to be funny.
I guess that's why you pick it, because you needed another stun. But I really didn't like the Dragonite pick. I think if you pick anything that's a bit more heavy carry and not as like tempo,
I think we were thinking Life Stealer, but then we were also like, oh, we've got some really good push.
The Life Stealer was banned, wasn't it?
Oh. Was it?
I actually wasn't sure, because that was my suggestion at the end. Because I think, that was the issue. You kind of brought in this Dragon Knight, and we were sitting here going, well, you've got Kunkka, Death Prophet, and even Wurzag on the Undying. Like, you've got a pretty chunky lineup. Like, do you really need the survivability of the Dragon Knight? And you maybe lack damage then because of that. I think there was a suggestion of Drow, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad hero. You know, you won quite a few fights. I think just a few unfortunate breaks and maybe less optimal decisions, but it's difficult to see in the moment.
That's one of the things that we're trying to work on. I think it's just sort of like the shot calling, because everyone like has. I don't know if it's obvious when you're watching it from like above, but it's like. Us, it's like, oh yeah, we see one person says go on this, and then like I was like, oh, but I've caught the visage. Let's go on the visage.
There was a lot of this, like for example, the when you played against the IO, where there was a situation where the IO relocated out and you didn't communicate where he would come back, and he could just walk away and
came back
basically
and
keep him back into your team.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. You can definitely work on that. I think, honestly, if I had to be honest, the thing you have to work on the most is your item builds. I think just follow, like, honestly, open Dota Pro Tracker and follow that. It really, I feel like that would upgrade your your gaming a bit. I understand and I like the thinking that you have where you're trying to adapt to what you see, but especially the first item in the game is most often the same as the pros would do it, because it's just the best item you can get in any game. Like, unless you know that an Orchid will absolutely slap you, just go with the standard builds, or with the build that has proven, because this patch has been out a while, so the meta's kind of figured out. So for that, I'd say that's probably your biggest weakness that costs you game 1 and game 3 here. Yeah,
I'm way too shit to comment on this, so. But no, GG's. We will definitely have you back, because I already know the game that I'm lining up for you. But thank you very much for coming for a chat, and we'll see if we can grab Duck next. I think. Yeah, catch you later.
See ya. Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna swipe DuckT, who is still sitting there waiting. I'm just gonna bring him in because I can.
Oh, I can flame the
DuckT.
Hello.
Welcome to the stream.
Hello.
You have fun?
Oh, that was great. I'm happy I got dazzled.
I knew you would be. Yeah, I mean, I
was very happy that you got Carmen in the second game for picking that.
Before we get into the questionable hero choices, first thing off the bat, how was the team dynamic for just 5 random lads thrown in together?
Surprisingly, not too bad.
Some of you probably haven't. Well, most of you have probably played together before, but some of you probably haven't played together that much. So.
Yeah, it's been a while since I played with a few players in here, but the dynamic was surprisingly not. There was a bit of miscommunication, but I think it was pretty solid, honestly. What
about everyone just slip into roles quite nicely? Because I mean, looking at it, everybody played the role that we would have expected them to play. So
yeah, we I think the only thing we were really considering was whether me or Vidigos won. So we just kind of decided that on a game-by-game basis.
I would like to say, complete coincidence. I deserve no credit here. I just messaged a bunch of people and got the first 5 lads that showed up. So that's how this happened.
I mean, that's a TI Goon TI winning coach for you, right? Absolutely instinct, coaching and the drafting instinct, like a god.
Yeah. I'm going to move into management next year for GTI, clearly. But so first up, obviously, I mean, we'll end up talking a lot about your heroes, I suppose. The Dazzle pick, you love a Dazzle pick, so we saw the Dazzle come out, and I was like, they could be baiting, but let's be honest, that's gonna be Duck, and then it was just, is it gonna be carry or is it gonna be mid?
Yeah. So the supports and the 3 enabled that, I think. The Necro, I don't remember if he's on the Necro, 4?
Yes. So you had Dazzle, Monkey King.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! What else? You had Dazzle,
Tide
Monkey
Hunter.
King, Witch Doctor, Tide Hunter, and what was Time on? Oh, Time was on the Tiny, right?
Tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you were into the Necro, the Monkey King versus the Necro mid, and you were into Centaur.
Hoodwink.
That was it, Centaur, Hoodwink, and then they had the Morphling and the Disruptor. That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, the Morphling was a bit of a shock to us, but I realized, I mean, last pick naturally, but the fact that they picked 3 heroes that I don't think could beat Dazzle in lane, I was just comfortable picking at 1.
Yeah, so the struggle they seemed to have was they never jumped on you.
That's precisely why I picked Dazzle this game.
And
None of them could blind Orchid early game.
The struggle you seemed to have was wrestling with your sort of, inner voice of, knowing you should buy a BKB, but choosing not to.
Well, I'm not buying a BKB this game. I can help it. I'm fully aware. I just BKB through 1 Disruptor ult, and we never lose a fight. I'm aware that is a fact. I put it in a quick buy. You can see I know. Now I'm buying an Arcane Blink.
They didn't seem to jump on you that much, though. The issue you were having was getting glimpsed. You got glimpsed back, I think, twice, but it wasn't
Exactly.
a ton. But I think that was probably your main issue there. But,
That was your only 2 death.
I mean,
Because
Vinicus,
the Necro wasn't that.
there was weirdly a game where you guys were all pretty strong, which is a story that definitely changed in the next 2 games. Like your Monkey King was doing a lot of work and a lot of damage. You were just doing Dazzle things. Your supports were doing good work. I mean, shout out to Time. I mean, 2 games on that Tiny, and both of them, despite the loss in game 2, great work on the Tiny. To be honest, there was some great stuns, some great tosses, like some great blinks.
With game 1, it was just such a solid Dazzle game to pick it in. It's just a nice line. The team all likes having a Dazzle because everyone either has some way of sustaining up or getting out and being beefy.
Yeah, I did see one fight, I think, where you'd shallow graved your Tiny and then you died. And then I just saw the Tiny just sitting there with shallow grave, and I was like, oh dear.
That may have been a misclick. I remember precisely what you're on about. Yeah, that was. I did not mean to do that.
So
I think it was.
I did not mean to support to heal anyone but me.
Didn't mean to keep someone else alive. No, God no.
Good to know. Moving into game 2, we saw what was the most questionable pick of the entire evening: IO carry.
Right. So
was there anything more behind it than the axe buy? Was there any kind of more than I'm buying axe and then I'm doing damage?
The idea is that you tempo off of ags, and ideally you either do something early game with the ags, or you pray to God you can not lose lane at least. Because if you don't lose lane, then you can just do whatever you want, free farm with high XP, and then if the game goes late, you can get a 25 talent, and then just take the win, they focus fire, blow up anyone who goes near you.
Yeah, because the big thing we saw was you playing IO carry, Nazir playing gyro carry, and there is a huge disparity in the farming speed there. And the last hitting ability. Like I think Sitout pointed out you came into lane with like 60 damage. Like right click damage. You just couldn't.
No, it was worse than that. It was 55.
Okay, we maybe looked at like level 3 or 4, but
yeah, I looked at level 3 or something.
It was way worse than 60.
It's just like the IO one. They made absolutely sure that this will never be played again by any pro player when after TI9, and anyone still picking it. It's like the moment you picked it, I was like, yeah, just call GG.
The saddest part of this game was that we were like, I'll ban the lifestealer just because I don't like playing it, but they're going to pick gyro because I haven't banned it.
Yeah,
it's I thought maybe they picked something else, but no.
What was
we knew it was coming.
What was Crumb on that game? Was that his Tide Hunter game, or was it the one before?
That
was Magnus.
Oh yes, that was Magnus game. Yeah, because Crumb on the Tide Hunter, he had some pretty good Ravagers in general. He did quite well. A bit slow getting the his Kraken shell up, but that could just be unfortunate on like the timing of when you use your E, I think.
There was just, I think, one really good fight where it was, I think, Ravage into Gush just to surprise a Morphling who wasn't ready to
yes, there was a couple of times you got the Morphling like just caught off guard, so he couldn't morph strength. But yeah, game 2, there was some like. No offense, you were fucking useless. You might as well have been.
Absolutely.
You might as well have been a slice
I don't have enough practice on the hero.
You might as well have been a slice of cheese that game. You weren't doing anything.
I'm not going to lie. The drafting game 2 was we won game 1. Let's just try stuff.
To clarify, was the draft supposed to be cohesive? Because you could kind of see that you could have had a big team fight, but it was going to be like a 3% chance you were going to pull it off.
No, we drafted Wind because Setout wanted to play Wind. We drafted
Okay.
IO because I wanted to play IO. And then
Right,
funny
okay.
Tiny Magnus lane.
I was surprised because you picked the worst possible position 5. You picked probably the worst possible position 1.
Yeah.
Probably the worst possible position 3 with the Magnus. It's not
Yeah.
good.
Scientifically worked
Kind of
out.
agree.
Yeah. And then you tried to fix it with an Ember, and what was the fourth here? Another
It was
Tiny?
no. To be fair,
Tiny, yeah.
Time Twister on Tiny. Great job
Yeah.
again. Great job. Solid pick. Solid
He
player.
had,
Just
he had
great
nothing
work.
to play with, so he just
We picked that into Gyro.
It was basically it was like Time and Vidicus were sat there like, what the fuck do you want us to do? The rest of you are fucking bundlers.
I'm willing to take responsibility for
Yeah, that was
I
just
think
a
not
problem.
necessarily by like the fault of the players, just like although I assume the Magnus was 3 because I still live in 2015. Like the Magnus just struggled a bit at times. I think also just with the amount of damage coming out from the other team. You guys didn't have a lot of damage because you were IO, and like
Yeah.
the Wind Ranger support. I don't like it that much as a support, especially POS 5.
Ranger
But
is by far the
it
worst.
wasn't
currently.
super helpful to you
Wind
as an
Ranger is
IO.
terrible. We went in with that well aware.
But anyway, moving on to game 3, where you and Vidicus kind of swapped around. Obviously, I saw the Visage pick and I was like, "This is Duck, it's mid,"
Yeah.
because
Well,
I know
we
you wanted to
figured
do it.
If we pick Sniper's a hero Vinny was comfortable on, and if we pick that, they'll think that's me on it
Right.
because I play Sniper quite a bit.
I don't think
And I did
anybody
not
thought
want-
that. I didn't think that.
I was very quickly. I thought it's Sniper mid until you picked the Visage.
If I'm going to assume anyone's
this might
Sniper,
be really mid again on Sniper.
if you want me to make an
That's my
assumption about the
initial thought.
Sniper, you're going to pick the Sniper, and I'm going to assume that somehow Nutkin's in the game and he's playing Sniper. Like,
Yeah,
that's
we
my
saw-
assumption.
I know Vidi is a Sniper fiend, so I was quite aware of.
Yeah, we saw DP techies, and I decided I didn't want to lane against that, so I just put Vinny in that lane. I can play something.
Yeah, I don't know if you
in a lane that isn't
heard. Seattle were a bit annoyed because they were wanting to try the Death Prophet laning against you.
that.
I think.
wasn't laning that.
But I
You
mean,
didn't pay me enough.
yeah, I mean, the clockwork in game 2 did God's work against you, the same as the techies, and the techies again coming into the third game did a lot of good work.
As soon as I saw that techies, I realized if we weren't like this, if we picked Dream Protector, I would be farmed in lane. I don't think that can save me against techies DP.
I have to say, your third draft, possibly your best draft. You picked the Visage that I feel like you had confidence in, and rightly so, it worked. And you got to do what you love to do, which is just run around in the back and try and kill the supports and not actually be involved in a proper fight because you're a coward.
That is problems.
Vidicus struggled in lane, I think mainly just because Liability and Lulu really had a great lane. They worked really well.
They had a good lane setup.
Lulu had some great sort of sacrifice plays, just diving in onto Vidi just to take him out. Like you could kind of see the frustration starting to come in Vidicus, rightfully so. Like it was rough down there.
I am willing to take responsibility for not ganking bot lane a single time because I'm lazy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
No
as well.
real justification to do that.
And then
mean,
we were.
I didn't want to run birds down.
Yeah.
We
You said
were-
it's the best
go on.
draft for them, but I feel like game 1 was actually a better draft because I really didn't like the support
That's fair.
in game 3.
I know.
the-
See, I
Was that
love.
did you just
Set Hep
ask
Tree is
who
great.
wants to play, or was it just?
The idea was we want Fabs mentioned Dream Protector, so we were like, yeah, why not? We can give.
I love
Dream
Setup Tree.
Protector.
I think there were some great trials there.
And then since we picked that, we have literally no stuns on the other support, so we have to pick something like Lion.
The
Okay.
Lion, I think Sylar made a fair point about the mana drain facet being worse.
He
But-
didn't max it. He actually stopped at level 3 and went back and maxed his Q, which I'm pretty proud of. But it's still why you're putting 3 points in your E and then
I
going
understand
full-
why
you're
people
1-1-3.
pick the mana facet, because if they're playing support, they just assume they shouldn't take a damage facet. That's the base assumption by most players. That's my assumption, to be honest, until like somebody tells me otherwise. But the big turn in that game was, as pointed out by chat, a brilliant initiation by Vidicus when he came down from your triangle and died, which then baited Sitout. Which then baited Sitout into going for high ground, and then you went in the back line, killed Lulu instantly. The rest of Sitout turned to try and go and kill you and save the back line.
Double stunned by birds, and I got
And
out.
then Said Hep jumped in, great tree, great lion stun, great lion finger, bird stuns, and there was just a lot of damage coming out.
Bird stun saved me, and then we followed that up with a tree and ult, and it was just such a free fight to clean up after that. It was such a good turnaround.
And that was the turn of the game. I think that was when you guys started to turn around and go back.
Yeah.
And then
because it was relatively even until then.
So did Crumb ask for Brewmaster? Because this threw us off. Because we didn't know if you were going to play like a carry Brewmaster or something. Because I've seen you micro, and I've not seen Crumb play this.
I'm not against Brew 1, honestly. I think I like the hero.
The only reason I said it was because I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know if Viddy can play it. I've never seen Crumb play it. Not that I've known him that long, but like I've seen him play a fair few games. So I thought you can vaguely micro.
Crumb had mentioned it the last, I think, 2 drafts, and I was like, you know what? I'll give you it. Why not? I think it's not too bad a game for it.
I think it worked all right. I think there was a lot of kiting with it.
There was a lot of space being.
There was a lot of like popping the ult to survive, but exactly like he was, Viddy had a terrible lane unfortunately, but then did get a lot of space to farm.
He just had space to recover.
Did catch up, to be honest.
He did.
Yes.
He took a few. There was just a lot of clowning going on where there's just no way of them getting on top of you, and Willie was just standing in the background farming XP and getting gold from just shooting stuff and putting shrapnel on it.
I think it is criminal how few dispels there were against the Bloodborne. They just answer Bloodborne with BKBs, which feels abysmal to do.
I mean, they had one Lotus up, but they couldn't buy any. Like, I guess they could have bought Manta on, but they didn't have any hero that could really buy.
Yeah,
they could have bought Yules. Yeah, they had a Yules on
That's
the
right.
Last Prophet, and they had a Lotus, or we tried to get a Lotus up on Dying, and he did get it in the end. But
that's right. I know an item that's a dispel. Look at me go.
He was struggling. But in did Vidicus? How much did Vidicus talk in that last game? Because I feel like at some the moment I saw Time Twister walk in and steal, like Vidicus is running away from 2 heroes, and he's walking towards a shield rune, and he's definitely getting the shield rune, and suddenly this lion waddles in, takes the shield rune, and walks away.
This was a play to make, yeah.
and I was wondering whether or not.
That is so close to being a Vespa play. The only difference is Vespa would have denied it.
Yeah. there was a bit of confusion on that front. To be fair, devil's advocate, it could have been yours away.
Maybe. True.
Time says I was very apologetic, and Vidicus says smash. It was beautiful.
It was very funny to watch. And I saw the 3 pings on Vidicus, and I was like, is this going to tilt him out of the game? But no, it didn't.
But no, I mean, well played by you guys. I'm surprised that the sort of random group we dragged together at the last second actually managed to do so well. Because, I mean, Sitout's a decent team.
It was pretty,
incredibly decent.
Good cohesion, surprisingly.
Yeah. Very well done. Will we ever see the return of Pog?
Maybe.
Not in this exact
50%. Half of you are technically from different teams, so and at least one of you is not allowed to transfer.
It also this team's probably too good to play in a international on the MMR basis.
That's quite.
If people rank really correctly.
I have no idea. I made estimates and it worked out okay. Yeah, I think pretty back and forth in even games, whether due to general ability or just I guess general inability or mistakes, should we say?
Goonery. Absolute goonery.
But I mean, thank you to you and all the other guys for sort of coming in last minute and agreeing to play a best of 3 at that. I know sometimes that's a bit of a commitment when you're just getting chucked with a bunch of people that you may not know, you may not want to play with, and you may not want to play with after 1 game.
They were pretty good games. I got to be team captain, which meant SB never got through. It's always good. The first game, we literally said who's going to be captain. It's probably Duck or Vidicus, and then I didn't even need to look at who was the captain because I saw the first ban, and I was like, right, it's Duck, because nobody else is banning that. You want to know why? Because Sitout don't play it. They're not gonna play it. Yeah, but if they
not a good hero.
Well, no, that's wrong. He's the strongest hero in the game. If they pick it game 1, I lose on Dazzle.
Yeah, you just wouldn't pick Dazzle. I said afterwards, I saw the Baraban, and I thought I should have known he was going to pick Dazzle after that. And I also said to stream that if you're ever playing against Duck in a tournament, have someone on your team just play like 1 or 2 games of Spirit Breaker the week before your match, and there's no way it doesn't get banned. Because if his team doesn't ban it, Duck won't play.
Yeah, exactly. It's justification for you to have a ban every game.
It's a free ban.
And then Lena was unfortunately we don't want to play Lena, so we have to ban it sort of thing.
Yeah. It's too strong in the current meta. Yeah, you have to ban it.
Seething was very upset about that. Seething was seething.
Yeah, there's no way we were letting Lena through. That wasn't happening. We didn't want to play it. I'm not TAing against it. So we're banning the hero.
You're not playing against Lena, you're not playing against Lich in the current meta. That's just not happening.
Yeah.
You can ban these heroes, you ban these heroes.
We weren't letting them through. It wasn't happening. The only way we were letting Lena through is if it was a TA game. But there was no TA game any of these, I think.
All I've seen the past like 6 months is everyone bans Pudge. So I mean, I don't know about any of these other heroes.
Yeah, no one's banning Pudge. Just everybody's picking Pudge because it's
Sorry,
no, there's enough Pudge bans going around to piss me off. But anyway,
I actually realized I still have that ban on. I'll turn that off.
You prick! But thank you very much for playing. And GG's. You guys played really well. And not only that, like, yeah, I'm not thanking you for not stomping. I'm just happy it happened that way. I'm also thanking you for not getting stomped. Thanks for playing like 3 good games. Best situation that could have happened.
They were pretty fun games to play.
All right, I will send you back.
All right.
Go back whence you came, boy. Where the fuck were you? I'll send
Get
you
him
somewhere.
out.
I've sent him somewhere. I don't know where I've sent him.
Just throw it away.
I've just sent him into the call full of sim racers for all I know. I don't know.
Let's go.
But no, I mean, 3 good games tonight. Very much enjoyed casting. Thank you very much, everyone playing. Thank you, Sitout, and thank you, the newly formed. I'm guessing Pipe of Goonsight is a banner that's been used before, but thank you for playing under that banner, you 5. Very much appreciate it. Honestly, about 20 to 7, I thought the game was just going to be cancelled, but I'm glad we got to do it. And thank you very much, Sala, for joining us.
No problem. Great casting. Like it's really improving. It's really like the play-by-play is it's fucking amazing. Like top tier.
Yeah, we probably should. I probably should be doing play-by-plays on Sunday. I'm fucking knackered.
Understandable.
Like nothing all day. I had the least productive day, and then come in. I'm just like, oh fuck, my throat's actually gone today. There's a lot of shouting. Yeah. I just need to learn the player abilities. But thank you very much for being here to keep me right and tell me how the game works. Because
no problem.
After what year are we in now? 2025. So after 12 years, after over a decade of playing the game, still don't know what Visage's abilities are called, or to be honest, what they do. I know he does damage and he summons birds, and that's about all you need to know when you're playing against him. Do you want to plug anything this week? You didn't last week, but I mean, I'll give you the opportunity again.
I'm just gonna call it. You earlier said that I would put Clockwork as my MVP, but I'm actually gonna call out that Vidic played amazing, and I would give the MVP to him. I think all 3 games are impossible to win without Vidi performing the way he did. Like even in the last game where he got shut down, the way he kept up and the way he got back into the game and actually carried it in. Not bad. Little Vidi is not so little anymore.
Now you brought it up. The only thing I'm gonna say is in that last game, he doesn't come back if the rest of his team doesn't make the space. Yeah. So
that's true.
Credit where credit is due on that one.
And
but
I think blink that.
I think not unreasonable given the sort of attempt to claw the game 2 back when you've got an IO in your game. I mean, DuckT picked IO for himself. DuckT was never getting MVP tonight. But no, I think credit to all the players. We saw pretty good stuff. We saw at least one good thing from everybody. Let's say that.
For sure.